Check, check. Check, check, check. Checkity, check, check, check. Bloom, 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 bloom. Check, check, check. Are we live? Somebody tell me we're live. Are we live? I see fire emojis. That makes me feel like we're live. Lush?
What's going on, brother?
I'm afraid it's just the wood pile today.
He's not coming, or?
It's just us.
Okay.
I think it's time we cut ties.
Really?
I think I'm done with this asshole. It's him, I swear. I'm sick and tired of having my kindness taken advantage of by this scumbag. I brought him in when he was down and out, suffering, experiencing hardship, pain. A lot of people thought that he was the King Von of LA. I've also spread that rumor as well.
Mm-hmm. Crypt assassin.
I'm sick and tired of dealing with him. So I think it's official. I may have joked about this. I may have said that I was sending him to a re-education camp, homosexual electroshock therapy. Bricc!
I was running from the police, man.
Oh, how you doing, man?
Nice day, bro.
How's it going? That's a nice little suit you got there, too.
Take that, man.
You feel like the t-shirt might be a little long there?
Nah.
No?
Because the jacket.
You got to hide the stick?
The biscuit.
Yo, I was really getting heated at you because look, it's 4:10. He was looking at his phone. He told us you weren't going to be here until 4:30. I was heated.
Oh, because you can't. I told them you can't look at going that way. The traffic could be different.
Yeah, because so when it says how far away
That doesn't calculate for traffic?
No, but it calculates for
From
the
you
other.
going.
Yeah.
Like I'm traveling north on the freeway if I'm traveling south. So whatever the other side of the freeway, and it's jammed up on that other side. Right?
It's OTF jammed?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Real snitchy.
Being OTF jammed is crazy. No, he's OTF jamming you by having your location.
The freeway's told.
Yo, okay, wait.
It's a couple white boys got my location.
I can't be that mad at him because he's like 4 minutes late in total. Like let's say 8 minutes late.
How long we been live?
I'm more mad at him for not having a Nike Tech on. Let's talk about it, Purple.
Yeah. So the Nike Tech thing,
This was your idea.
I really wanted to do Nike Tech Tuesday.
And you have some.
No, I don't currently in my roster
that's what,
have any Nike Techs. So it was the procurement process was like, it was kind of like I seen some that were like the color schemes that y'all was already wearing and shit. So
it's okay. They're all
everybody wear
classics.
blacks. It's all
but
good.
like I seen like the moss one that he had. I seen the black
Listen.
one. I seen the tan one.
I have that one, I think.
300 Diddy Bop. I wouldn't grab it either if I didn't need it.
480.
Where at?
480 total?
Yeah.
Where?
At Foot Locker.
They 250 at Foot Locker.
It's like one. Okay, it's like 4 or something because it's 180 and 150. So I guess no, that's like 330.
Yeah, nah, 125 and 115.
Because that's one thing that the Nike Tech purchases have showed me is that sometimes when I'm throwing on the Asali suits or the Desto Dub cough syrup suits, I'm looking at the prices and I'm like, whoa, clothes are more expensive than I remember them being. And then when I was throwing this on, I'm like, damn, I'm going to spend $330 whatever on the Nike Tech. It's not easy to get fly these days.
No,
Nah.
no, it's not.
That's the most economical way to get fly for show and be acceptable.
Mad Nike Techs?
Yeah.
Really?
There's no.
I'm going Nike Tech for the rest of the winter.
Nah,
you got me 3 or 4 of them.
If I had a little homie and I was trying to like advise him on like how to get fresh at a discount, actually, I don't know what I would say. Get some Kirkland white
Packs,
tees. But all right, but that's the thing. You buy like a fit, and then it's like, how many times are you really gonna rock it, and does it still look accessible? But the real way to do it is to have mad fits.
Yeah.
And then just be able to mix and match. And then also, like, you wear a hoodie. You wear a hoodie as part of the jumpsuit. Then all of a sudden you wear the hoodie with some jeans.
Yep.
A couple weeks later,
it's
comes out different.
Vibe, yeah.
But that's why being on camera is so whack.
Yeah.
Because it's immortalized.
It sucks.
He always be wearing the same shit. It's like, nah, I filmed 7 podcasts today. That's why.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I start doing it on purpose. Like, you know what? I'm not about to keep on doing this. When I go on, I know I got fly stuff. If I wear it twice, that's on y'all, brother. That's not my problem.
just want to be like Doug Funny, just a closet full of the same fit. Just put it on every single day.
Quail Man.
Quail Man.
A lot of great cartoon characters, because that was always the joke with Ernie from Ernie and Bert.
Bart Simpson.
You go see his closet and it's like the same outfit over and over. I thought that was like the funniest thing ever when I was a little kid.
Well, if you go see his closet, he's in it. Because wasn't bro like supposedly going to be the first gay Muppet, and there was this whole thing.
Ernie?
Yeah,
That was all fake.
No, it was not.
No. We
You
Googled
could
this on this podcast before. It was an offhand remark made by somebody who worked for Sesame Street, saying, basically doing like the Ariana Grande thing that she's been doing, where she's sort of like hypothesizing, like, oh, he's giving gay energy, this character. And then when you act, but then even in this case, Sesame Street put out like a whole statement saying, nah, like, he's not gay. We would never want to speculate anything about any of our characters.
What about the purple Teletubby?
Oh, Tinky Winky's gay. He has a purse.
His name is Tinky Winky?
Yeah.
Really?
Tinky Winky is a fruit fairy.
And he got the upside down triangle on his head. That was like controversy like 20 years ago, 25 years ago. They were talking about the upside down triangle is like a gay symbol.
It is.
And then purple is
real.
like the main color for gay pride, for real.
I don't know if it's still a thing, but it used to be a big thing.
What,
that
the upside
Weezer,
down?
well, just triangles. Yeah, upside down triangles. Weezer, pink triangle on a string. Let me know the truth. No,
So they're for sure talking about,
a gay girl.
yeah.
Yes.
It's like, I want to be able to, it's like chasing Amy. I want to be
So
able to
if
smash.
You're not Jay-Z, then you're gay-Z.
I saw him throw that diamond up before them shots flew when I
Yeah.
was in the Lambo.
Hey.
I'll tell you the reason why. I saw them throw the diamonds up before I got shit. Come on,
That
man.
was one.
Classic.
They tried to write off Cameron forever, saying he was snitching when he said that.
Yeah,
Very snitchery
yeah, for sure.
of a bar or of a
That's a great snitch bar.
yeah,
Like, what? They don't know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Like, nah, bro. You just said that Jay-Z got you shot, bro.
Which, by the way, he completely made up. Just as, like,
But we don't know
no merit to that story whatsoever.
who. But was that even an attempted carjacking, or was that just somebody shot him? We don't even know why.
He driving a Lambo through DC.
Right.
After you told on the whole DC in the movie, duh.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, we think that was the reason
No,
why?
Nah, I'm talking
Nah,
shit. He told on DC in the movie, he can't go back to DC.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
gave up all the DC. I can't give you nobody from Harlem. Plan on running that when I come home.
You're not a paid in full guy?
It's probably been 20 years, but yeah, it was a good movie.
Oh, yeah. So basically, he ratted on all the DC dudes and didn't tell on nobody from New York.
I think I've seen tweets do well
Yeah. All right.
proposing
Yeah,
that his fictional character getting smacked was the reason why. Let me just throw this out there. Okay, so just to let y'all into my day. I'm at the Plug Talk Mansion. We're doing some work. We're on the phone. We're doing business stuff. We're talking about stuff. All of a sudden, my phone starts blowing up. Anybody who's in the No Jumper group chat, Big Sad is dead.
Yeah, I didn't catch that one. I'm glad I didn't. That would have hurt my heart.
Hell no. You would have been throwing a ticker tape parade, my friend.
Oh,
You!
nobody wants big. Who am I going to diss in my songs? I can't diss the dead.
You said that he was going to get Vaseline in his ass.
That's what I'm saying.
So you don't
So
want
if
him
he
dead.
dies, I can't talk about him anymore.
Yeah, you can. That's what
No,
everybody
I'm
does.
not-
You're
I'm
not
not
that,
like the kids.
You don't like him like
No,
you
he's
know,
more
I don't
sad that
do that.
he can't put Vaseline in his ass anymore.
Yeah,
That's what he's really
yeah.
sad
No more
about.
buka buka. Eat buka baby.
See, look, this is how misinformation gets spread. Adam has never seen Paid in Full. I just said that I haven't seen it in like 20 years.
Yeah.
But 20 years ago was not that long ago. That's like
When-
half my life. I used to watch it a lot, like in
When you
my
lived in
early
Bushwick,
20s.
you for sure saw that.
Let's have a
movie.
sleepover for Christmas break and watch all like Fridays and Paid in Full.
Amazing.
But I feel like if we tried to do a sleepover, well, who are we going to do a sleepover here?
We should live stream it. Yeah, get a gang of fucking blow up.
High key, I am down to do that.
That'd be hella fun.
Because all right, you know what? One thing I've always been jealous of is people who do sleep streams where they're getting bothered while they sleep.
Yeah, it seems
Partially-
like the funnest shit in the world, right?
I mean, it seems terrible, but it also seems like I just would like to see how I would do in that environment, because it's like I remember when Ice Poseidon first did it, thinking like, this is the craziest thing I ever seen. Now people do it like pretty frequently.
It's normalized.
Yeah.
But I'm also a very hard sleeper. Like my kid comes into the bed, talks to us, like does all kinds of stuff, and I sleep through all of it. Unless someone really grabs me and shakes me and wakes me up. So I feel like I could sleep through somebody screaming the N-word at us or whatever.
Whatever the N-word.
Well, that's usually what it is.
It'd be like a lullaby. It'd be like a nice. Yeah.
We'll get to Yuri as we continue on.
What they're.
But I seen a clip of Yuri sleeping on Blasie's couch, and the person donated while he was sleeping to basically call house phone that over and over and over. And it's kind of funny because Yuri's just sleeping through it. Big smile on his face. I think he started to smile a little bit extra. But
not me saying it.
Okay, so listen, I've been waiting. They told me, okay, TMZ's gonna pull up. They want to interview you, whatever. So the guy comes. It's a black dude, the filmer. I tell him, I'm like, bro, Big Sad just got killed. He goes,
who's that?
Who's Big Sad?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. It's a rapper, yada, yada. And then we do the whole interviews asking me about all this like current event stuff that TMZ wanted to talk to me about. The whole time I'm thinking like, I'm feeling my phone vibrate over and over and over in my pocket. I'm like, damn, my boy just died. And I'm standing here pretending to walk the dog, pretending to want to talk about these random topics when really I just want to continue gossiping on my phone and talking about it. Because they're telling me as I'm doing this TMZ thing, they're telling me, no, he got killed by the cops. There's
a video posted
of another dude
chat.
pulling up on the cops like this.
Yeah, like so we're hearing the story unfold, and first it's Sad got killed, then it's like it was at Jefferson and West Bully. You feel me? Like they're like saying like where is Sad and all that, and then it's like they said that he had twin pistols and he's busting at the cops. And
I seen the video. It was somebody else doing it.
Yeah, Big Sad. Big Sad ain't shooting two guns. Like, well, y'all putting too much on his name.
And it said,
that shit was fake.
It said that it was a domestic violence thing too. So I'm like, okay. So
Chili Pimp went left.
I thought I knew Big Sad, and it turns out that Big Sad's down to do this, and he's beating bitches up. I never would have known him if he's trying to make a Larry June career twist.
Yeah,
you can't be smacking hoes.
Nah.
Well, I don't know. Can you? I don't know.
Pimps in his raps.
Yeah, but I don't think he's like a woman beater type, right?
Anybody that's Mac Dre's kid will slap a bitch that gets out of line in their music.
Okay,
I
think he a cool pimp, not a sharp. I don't think he's gonna mutilate a bitch's face.
He's not a Glorilla pimp.
I don't know. You know we got Glonilla now, right?
Yep, that's Georgiana.
Georgiana is Glonilla, they call her.
Yeah, I'm not him to her yet.
The white girl from
yeah, she got crazy. She got crazy.
I like black bitches too.
Man, Adam got remix coming.
I told you about that remix that I got in the works.
You've been like absent in the studio. I did a whole album and a half.
Y'all go to the studio and just don't tell me, and then I'm absent.
What's like? I'm gonna say for like a rapper that had such a monumental rookie season.
Kind of felt bad. My girl pointed out the other day. She's like, "You don't talk about rapping anymore."
Yeah, I was wondering if you were kind of like over it.
I feel like when you're as hot as me, when you're like really at the top of the rap game, got left off the Kendrick project by this much.
I just seen J-Rock. He said he was about to call you to do the feature too.
What's going on?
I just seen J-Rock at Topanga Canyon.
Yeah.
I was grabbing this.
Wait, you really were late because you had to go get a Nike tag for the podcast?
Nah, I was late because your niece is sick, and then I had to run the
your
route.
Niece. You see how he's trying to stir up some sympathy right now? It's not my daughter, it's your niece.
I bought this,
brilliant manipulation tactic.
I bought the jacket last night, and I had to go back and get the pants because they didn't have the pants in my size. So I went back and grabbed them, but I had to stop at Ralph's to get Pedialyte and all the little stuff. She had a fever.
What's Pedialyte for?
It's for when you drink too much.
Electrolytes.
Oh, that's what I've heard of it for. Yeah.
Well, for fevers, they can cut down fevers. It restores the electrolytes in your body and stuff. It's like some snapback juice.
Huh.
Yeah. It'll get you right. It's essentially Gatorade.
That's what I'm thinking. We take the electrolyte packets. I had a chocolate strawberry electrolyte packet delivered to the house the other day.
Delicious.
Yeah, it was all right. I put it in the protein shake, so if it worked. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, only time I drink Pedialyte is if I'm sick. Well, I don't drink nothing. I don't do nothing but perks. So it don't matter what the fuck I'm going through. I ain't gonna lie to you. Nigga, I had COVID. I just bought a gang of perks like I'm about to fight this shit.
That's what, like that. I don't think that's like FDA approved.
I promise you. Whoever had COVID with me, it was some non-perk users. They were hurt.
You don't got to worry about me nabbing 15s off you anymore. Because after what happened to me last time, I'm like, oh, I have no desire to ever do that again.
Look, as soon as everybody popped it, we running around, we cooking in the room, we got appetite. As soon as it go away, it's COVID.
Really?
Well, because really, all it's doing is making you come to terms with your side, with whatever effects you're feeling. You're just chilling. It's not exactly fighting the virus.
Opiates, they help with drying you out the mucus and stuff, so it'll clear you up too.
This is true as well.
Yeah. Then you take a little 10 on the side of the 30, so your fever can go down because you need the acetaminophen.
But isn't that just aspirin? Couldn't you just take some aspirin as well?
Yeah. But who just takes
everything? Has to be perks.
It does that. It does that.
Well, if you think about it,
I
like
don't
this,
even like T4s though, or T3s.
Trash. But
the Tylenol codeine.
That's the ones with the acetaminophen in it. Okay. Yeah. But here's the thing, like this is all because the pharmaceutical industry. People are on opiates for decades. Like they're not meant to kill you. They're meant to.
They said they used to use heroin for the flu back in the day.
Yeah, like they've been rocking different forms of opium for centuries at this point. Like damn near 1,000 years, I want to say. Like
it grows from the earth, so as long as the earth has been here.
But really, they trying to like keep people that they don't want users to die. They want them to be strung out for their entire life and buying their product forever.
Where does the chemicals in the drugs that you choose come from?
Fucking
you don't know.
Yeah, what?
Just anything.
Yeah.
Is it under the sink ass shit, bleach and fucking battery acid? Fucking yeah.
Okay, side note.
It's happened.
Did you guys see that fentanyl related deaths in the United States are dropping dramatically?
Because Trump won the election?
No, because the cartel is cognizant of the fact that their clientele are dying and that the brand name associated with their product is slowly becoming, totally tainted, where like, every conversation you have with a normie about drugs these days is basically like, well, I heard they got fentanyl and everything. Now you're going to die if you do a line of coke. Yeah. And it's like, so they've basically put out orders to everybody who's producing fentanyl in all of Mexico saying, hey, if you guys keep putting out bad batches, we're going to kill you. Yeah. And so as a result, fentanyl overdoses in America, I think the number I saw was it went from 80K last year to like 50K in a more recent period of time.
That does the fucking fake perk. Everybody's lost somebody who did a fake perk to scare them.
Well, it could be that people are smartening up. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, the cartel did they stopped selling. Well, they put out the word allegedly to stop selling fake blues. Like they killed some people and stuffed the gang of fake blues in their fucking mouth and ass and shit and left them in the middle of the street.
Wait, really?
And then
look at this. According to the CDC, the U.S. saw a 15% or so decrease in overdose deaths from June 2023 through June 2024. Also, for the first time since 2021, the DEA has seen a decrease in the potency of fentanyl pills. The latest DEA laboratory test indicates that 5 out of the 10 pills tested in 2024 contain a potentially deadly dose of fentanyl.
So you're gambling with your life 50-50.
No, but that's an improvement.
It's going up.
Wait, you think fentanyl is down and meth is up?
Yeah.
People are just preferring to get.
That's how it goes in cycles.
But
for real?
A meth phase rather than an opiate phase.
We're in a meth phase? Wow.
Fire.
And then it's also people who just want the fentanyl. Their body is used to it and they just not dying off of it. Because I know people that snort like 20 fake blues a day.
Wow.
You know them too.
I can think of someone.
Wow.
I can think of someone who seems like they're having a hard time staying awake.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's a sleepy guy.
No?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. Maybe somebody else.
He used to be on uppers.
Oh.
That's why.
Okay.
Still do this.
So, okay, I'm gonna be real. Kendrick dropped his album Friday. Let's just get into the good shit. He dropped his album Friday. I felt like a pretty bad hip hop citizen for the next couple of days because I tried to listen to it, but I'm like full blown hanging out with the kid mode. You'd be surprised. Kendrick is swearing a lot on that album. It really just stands out to you once you got a kid in the car because it's like, oh, my kid doesn't notice, but my girl notices. I see it in her face. I didn't listen to it for like 2 days after it came out.
I thought he was a conscious rapper.
But still says potty words, N words, F words, B words, all these words.
I need to be more. I need to stop letting my kids thug it.
Well, yeah. Well,
But they all got A's, so I can't say nothing. But B words, they got all that.
I said to Wack the other day, I said, like, you swear in front of your kids? He just looks at me and goes, I'm black.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
It's a cultural thing.
Yeah, for sure. But regardless,
I swear to them.
now I've had a few days to consume it. And I'm not gonna lie, I think it's a great project. I think he really knocked it out of the park. There are some ups and downs. Not every song on the project is for me, but to me, I feel like this is the first Kendrick project in over a decade that sounds like it shall be the sound of the streets of Los Angeles to a certain extent for however long this project is rocking. But I felt like the biggest thing that stood out to me is it found like he went out of his way to make a project that would rock in the streets, whereas it feels like so many of his recent projects have really just been...
It's safe to say he watches No Jumper.
Yeah.
You feel that way? Because I can't say that. They're on my ass crazy when I say that.
Yeah, no.
But how? But the thing is,
everything that we asked him to do, he did. Go ahead.
100%.
Yeah.
Like from the Not Like Us thing, we were talking
The
about
pop out.
make a West Coast banger to the pop out. You feel me?
Yeah, like come on, man.
To not only including LA, but making. First of all, can we talk
He
about
made YN music this time?
Can we talk
Yeah,
about how
man.
hard it was in the Squabble Up video? There's a whole homage to the Trunk Boys Scraper Bikes video. Like, do you know what that is? So there's these kids in Oakland back in the Scraper Bikes. And
Yeah.
so there's a whole like part of the video that has Scraper Bikes in it. It's got the same sign. This is that go. It's got the Black Panther flags. Like for incredible like nod and homage to. It's like a love note to the fucking coast.
You see Smack shaking ass in the video?
Hey, listen. My
Hey,
top stud
hey.
Smack in the video, shaking his moneymaker. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
like that other dude's haircut.
Really? I don't even remember.
The other Hoover dude. The dude that be stopping with him with the little shag cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
I felt like RJ looked the coolest out of that whole video though, because he kind of like his shit was real proper. I can't even begin to impersonate it, but
he was hitting it.
you kind of see him right in the beginning, and I don't know. Like I've never like looked to RJ as such a great dancer, but when I saw that clip, I was like, damn, he's moving better than anybody else on this.
But I don't see why anyone would get on your helmet for just merely stating a fact. You didn't even say like we caused. I'll say that there's for sure influence there. We know what's up.
We asked him to make something for the young niggas. Reach out to the up and coming. Hey, even if you don't like me, I'm satisfied with your work. You get what I'm saying? At least we got to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's take a look here at what my tweet was that I've received such backlash for. No Jumper is the biggest hip hop platform on the West Coast. Listen, you're allowed to have your favorites, but when we're talking about size, No Jumper, Vlad TV. Yes, Vlad TV does a lot of stuff outside of hip hop. They do the mafia stuff. They do a lot of old heads, a lot of sports, whatever. No Jumper. Yes, we have the occasional porn star on here. YouTubers, comedians, gangsters, whatever, a little bit of that. But let's be real. When you look at No Jumper's interviews, 90% of them are underground rappers. So when I say biggest hip hop platform on the West Coast, anybody hating, it's on you. Let us know who's bigger, because trust me, I've read every fucking comment telling me that I'm wrong. And I've yet to see anybody else that sounds like they're in the conversation. Now, you could take individuals. You could take individuals. You could say Big Boy is more important than No Jumper. Cool. That's cool. I'm okay with you saying that. Sway, definitely not in
West
LA.
Coast.
Yeah.
But
At all.
you know, it's like
Is he from the West?
He's from Oakland. He's from
right.
Oakland.
But you know, it's just crazy to me because I read so many comments telling me that No Jumper is not a valid hip hop platform anymore that I almost feel like I have internalized it to some extent, that I felt like I was writing something kind of edgy when I said that No Jumper is the biggest hip hop platform on the West Coast, because it's undeniable. Who else?
Man, you gotta jack
I
your
didn't
own
think that-
dick
who
sometimes.
else?
But I didn't even know that's up for.
Yourself.
I didn't realize that was. I didn't realize that was up for.
But even in the chat right now, I'm saying Adam is delusional like my BM. Well, number one, Marlo, your BM looks like dog shit. Number two, explain why I'm delusional. And when people say Fig Community World, you got to give it to them. They are a No Jumper branch off platform. But to say that they're bigger than No Jumper is crazy, because you're talking about a platform we do 20 to 30 million views on YouTube a month. Each of those platforms that they run, about 1 million views per month on average, from what I remember looking at Social Blade a couple months ago or whatever. So it's like, that's not a valid option. You might like them more. That's cool. But you cannot say that they're bigger than us.
Adam.
Huh?
You're lying. They can't be paying nobody off 1 million views a month. Oh, you talk about Fig Community World.
Yeah.
Not back on Fig and Community.
Because there's different channels.
I mean, we could do the Social Blade dive right now, but
we don't need
from what I recall, it was around 1 million views a month for back on Fig Community and Fig Community World.
Together?
Separately, each doing like around 1 million views a month, which is respectable. That's cool. Doing their thing. But that does not hold the candle to what we're doing.
I mean, the real
channel does that.
Right. The real debate would be what's the second biggest platform in the West Coast, and I think it's between them and Thizzler, like Fig Community and Thizzler, kind of fighting for that number 2 spot.
But okay, if you're gonna give them number 2, well, number 1, I'll give Vlad number 1 or number 2.
But Vlad's like a whole different type of platform.
For sure, but they do a lot of hip hop. You know, it's like even if we did a ton more comic interviews or other podcasts or whatever, I would still consider our shit. I still think his bread and butter is hip hop, so I still consider him a hip hop platform. But also, you're kind of like you have to like bend the rules to give their podcast like number 2 or whatever, because it's like it's a bunch of different platforms. Like you're taking like one platform that's owned by a dude that has like a few different co-hosts versus like a whole network of friends that have a ton of different channels.
No,
which to me feels kind of like it's not the same thing.
The thing is, like,
so people are retarded. What about Ack?
Yeah,
where does Ack live?
New Jersey.
Use your fucking head.
Even cover this shit.
Yeah, like, people are so stupid.
I also feel like Vlad, although he's located in the West Coast, is not like his content's not as geared towards the West Coast as we are. He's like
it is.
I feel like there's not a lot of regional.
But I feel like, but then you're kind of like saying that because he's done such a good job branching out into other things that it's not going to be considered hip hop to me anymore.
This is a Chicago platform, as people say.
Exactly. Yeah. Chicago feels like this is a Chicago platform.
Yeah.
LA feels like it's an LA platform. You know, it's like.
Well, and here's the thing. Why did anybody start watching No Jumper? We started watching No Jumper because it was the ill cutting edge interviews with the artists that we didn't know yet. You know, the XXX interview, Space Ghost, Perp, Bones, like all these early No Jumper. That's what, like, to me, that's what defined the platform. So when I don't get as excited when I see superstars on, even like as a fan before I was over here, when I would see like The Game or whoever pop up on No Jumper, it'd be cool. But I'm more watching No Jumper to see who's gonna be popping next. And that's why people don't want to, like, we're actually pounding the fucking pavement. Us at this table, Suspect, Remo, Flacco, we're searching every single day for the dopest artists. We literally do this shit, and it's reflected because look what happens.
Speaking of which, Tommy TK, your interview is coming.
But
yeah,
okay.
Tommy K.
This is what bothers me is that people will say in the same breath, and this is not an anti-Fig Community rant. Do not characterize this as that, but they will say, "No Jumper isn't about giving new artists a chance. It's all about drama." And they'll also say that the number 1 hip hop platform on the West Coast is Fig Community World. Be serious.
Done.
Look at how much drama takes place with that group of friends versus on this platform.
Yeah.
Be serious.
Yeah.
The era in which this platform was mostly drama largely ended when they left and started that platform.
Well, also, like, when you watch a news program, there's local news, there's you feel me, world news, economy, whatever, and then there'll be little tabloids.
Right.
To me, when we do that type of content, that's our equivalent of just the shit to try to gain viewers. You know what I mean? That's not what we're really gaining it. What we're really gearing this for. It's towards being a platform to expose cutting edge hip hop and show what's coming up and what's next. And if you look at all the interviews that we've been doing, that's completely reflection of that. And then people want to criticize and be like, oh, well, No Jumper doesn't get the big interviews. They don't get the Drake. They don't get the...
Right.
Who gives a fuck about Travis Scott or Drake doing a little puff piece fake interview where they have the
cover
question.
The shit they want to cover.
Yeah, fuck that. I would
like
rather...
You're going to talk about when all them people passed away at his concert. So it's like, what's
the point?
Yeah,
what's the fucking point?
I mean, we're happy to do big interviews, but for sure, like, our specialty is getting all of the relevant underground rappers from all over the country, really. But when I see people trying to throw that narrative out there, and it's like, to a lot of people, because people love simplified narratives, to a lot of people, it's like, Kendrick Lamar is the flawless, perfect, Jesus Christ-esque saint of hip hop, and everything that he does cannot be dissected or criticized in any way. And somehow, in a lot of these people's minds, No Jumper is representative of everything that is wrong with hip hop. However, that patron saint of hip hop, Kendrick Lamar, when he chose artists to have on his project, every single one of those artists had touched No Jumper at some point during their come up. Actually, it occurs to me as I'm saying this
in the past year.
But Roddy Ricch is on that project as well, and he's never been on here. So I do want to throw that out there. That is actually an exception to that rule.
Okay.
But we're talking up and coming artists.
Has SZA been on here?
No, definitely not.
So we're not counting our already platinum superstar artists. We're talking about the fools that
up and coming.
Yeah.
And so to me, that's just like so many people are so resistant to giving us the credit that we clearly deserve of having done such a great job for all these years of canvassing the underground scene. And the reason why they don't realize that is because they don't actually invest any time or energy into documenting that scene, never mind listening to these artists. So they'll give us credit maybe if one of those artists blows up beyond belief and becomes fucking gigantic. But it's like the fact that we do that work consistently is mostly out of the eye line of a lot of the people who are mindlessly talking shit in the comments.
What happened to the Not Like Us remix?
What happened to it?
I thought are they waiting for the deluxe?
Probably.
That's too long.
I mean, I think that ship done sailed.
Listen,
brother.
I think of Kendrick as being somebody who has very, very highbrow taste. And I think that he should realize and probably does realize that nobody's trying to hear a 12-minute remix of Not Like Us with a bunch of random people rapping on it. Like, people are already doing that. There's tons
YG is a random? How dare you?
Well, why are you throwing YG in the mix there?
Because it was said to be that it was Roddy Ricch and YG on the remix.
And
I never heard that.
Yeah, and wasn't it like Snoop or somebody else?
Yeah, somebody else, yeah.
I never heard that. But from my perspective, if I was Kendrick's manager, I would say the world does not need that. Nobody wants that shit anymore.
No.
Like, it might be good for like purely boosting the technical sales of the album to put out the 12-minute remix or whatever, but like, no, ain't nobody trying to hear that. Like, and especially he's somebody who, what did he do? He did one concert and one music video, and that was basically it in terms of promoting that song. That was part of what made Not Like Us cool, was that he didn't really jump out the window in terms of promoting it personally. Now it appears that there was some an army of bots hired in order. That's a completely separate conversation. But
I will say,
you can't. Come on.
Yeah, Drake. That's
same bots that you got, Drake.
Oh, I'm defending Drake. In
Hell no,
you might have to go to war about that. But okay,
even how you were just talking about Kendrick, you had a taste of Drake on your.
What are you talking about? I was just glazing Kendrick.
I was shocked
on the
at how
lowest
much
key.
You showed love to Kendrick.
On the lowest key.
I am not a nationalist when it comes to Drake. It's like, I'm willing to give anybody credit when they give it to him. It's just, I think when Drake said Kendrick just opened his mouth, somebody give him a Grammy right now. That's like the bar in this whole thing that stands out to me as the most cutting, because it's true that Kendrick just gets way more credit for doing way less than almost anybody else.
Well, and it's funny because what did he just do? Make his most listenable album. Definitely, like, if you could maybe say Damn is listenable, but I want to go, I'll say it's his most listenable album as far as just being able to slap it and not have to put too much thought into it and just have an enjoyable experience.
Yeah.
Like,
since the decode the fucking song.
You ain't got to think about the context or how many times he says this word or whatever.
37 times.
And he even says that on the album. He says, fuck a double entendre. I'm just give it to him straight or some
Which
shit.
is what he said. Like, he said that on like the Heart Part 2 and Part 3. So he's like referencing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But the thing is, what happens? Pitchfork gives this album its lowest review.
Lower than Ice
That
Spice.
was some Drake shit.
But
Adam would have gave the same grade.
Wait, no. Wait. You can't say Pitchfork gave it a bad review because they basically said that I mean, the gist of the review that you can go read is basically that it was lowbrow and not quite as convincing as he might have thought it was.
Shit on West Coast rap.
No, first of all,
West Coast rap deserves to be shit on because it has been in like a 20-year drought. Let's be real.
No, Pitchfork.
Thank God I'm not a West Coast rapper. My shit go crazy.
Pitchfork just sits on anything that's not pseudo intellectual. If it's not some like trying to be like outside the box.
Because they were giving 10s to multiple of his recent projects, or if not 10s, like 9s.
Yeah,
and shit.
like Mr. Morale.
I can say that. I was about to argue you down about that, but Pitchfork posted 6 drugs because it was like a different line.
Because it's
like
very
they blew
different.
6 drugs up. That was
But that was a different time period in which there was a reason for blogs to actually be just like pumping out little short blog articles about singles and shit, which they barely do at this point because nobody wants to click on that.
But you were also like a Young Thug adjacent artist, and Young Thug at Pitchfork used to gobble his cock. You feel me? Like, so
Pitchfork used to love to do it. Them and Fader.
Yeah, of course. Like all the spin, any like alternative.
Bunch of bums pretending to have taste. But I mean, let's just be real. It's like, because
that's what I got out of it.
It's just like a fucking content factory, basically. And they were just pumping out blog posts of like little articles, which is really just so pathetic when you think about it. Just like trying to get 1,000 clicks off writing a little blog post about a YouTube video. And now people have YouTube. YouTube's algorithm is so dialed in that nobody feels like they need Pitchfork anymore. Nobody wants to read 2 paragraphs about a song.
It used to be a go-to, like, let's go wake up, we gonna go Pitchfork, Fader,
Elevator,
like, I mean, that's where you get all your info from.
Yeah.
Then it just changed, like, ever since like podcasting and people found out how to post news on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like the Shade Room, I feel like Baller Alert and the Shade Room were like the first like catch every event and post it type.
Low key, like on the heels of World Star.
Yeah, but I don't know, it's different. Like World Star would catch like whatever somebody clips.
Yeah.
They didn't really put out articles back in the day, did they?
No.
Never.
Yeah.
But World Star was still at a time period in which like if you were to try to run World Star now, what would you do? You would just sit there and stare at Twitter all day until you saw a viral clip, and then you would post the viral clip on World Star, and then you keep looking at Twitter. But now people just look at Twitter. They look at TikTok. They look at Reels. Nobody feels the need to go to a separate website.
Grindface.
Yeah, well,
see, Grindface is kind of like, but Grindface took over where World Star fell off because World Star, you used to go to it and it was just wall to wall fight clips.
Yeah.
Then they start to say, okay, this is bad for advertisers, so let's do a fight compilation that'll have 30 fights in one.
Yeah.
And Grindface kind of took that and said, okay, we're going to be the ones that actually really post all the fights. I'm gonna be real, like I follow so many of these fight accounts and stuff, and it feels like they all kind of just fall by the wayside over time. Like shit just happens.
Because it's like
they
it's hard to monetize.
That's what I was gonna say. How do you monetize something where it's like there's no revenue whatsoever?
Definitely. Okay, back to Kendrick. Okay. I feel like people probably more than anything else want to hear us analyze the artists that were featured on this project. So I think we should go through.
36 was the hardest.
Yeah, it's so to me. Salud. It was really calculated, well-selected collabs. Like he really
with multiple exceptions. Okay, let's get into it. Hey Now featuring Dodie 6. Basically, it's like a Kendrick verse and then a sort of split verse where he's going back and forth with Dodie. Now, this is the one thing I would be interested in is like how much coordination was taking place in terms of who got a full verse versus who got a back to back, because it's like Dodie 6 going back and back to forth with Kendrick. That's not something that normally happens with someone that you just met, that you've never been around before. So the idea of Dodie 6, Kendrick just saying like
interacting like that,
we're gonna go back and forth, me and you right now. We gonna just do a verse together. Imagine being him. He just got out after doing like 8 years, and he's just like, sure, whatever you say.
Fuck yeah.
But what the fuck? Like, how did they even arrive at that idea?
It's the whole album sounded like very organic, like they're just in the studio, especially with the collabs, and it's like they probably were just feeling the vibe. And
but how
I heard he was there cutting vocals until midnight the day before the album dropped.
I'll believe it, because even the Whacked Out Mural thing, like that's not a song title that would have been super logical until like a 2 week before the album came out type shit. Like his mural got whacked out like a few weeks before the project came out.
Why did he spell it with 2 C's though?
I was totally wondering that too.
Yeah, fuck
maybe because he didn't want to put the
CK on there.
But nobody ever would have ever questioned it.
Yeah, why? He's saying a regular word.
Right, isn't that
weird?
weird?
Blood.
I was hoping that maybe you could provide more insight into why he would want to do that.
I was thinking that it was a double entendre.
I mean,
Like
I can't really
Crip whack the country, like whacked out mural, but
it wasn't even that. It was like Mexicans.
Yeah. But that's kind of, and I kind of took it like that. Like we gonna have the 2 C's because even though I run with the rules and all that, because this song is about whacking
shit out.
Yeah, we gonna not whack it. Yeah. That's kind of how I took it. But I could
whacked out murals. You didn't whack your C out, but I really mean CK. I'm gonna put the 2 C's so y'all can see it.
Yeah,
like
it's kind of like when X4 wears his like the Hoover hat. Yeah, shit like that.
For sure.
It's just okay. Him wearing the Hoover hat is one thing because it's just a hat. Whoa. Kendrick had to go way out of his way to change the CK to the CC for that title on the first song, and that's just like it's a weird decision when it's like. I don't know. It's like I can't really figure out why.
I can't grasp it either though, because that fucked me up when I seen it. I'm like, oh, did somebody? Because I think I seen a react to everything, and it said whacked out murals, and I'm like, I went to the track list. I'm like, why you spell it like that? It's crazy.
Hey, they're saying that me and you are giving off Diddy and Meek Mill vibes right now.
We're definitely different colors.
You definitely could have been in the mix, but here you are.
If Diddy and Meek Mill had on Nike Techs, they would have went on the drill together. They should have had on Nike Techs instead of silk button up.
I think they would have gone and got Vaseline together.
Nah, not the Nike Tech. You can't get hit.
I think you guys are more giving Diddy and Fabulous vibes. Like, why don't you want to party with me, Daddy?
Yo, that's sick. All right. So we all agree that the Dodie Six did his thing. He got, and this is the other thing that fascinates me is like, how does Dodie Six get a whole song of just him and Kendrick when then in comparison, you have like Hidda J3, who's like, I would say, has known Kendrick for
that's his boy
20 years. Yeah.
So that's why he's on there.
But he gets smushed onto a song with Peso and Young Threat. Like they decide this song needs 3 people, whereas the Dodie Six one is just him.
Okay, let's go.
Like, how do they make that decision in the courtroom?
All you gotta do is go to monthly listeners or just go to the numbers. J3, I don't think that he's really reached 1 million streams.
But Peso's streaming way more than anybody else on this project in terms of the underground dudes.
That's what I'm saying. So how much of a verse did Peso have?
Yeah, I mean, it's solid. It's a full verse. It's not like the crackhead interlude that they gave Lefty.
Yeah, they good, he bad.
Yo.
That's how trash he is.
We got to talk about that. Lefty. But that shows me that Kendrick is kind of paying like halfway attention. Because if Kendrick had actually listened to Lefty Gunplay's top 5 songs on Apple Music, he would have never invited him to that studio.
Nah.
Instead, he gets him in the studio. He records 3 songs, and that's from the mouth of the Mexican Jesus, LA Icon himself. LA Icon said that they did 3 songs together.
This is true. That's confirmed fact.
Now, I think this also shows to me that Kendrick is a compassionate, caring guy who didn't want to have Lefty come to the studio, record 3 songs, have it leaked out to the world through somebody like LA Icon, and then just not put any of it on the record. So he did the closest thing that he could possibly do to keeping Lefty off the record.
Take his hardest 4 bars and smack him somewhere.
1 bar.
3 words. No. 4 words. Not even. It's not even a sentence.
Yeah.
And then you repeat it over and over. What's he say? Silly, scandalous, funny, haha. Like I forget. He just says 4 random funny, haha. I can't even remember what he said, but that shit.
Said hilarious. Yeah. Silly, scandalous, funny, hilarious.
He opened the thesaurus.
Zesty, flamboyant.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to Kendrick showing love to a young Scante warrior.
Hey, part of the song sounds tight, though.
Yeah,
it does sound tight.
And it's a good-ass song.
That sounds tight.
Some of these other songs, I'm not going to lie, Dodger Blue, that shit sucks. We're going to get into that in a minute. But TV Off, dope song. One of the best songs on the album. I would say Squabble Up and Whacked Out Murals are better from my perspective. But TV Off, one of the best ones. They squeeze a tiny little bit of Lefty in there at the end. But it's like, Kendrick didn't want to put that shit on there, but he felt like he still had to give Lefty a little something because he pulled up to the stew.
If I had to guess, I'm assuming like there's a gang of shit recorded. They just scheduled a bunch of sessions and they just took whatever the best songs were. And that's whatever the ones that made the most sense. There's all different collaborations with different people. You feel me? Some song might have Peso, Dodie, and Chike on it.
Let me paint the picture, though.
Does that sound accurate to you?
let me paint the picture. They do this crazy studio session. They probably got a bunch of different studios going at once. And then when it's all said and done, Kendrick's left sitting there with his team. He's sitting there with Dave Free or whoever the fuck. And he's listening to Lefty's verses. And Kendrick's just like thinking to himself, he's like, but I'm the best LA rapper of the last 15 years. I can't put this on. I can't do it. If you're Kendrick and you care so much about rapping, you cannot put, and then I whip, and then I nay-nay. What do you say? This is all right.
He said me out the whip. Like, give my nay-nay.
He was probably saying shit like that on the verses that didn't get used. Can you imagine how bad that shit was? Because we've never heard a good Lefty verse.
He seems like he would be nervous in front of Kendrick. Like, you meet me the first day and rap. Like, he's so much of a dope fiend. Like, I feel like he'd be like, damn, I got to come up with a hard verse. And then you got to think he's been ridiculed for being ass for the last 3 to 4 months of just putting out trash-ass music to where he had to admit it on the pod a month ago or a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So you got to think you in a booth with that mindset and you trying to perform for Kendrick, pause, if that sounds positive.
Like, Lefty for sure was in that studio with the most understandable sense of imposter syndrome that you could ever have as a person.
Period.
Because he had to be in there just knowing that the streets of LA have basically like ruled him out in terms of being a lyrical force. And then somehow Kendrick got tricked by the face tattoos and the funny, zesty attitude. He invited him in, and then he had to try to perform. They took all that shit out of 3 goddamn verses. All that he could really decide on was like, well, this part where he says 4 unrelated words in a row. Let's just loop that a little bit at the end just so we can have him on there.
Well, yeah, because like, doesn't that kind of show that Kendrick and TDE have like a modicum of respect for Lefty at least, because they kept him on the project?
I think they just didn't. They didn't want to make him look bad,
him.
And that's why Lefty never said nothing about this shit before it came out. Like, Icon leaked it, but Lefty never said anything because I think Lefty was scared that Kendrick was going to leave him off entirely, because obviously that would have been the fair, rational decision since the shit was so booty.
You've been putting out trash music and you got to go rap with the best rapper in possibly the whole universe right now. You got some butterflies.
And the crazy part about it to me is that Lefty can't say, he's always trying to say he's the top LA Mexican rapper. You're not even the top LA Mexican rapper on this project. Peso wiped the floor with you.
Yeah.
Well, let's be real.
He came out while Peso was in jail. So
tell him Peso did it. Who fucked Lefty up on this project? Tell him Peso did it. I'm just saying, it's not even close. Peso washed you. Lefty, you need to go home and you need to study Peso's verse on this, and then you need to study the rest of his catalog. That's a real Rasa member right there. What you're doing, lyrically, can't hold a candle to my man.
Do you think, though, like, is it possible that Lefty is feeling himself so much that he went and recorded that song with Kendrick? He was like, oh, I'm doing a song with Kendrick, but you know what? Kendrick's doing a song with Lefty Gunplay right now. Like,
you think he went in there and just did his little zesty freestyle thing?
Like,
I would love to hear it.
Kendrick, we're the 2 hardest rappers in the city. You know, we got to do it. We got to put on for Black and Brown unity. Like,
I'm the best Mexican rapper. You're the best Black rapper. It only makes sense.
It only makes sense. I totally see that. You couldn't.
Hey man, they said I couldn't be on the album with Kendrick. I'm in here with the blacks, fool. This shit crazy, bro. I'm the best of the Rasa. You're the best of the blocks.
He's finna go left when they get to like, I'm on Kendrick's album, so.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Like, nigga,
I'm glad though of like, look at all the collabs are so politically chosen. It's like he got hella bloods on there.
Has extremely low amount of views. It lets you
These
know
are the views on the genius.com
of the lyrics.
thing.
People reading the lyrics.
I'm just saying, nobody's concerned about the song. It still shows a level of concern, right?
Wait, which one? The Lefty one?
No, the Dodger Blue with Roddy Siete and
you can't say the Lefty one. He's not on the song.
Yeah, he ain't on it that much.
Who got left off Bad and Bougie?
You know what it is though? It's like, all right, you know, it's taken down now, but me and Big Sad, rest in peace, the collab that we did, you know how there was like a little snippet like that little snippet of Birdman in the middle of it?
Yeah.
Just talking some shit, saying something. Yeah. I mean, that's like kind of what he gave Lefty, is like a funny little, it's like when you see a crackhead outside the studio and you just like get him on camera talking shit a little bit and you put that at the end of the video or whatever. It's like, to me, that's closer to what they gave Lefty than an actual feature.
So you're saying they skrilled him essentially?
Everybody, yes, for sure. Zombieland.
Yeah,
it was Zombieland when Lefty showed up in the studio. And for the record, Lefty, this is all your fault. The reason why we're shitting on you right now. I would be in here trying to hold water for him, and especially you. Nobody has done more to glaze Lefty Gunplay than you.
I fuck with Lefty,
but it's hard for you to defend a lot of his recent catalog. I've noticed.
Well, you know, like I would like to see him actually put his best foot forward. If you listen to the joints he was putting out when he first
came out, it sounded a lot better.
Boulevard Babies, all the shit he was doing with Benji Rowe and shit was hard. And I just feel like he hasn't really been putting the same effort into it. But you know, I would like to.
Is it problem writing for him now?
Problem writing for him? Shit, I don't know about that. But
he needs somebody to write for him. That's my number one piece of advice.
Think he got a writer now.
Did you problem write the verse on the
Those 4 words?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Yeah, probably.
But I won't use that to take it away from him when Lefty starts to rap like a coherent human being, which I assume will happen at some point. Like if he gets a writer and actually gets his shit together, I'm not going to try to take that away from him.
Like glazing, politics, all that aside, Bro can really rap. Like he can freestyle for hours. He just doesn't.
Watch me whip and watch me nay nay.
Not been putting his best foot forward.
If they tell him to control his drug intake, he won't be freestyling. If he gas up off a 0.2 line of some shorts,
man.
Come on, man. Anybody can rap all night off that shit.
0.2,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a healthy.
Some of the earlier Lush One podcast appearances.
His music definitely sounds like somebody who's mashing meth smoke down their throat as they produce it. But anyway, Lefty, I swear there will be another moment, hopefully, possibly, where you get another chance to rap with some of the big dogs. But unfortunately, Peso absolutely washed him on this project.
Well, and let's just give Peso his flowers, because Peso's been a dude that's really just kept his nose at the grindstone, doesn't really engage in too much fuckery, you know what I mean? And just been, he's a good representative. Like I said, like Kendrick was very deliberate with who he chose. He got someone from the neighborhood card with Doty. He got Hoover with Threat. He got a bunch of Bloods, and he got 2 essays. He like pretty much
covered the board.
Yeah. He's just missing Stupid Young. He would have had every.
There you go, even a little bit more diverse. Yeah.
And Tommy TK. Then he could have had the.
Tommy K. Yeah. The Armenians too.
Yeah.
Okay, my least favorite song, and you know, I'm a big supporter of Wale the Sensei. Always been a fan of him. I think it was his first interview. Always liked Roddy Ricch's music. Not super familiar with Siete. I know he's been on this platform and everything, but the Dodger Blues song to me is like that was the biggest letdown. I could barely tell who's who in terms of who's rapping on it. It's like a little interlude. A lot of these dudes are getting like 4 bars, like just kind of singing and harmonizing. To me, that was probably the biggest.
That's a skip.
That was a skip for me. I was impressed by the AZ Chike feature. I don't.
Why did he put AZ Chike on there? Like, not that AZ Chike is whack or nothing, but I don't. Why is, of all the rappers in LA, explain that to me.
He came with the coolest verse, AZ Chike. He probably had all of them, but Rucci probably was there too. Probably didn't make it.
Like
do we know of anybody who went there and didn't get on the project, though?
Oh, man.
Do you know other people who were there that didn't get featured? Because
I don't know. I think I do, but I just don't want to. You know how this internet does you. Like, nigga, I wasn't there, nigga.
I'm not going to lie. The last thing I watched from Chike was I watched a video that he did with OT7 Kwani in the studio.
Yeah.
And it was like the kind of thing where you could tell that he copped the feature and then showed up to shoot the video in studio. And Kwani looked like he was going to die, possibly, like really mega leaned out, like could barely even rap the fucking verse. I saw that was the last Chike video that I watched. And I remember thinking like,
not good.
I don't know. This doesn't seem like it's going too good.
But like 1 or 2 songs from him since I've been home. I don't know.
I like
I like that song though. I like his feature on this project.
His project with Rucci was cool. I mean, like if I'm being objective, even though obviously we know the truth, long live the truth forever. His Draco diss track was pretty solid as a diss track. You know what I mean? Like other than that, there isn't too many Chike songs that I really wanted to slap like that. Regardless, I don't know. I just see that's like a weird collab. I'm not a fan of that record really.
Well, I'll hit you with a a controversial opinion. The ruler's name has been thrown in the mix a lot with this project, since obviously Kendrick's kind of channeling some of his flow at times on this project. A lot of the rappers who are featured on this project, I feel like, kind of blend together a little bit, and I feel like it's largely because so many people in LA are kind of doing a Draco flow.
Yeah.
And if you have the charisma and the personality to pull that off, then it works. Obviously, it works great for Kendrick. For a lot of people, I feel like it's not really the best flow for them to be using, and it doesn't really work that great. And I feel like there's a couple different songs on here where that's kind of what I think is like, it's the Draco influence is maybe not always the best influence for you.
Yeah.
It works great for him, and it works for like great rappers, but sometimes it's not the best for everyone else.
Especially when they're not incorporating a lot of the elements that made Draco actually good, like his wordplay and just like saying things. You know what I mean?
If you're not off the same drugs as him, you need to stop.
But he was off too many drugs.
He's off.
That's what I'm saying. You can't
6 or
do
more.
that. You can't go in there and try to match somebody who's high out their mind. You're not saying the same shit because he's at a point of not giving a fuck. So whatever comes out of his mouth is nigga all lingo and silly shit because I'm faded. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't do the Draco. Like, people try to, but it doesn't really come off as Draco.
You gotta really
you
not
can't
care.
hear the dope in their voice.
Yeah.
Like, you can hear the raspy, I'm fighting for my life in every song.
I had almost forgot that Hidda J3 was still rapping. I thought he had switched to full-time Twitter user. Just kidding, buddy. But I actually thought his verse sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
He tore himself away from Twitter for a little bit to record that verse. Yo, I hope his shit is monetized.
It's crazy though. Like, why would you choose AZ Chike but not put like Ralphie or Blue Bucks or like, there's so many.
Oh, you know why he didn't do Ralphie?
Yeah, for sure. I just feel like there's a lot. And also, I get, like, it was dope that Dodie was on there. It would have been sick to see X4 on there. That's just me though. I would have liked to see X4 on there too. I feel like he's really.
Both of them. I mean, he did.
I'm not saying as opposed to him.
He did enough.
He did
I
enough.
mean,
You're right.
He did
enough. He did enough.
You
He did enough.
If
You're right.
anything,
You're right.
I feel like when I look at this track list, part of me is like, oh shit, like these songs are gonna sound crowded as fuck. 'Cause you never hear a song from an artist with three features on it that actually sounds good. Luckily,
that's some Detroit shit.
Kendrick can call the shots on his own shit to the extent where it's like if you're Lefty and you turn in a whack ass verse, okay, we're gonna clip the one good bar and then we're gonna loop that a bunch of times and we'll have that be your contribution. And that's true on a bunch of this, where it's like a lot of these dudes get like very short appearances, but it doesn't drag.
That's what I was trying to say. It wasn't 4 verses on Gen X though. It was like somebody bust down a verse.
Hidda has like a verse and Threat has a verse at the end, and then like Kendrick and Peso are like going back and forth and shit. Which is that? And
wild.
You know what Peso managed to accomplish that almost everybody else on the project didn't accomplish is he said his name like 10 times.
Yeah, Peso.
Which is a really good
Peso
idea
did
because so many randos are going to be listening to this and not like ever really checking the track list to see who you are.
To all my music from now on, Kendrick voice right before the song come on. Tell them Peso did it.
But did he
Peso
say no? But it was
Peso.
Peso saying, tell him Peso did it.
Oh, that was him?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
but
I
he's
thought
like,
that was
but
Kendrick.
Kendrick's like queuing him up to say it, which kind of shocked me. Of like, oh, that's dope, because you know a bunch of these verses, like if you didn't know that it was a feature, you might think it was just some random guy. Like if you were just like a casual fan.
And I feel like this started with Kanye, the not crediting the features.
And there was like
that was bullshit.
There was multiple people that like I forget which album it was. There was a Kanye album that was supposed to have like Post Malone. Remember Vic? But then Post Malone was on it, but it was like 2 bars that you could barely even tell it was him because the fucking auto-tune was so crazy. And there was like I feel like he might have done a similar thing to Young Thug. Remember when Vic Mensa was supposed to be on a Kanye project?
Yeah,
like
he had fucking West Side Gun and Conway on there. Like,
Yeah.
it was a million features, and they were all kind of just randomly appear.
But that was Donda one, right?
Yeah, it was Donda. Yeah.
One of my least favorite feelings is when you go to listen to a song because you want to hear the feature, and then you get to the end of the song, and you're like, God damn it, I didn't even notice the feature if it was on there.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I don't know why artists do that. Like, if you go put somebody on your album, at least let them get they shine, bro. He dropped the first list with nobody's name on. I'm like, bro, at that point, take me off your album, bro.
Why is it gotta? There's always
that was some bitch ass shit.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of fuck shit. Like it's like it's literally like I'm gonna give you a pound of weed for Christmas, but no fucking raps. You can't even roll up. Yeah, you can just stare at it. You have a pound though, but you can't even fucking smoke.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's what Kendrick does to Los Angeles.
Okay, crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. Which one stands out? Hilarious seems like a very different word compared to crazy, scary, spooky.
Yeah.
Look at what we're left with to analyze here. There's so little for us to go on. But it's
I say R.I.P. P4K.
Pitchfork, I'm guessing, yeah.
Nah, that's
popcorn.
Don't get excited.
What? Because
okay.
He walked into that one.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, I thought it was a pretty dope project. But both of the SZA songs didn't really do it for me.
Yeah.
And I'm obviously not like a fan of the softer
Why didn't
content.
he put the Baby Stone Gorillas on his album?
See?
Now that's a question.
That's a fair
because
question,
it's like
yeah.
I would have put the Baby Stone Gorillas on before I did the Young Threat. Oh,
not Threats from Hoover.
I know, but what I'm saying is like the up and coming class,
I got
like
you.
Threat, hit it. I understand hit it, but like
Baby Stone Gorillas would have been sight on there.
That would have been a hard song because they already got the Draco flow.
Well, but don't Kendrick function with the Nickersons super heavy, right?
That's over with.
Okay.
Yeah, that's over with.
Okay. But yeah, there's a million why isn't blank on there. But just
we got a new mustard tag out of all this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's so viral.
Mustard!
Yeah.
He was geeked. I think he took like a Tesla, like y'all pull up, we about to make an album.
That'd be like the coolest thing
Kendrick
it's like
did in his life. All the featured songs like in 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
Seems like it,
like
right?
everybody came to the studio. Well, I don't know. They could have been working on it, but it was very low key. And well, Vlad, he posted that Lefty was gonna be on there. He didn't say Lefty, but what was that, 2 to 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they probably was all in there for like a week. He was geeked up.
It's kind of amazing that everybody was able to keep a secret besides LA Icon leaking shit. But for the most part, I didn't hear any of these dudes talking about it. I'm sure if I had spoke to Dodie Six, he probably would have let it drop.
His Dodie Six's pops works at the same spot that my girl does. And she told me first, she was like, yo, do you know that like that kid Dodie Six, have you heard of him before? And I was like,
his dad from 40s.
Yeah. I was like, I just posted a picture with him. You feel me? Like a month ago when he was over here. Like I've been fucking with that kid. She's like, oh, he's on Kendrick's next album. So like that's how I knew about it.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah. I didn't believe it when I heard it. I was like, yeah, right.
I didn't even know that was his dad till he came home. That's my boy.
Yeah.
It's like my older homie. He like, man, make sure my son gets to know Jumper. I look up, he was already on his way. I'm like, shit, he hot. He already on his way up.
I've been fucking with Dodie since the 40s anthem. That gang shit. Yeah.
I feel like I've kind of gone back and forth in my head between like I really enjoy this project as an album. At the same time, it doesn't necessarily really feel like a real album. And part of that is the reason why I like it is because it's short. It's like 45 minutes. But it also has a bunch of guests that feel, the more you listen to it, that feel a little bit tacked on, like maybe not necessarily the most wholehearted usage of all these people / like some rappers who probably realistically didn't deserve to be on it in the first place, which feels very mixtape-ish. You know, you just sort of jam a lot of your homies onto it. Obviously, we're very, very removed from the mixtape era.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of that. Some of the songs feel a little unfinished, a little random, but like the first couple songs, like within the first 5-6 songs, there's like a bunch of like real bangers. But then like a bunch of it feels kind of like stuff that wouldn't have made its way onto a real Kendrick project. So
that's what we didn't want.
That's what's tight about it.
We were begging for a different type of Kendrick.
Exactly.
I feel like there's been a lot of suggestion that there's going to be another project released by Kendrick at some point, and that this is kind of like the appetizer. I don't think he wants to say that. But the more I listen to this, the more it feels like the appetizer to something potentially
if
bigger
he put
at
Not
some
Like
point
Us
soon.
on this album, then I don't know.
That would have been gay.
I mean, yeah, it would, because that would have been exactly what Drake did. Drake would for sure put his most streamed single on there to pad the numbers.
Yeah.
Kendrick not doing that and still
Going
performing
crazy,
as
that
high
was
as he
hard.
is. Yeah, that's
To me, him not putting it on the album is more like, it just would have been so lame to be listening to this shit and to have to be reminded of a diss song from 6 months ago that we're all sick of.
Come on, bro. Ain't nobody sick of that but you and Drake.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Fuck. He talking about we're all
Do you want me to do a poll?
Yeah, we do a poll.
Wham, wham, wham.
Yeah. He said everybody, and you and
Are
the Drake
you sick
team.
of Not Like Us? To me, it's unbelievably obvious that Not Like Us is over as a song that people are actually excited to
I
hear.
think Kendrick's sick of it.
But what
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
me too.
that could have been the lead single off the album, and you have to put it on the album. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? Nobody's sick of it to where it couldn't have went on this album and boosted the. You know what I mean?
He
You
gonna
don't
perform it at the
you don't
Super
have
Bowl.
to-
Best believe.
For sure, 100%.
But that-
But you don't have to go outside the album to get to Not Like Us, is what I was saying. Just throw it in there because you know they want to hear Not Like Us too.
I feel like this album was, even though there are references to, don't point out your W until it's actually done calculating. Everybody go in the chat. Let us know.
Vote.
Are you sick of Not Like Us? Don't call it out when there's fucking 40 votes. But I want to know. Or what I was going to say is the thing that I think is kind of cool about this album is that it feels quite post Drake beef. Now it's still reflecting on it. There's like mentions, like various things that obviously are alluding to it, but it doesn't feel like he spent this whole project like ruminating on the fact that he just took this massive W in this beef. You know, it feels like the next stage in his artistry, which I think is a lot more respectable and commendable than if this album felt like, oh, let's heap more dirt on Drake after we already
No, that
did a
would have been
number
lame
on
as
it.
fuck.
Yeah.
It would have been bogus.
But he
as
could have
hell.
easily done that, and so many people would have,
Just-
including all of us.
Just imagine all the suburban white kids that's listening to Dodie Six and shit now.
Yeah, that's
like
tight.
that shit's crazy
That's
because you got to
dope.
think of a Kendrick Lamar concert. And then you got to think that's who you just fed that music to. You just
Bro, have you
fed-
heard that guy Dodie Six? Dottie Six? Dottie Six? He goes hard in the paint,
Goes
bro.
hard in the paint, bro.
Okay, but here's the question: is out of this project, which one of the features do you feel like is the most likely for a casual, aka a 18-year-old kid from fucking Kansas who's listening to this project because he knows Kendrick's the biggest rapper in the world, so maybe he listens to Kendrick and he listens to a handful of other rappers, but for the most part he's not tuned into the LA underground scene. Who on this project do you think is going to get the most plays from people saying, okay, I'm going to go check out some songs from this guy that I just heard on this Kendrick album?
Lefty Gunplay.
Listen,
Dottie Six and Peso.
Yeah, Dodie and Peso for sure.
Peso, I agree kind of on that. I feel like J3 to me again, like made like a pretty good impression. Yeah, I guess like I feel like the fans, if they see Lefty Gunplay, it's just like such a crazy name that they might just go listen to Lefty Gunplay.
And it's one of the bigger songs on there.
And let's be real, based on his performance on the album, you really have no idea like who he is as a rapper since there's like so little on the project. I could
Soon
see
as
that
they-
making people kind of curious.
I think
As
it's
soon
good
as
for
they
his
go
career.
to that top 5 on Spotify, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Okay,
It did already.
But you told
No.
me that the
No, I'm
monthly
talking about
listener
that.
count isn't affected unless they're on the track list, right?
Correct.
So, but now it
Correct.
looks like they are on the track list.
You have to be. So there's two different types of artists on on Spotify. You could either be.
This is up a little bit, 630K.
You
Like,
could either be. Well, it'll show up in his top 5 if it's
Oh.
So yeah, it's not there because.
so you're saying that Lefty's appearance on the Kendrick album does not count towards his monthly listeners?
Correct.
When you went
Yeah.
back, it was right there.
I'm not gonna lie. I listened to, or I looked at his monthly listeners like a couple weeks ago, like on this podcast, I think, and I think it was less than 630K, but it wasn't like that much less. Like it
Yeah.
might have been more like 500,000 or 600K.
But his numbers are show a bit like enhanced now.
Yeah, but what?
For
but
sure.
some of the features, like, okay, is SZA the only one who's like listed as an official feature on it or some shit.
When
Like,
you,
I
when
thought
you
Roddy
typed
Ricch
in Lefty,
too, right?
the Kendrick thing was up there at first, and then when you clicked on it, it wasn't there.
really?
Yeah, no, it
I don't
doesn't.
know.
It doesn't show up.
Go.
Lefty actually put out an album too that I have absolutely not heard
Put out
or
a
listened
few.
to in any way. But this is new. This just came out, I think.
What
It
the
has-
West bout with Snoop Dogg?
featuring Snoop Dogg.
This must have just dropped like today.
I
type
think
shit.
it just came out the other day. That's one thing that is not being discussed is the fact that like at least one or two other rappers I can think of dropped projects that basically got like zero attention as a result of
They
Kendrick
say
dropping.
G Perico
Facts.
dropped the same day.
Really?
Yeah.
Ice Cube dropped the
See,
same.
there you go. Wait, did he really?
Yeah, he did.
Oh my God, Corday dropped like the day before.
This fool Ice
They-
Cube was like going on a
nobody
whole
got to listen to
campaign.
that.
There's like a retarded conspiracy theory going around that Kendrick dropped on that date to diss Ice Cube. Because I was like, yeah, I promise you that's not what's going
To
on.
fight for his greatest of all time status.
Especially when Ice Cube just put out an album full of, well, my name's Ice Cube and I'm here to say type
Nah,
raps.
but you hear
Like,
that one that I watched the Ice Cube video that was fucking dope. Like, and the numbers were impressive too.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like he's
A newer song?
But I'm not gonna lie, I listened to a random bootleg Kev interview clip where
That's
he
not
tried to ask Ice Cube. He tried to ask him like, "Would you ever work with Mac 10 again?"
Yeah. He said, like, we'll see. I don't know.
But Ice Cube's like response was the most like, "How dare you ask me that question?" type response possible. I texted Kev right after. I was like, "Bro, this is fucking amazing."
That was a ballsy move by Kev. I respect it.
because Ice Cube don't want to talk about that shit.
Well, he was literally, and if you notice that, if you watch that interview immediately after, Kev oscillates to,
Yeah.
the new album.
He switches it
Yeah.
up real quick.
Instantly.
Yeah. Bro, but you want to see, you know who's become a fucking hardcore Kendrick Glazer? Let's pull up Bootleg Kev
Flacco.
Twitter.
Which is crazy because, Adam, I don't think I've ever heard you speak so highly about an album since I've started working with you.
I think it's a great album. I'm not gonna lie.
This is the
you guys are
like-
always trying to paint me as if I'm like complicit and like like I only like care about records for people that I'm tapped in with. It was not the case at all. Look at this.
Did I just see MC8?
Yes. Yeah, I saw that too.
Drake,
That's it.
Bootleg Kev. So Drake, the same rapper who accused someone of domestic violence, being molested as a kid, having his girl sleep with his best friend, and his own child not being his, sued someone for defamation because a diss song was too offensive. Now, right here, this is a lie. Drake is not suing Kendrick.
Yeah.
This is not true. This is a complete fabrication.
Somebody just put that out.
He's accusing UMG of being complicit in defamation, but he is not suing Kendrick.
But
And not
isn't he
just
under the same umbrella?
Yes.
I mean,
He's-
he
he's
is
under
signed to UMG
right?
as well.
So,
Yes.
I mean, it's
but
the
he's not
same box.
suing Kendrick. And in fact, UMG's response was, if you sue us, we're going to sue Kendrick. We're going to put it on him.
Yeah.
Right.
But he did not sue Kendrick. Let's just to be totally clear.
But this is a lose-lose for Drake. Keep after you.
Okay. All while mentioning radio as being a format to conspire against him, the same radio that has blindly supported Drake in anything he's released for 15 fucking years. By the way, guys, as soon as someone who's on the radio in almost 100 cities, as someone who's on the radio in almost 100 cities, Not Like Us is only one of the highest researching songs in years at both urban and rhythmic formats. That's not how you spell rhythmic,
Yeah.
Kev.
Yeah, really.
That's why it's played SMH.
So he's basically saying that it was organically performing like that, and people were really trying to
What
listen
up,
to the
Sus?
record.
I
Curb.
I feel you, but that is one like thing that I find kind of hilarious with people is that people will say this song did not have millions of plays pumped into it. It wasn't supported by the algorithm, it wasn't supported by the label because look how popular it is. That's how a song gets popular is they pay labels, they pay the radio stations, they pay whoever in order to fucking get it out there because they know that once you hear the song over and over and over, you're going to be more
You can
likely
take
to listen
away
to it
all
more.
the bots and all that. Wherever
Exactly.
arena that he's going to, the whole arena's finna be screaming, "They not like us."
And I agree with you, it would have been popular either way.
Yeah.
But the fact is that when you pump huge amounts of money into promoting a song, then you're going to make it more popular.
Yeah.
But it's hard for people to accept that the song is very popular and that the song is popular because all these things were done in the background. But it happens all the time.
Well,
constantly.
The thing that's confusing is
otherwise
Drake,
labels wouldn't be doing it.
They used it for Drake all the time. He's mad that somebody else
assume that
got
is true as well. Yeah.
Exactly, and Drake knows the game he's in. He knows it's been Payola since Payola.
If anybody knows,
and now that it's
I don't think Drake's taking it away from Kendrick. If Kendrick wanted to do that, he's saying UMG did it, and they did it because they wanted to increase their bargaining power in our negotiations for his catalog.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what he's saying in the lawsuit. And no offense, Kev, I'm not talking to you, but in general, a shitload of people are basically just like missing that point and just like acting as if he's suing Kendrick because Kendrick said mean things about him.
No,
that's not what's going on.
He's essentially suing over lost wages, is what it comes down to, like, or lost income.
And he's saying that his own label conspired against him to basically paint this picture of him and to work against him because by promoting Kendrick, yes, that's good for UMG, but taking away his bargaining power is even better for UMG because there's been
they get him for the low on the next
and even before Not Like Us, they've been going back and forth like crazy, and there's been stuff like now it makes sense to me. Okay, why was 100 gigs important? Is because that was Drake saying like, look, I can put music out without involving you guys, and the same reason he was dropping stuff directly on Instagram.
And the same reason why, like, Kendrick not putting Not Like Us on his record is powerful because, like, that's the kind of thing that's like showing I don't need to do this. That's like, that makes it an extra flex, you know? But like Drake at this point, like he's really played himself in multiple accounts because let's say he wins, right? Now all of his metrics for the entirety of his career are now brought under question.
But that realistically should be the case for every major label artist.
Yeah.
All of their numbers should be called into question. And if anything, I feel like Drake is he's Superman right now. He's the defender of the truth.
Yeah, the music industry gonna be looking bad if they let them pull up them numbers like that. It's a reason why they haven't.
Yeah.
If they can go back and see who all used bots. If they could spot one, they could spot majority.
But like that could potentially tarnish a lot of Drake's accolades.
No, it can't.
Yes,
like
it can.
It's a part of the game. He's not going to go give him the money to pump the shit.
Yeah, I disagree,
like,
Lush,
I'm
because
rapping and putting this shit out.
It's probably done for Drake's shit, but Drake needs it less than anybody. You know,
he doesn't.
Whereas I can only speak authoritatively about my own experience, but when we put out the TK and Black Boy JB record, I was sitting there looking at the YouTube back end when it came out, and I can 100% positively say that Atlantic pumped millions of fake views into those records as it was coming
like the
out.
most viewed videos.
Yeah. So again, I'm admitting it. I didn't buy it, but the most popular songs on the No Jumper channel are botted. For sure. And I say that just because I was sitting there, I was watching the comments come in at an inhumane rate, saying things that did not really seem like the things that a hardcore Black Boy JB or TK fan was going to say.
Wow, I love this energy.
This is awesome.
Yeah. You see what fake comments look like these days, too. And it was the same shit. And they were coming in at such a rate that it was like 1 billion times crazier than any other piece of content I had ever put out. And at the time, I'm kind of naive, sitting there just like, wow, this shit's really moving the needle. This shit's really popular. And, you know, like as time goes by, I realized like, oh, they were pumping fake plays into that. And, you know, like that's what they do for a huge percentage of artists out there. And I've sat there in labels and had label people tell me, yeah, that song, that's huge. That's like one of the biggest songs. And I'm not going to name it because rest in peace. But I had the labels sitting there telling me, we pumped this much money into this song. And I'm sitting there just like, what? That song is so popular. The same thing that a lot of people out there are having a hard time wrapping their head around is like, that song's so popular. Why the fuck would you have had to buy plays for it? And they're like, no,
you gotta keep it.
That's still like, we had to get it out there. We had to play for placement. We had to pay for fake views. And that's, no matter how good the song was, that's just part of getting it off the ground.
It's accessibility, and because it get buried by this sea of content. So you got to keep it at the front of the algorithm.
But that's like, I was signed to APG and they were doing that.
Yeah.
It totally makes sense that they would be doing that to everybody else that they had signed, not to mention the rest of Atlantic.
So let me ask you this. Could Meek Mill pretty much mirror this lawsuit? If he's under UMG, which I believe he is, could he mirror that because they did the same thing to him with back-to-back?
I feel like Drake probably like knows more intimate details, which is why he is filing this lawsuit, and that Meek maybe doesn't. But you've seen Meek actually going on like pretty similar tirades today. Look at this. And, you know, as much as Meek, you know, it feels like his demise is largely his own doing, in particular because his spelling is so bad. I mean, look at this one.
I remember Meek Mill was cool.
I went indie, and my last 2 show offers was in Finland and in Portugal. Big festival shows, but nothing after. I sold out the Garden and went indie. This is not how you spell indie, by the way. After Expensive Pain, the media made it like I fell off terribly after Expensive Pain, close to platinum. Okay. Number one, I mean, this is Meek Mill. He's supposed to be a really big rapper, and this is like a pretty, you know, this is an instigating ass tweet. It only has 1,000 likes. I feel like Meek Mill fell off very much in like a genuine manner because people just decided that he was corny and they didn't want to listen to him rap. That being said, you know, he's making the statement that basically like when he stopped being signed to a major label, that they were happy to basically like rip as many opportunities as possible away from him.
For sure.
And I believe it, for sure.
Absolutely.
And there's nobody there to save you once you're not with the label. Whereas like the label can do a lot to insulate you from criticism and shit, you know?
Yeah.
They've made that their business.
Force you on with another one of their artists. Like, they can make it happen.
Nah, for sure. They do a lot of tricky shit behind the scenes.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
It makes sense now. Okay, adding that nuance though, I think that people are all missing that. Like people don't realize it's not about him feeling defamed. It's like he literally got backdoored by the company that he fucks with, essentially.
At a certain time, and okay, let's rewind the clock, and let's say that Drake was still hunky-dory with UMG and everything was going perfect in their relationship, and Drake had never really tried to rock the boat. He was just going along with the flow, making his money, letting them own a big chunk of his content, etc. Didn't own his own masters, etc. Oh, I bet UMG would have jumped in front of this Not Like Us thing big time. If they still felt like it was worth it to protect their investment in the form of Drake, they would have done everything possible to get in the way of that record or minimize the impact of that record. Who knows, like, how effective that would have been?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, how much can you, like, let's say it's complete. Let's say there's no support behind it. There's no machine. Does that record still make a huge impact? Now, obviously, like,
yeah,
it's very hard to
so.
tell.
That's what I said, because the people are showing, you get the live reactions on their social media, so it's like bots can't react to this shit, and it was millions of people reacting to these songs and showing how much they love this song, so you can see who it touched. Half of that, more than half of that is real people.
That showed up on my YouTube algorithm literally 20 minutes after it had been uploaded. It said uploaded like 22 minutes ago. I clicked on it. As soon as I heard Mustard on a Beat, I knew. I was like, oh, it's a rap for Drake. Yeah.
That's what I said. I was listening to it in live time. Drake had just dropped something. Me and Sharp was on FaceTime, matter of fact.
Pause.
Listen, we was talking about his love for Drake on FaceTime, and then Kendrick dropped. And you should have just seen his face. He went to go tear down the shrine. That was the day.
No, that wasn't the day.
Just playing.
Months after that. Hey, Drake really don't fuck with you, Sharp.
He said, nah, that wasn't the day.
Oh, you know what I'm going to do on our next song? Custer!
Custer on the beat.
Oh, that's not a shot at anybody.
Oh, wow.
That being said, give me one. I gotta go crazy. Let's do a fucking sig, man.
Fucking
Lizzo on the beat, ho. Man. All right.
Lizzo broke her feet, ho.
We don't have to talk about Lil Wayne responding to Kendrick. We just talked about this shit for like an hour.
Nobody cares.
Okay.
Snoopy nice, cuz.
Wait, okay. Wait, I think in order to best serve our audience, they probably want to hear us talk about the Yuri and house phone debacle. Wait, I just want to read this though, because like look at. Oh wait. This is you want to get a mic? Should we get a suspect up in this bitch? You got Panda Express?
Yeah.
But I'll stop for the pop.
No, that's dope.
I'm gonna go switch spots with you, stingy nigga.
No, I don't even want to read the. There's another Funk Flex.
I'm kind of mad that there is no Almighty Suspect verse on the Kendrick album.
This
to be honest with
stingy,
you,
light skinned nigga.
To be honest with you,
Yeah, you need to take Chike off that and remix it.
yeah,
My meals be important.
yeah.
My meals be important. I would see this motherfucker would be eating a Lunchable every morning when we had the news going, man.
You should.
Got to be, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
definitely. I would have took a Sus verse over if he was going to
Over
do it.
AZ Chike?
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
over a lot of people.
You're gonna start something.
I love my nigga Tyke, bro. I can't let y'all do this.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gay.
I was just like assuming you didn't like him.
It's our hypothetical.
Hey,
Okay.
It's
listen,
our hypothetical album.
I got a whole mixtape with Tyke. I got hella songs
Listen,
with Tyke. I've been on tour.
I'm a listener.
Let's get him a seat.
Yeah. A suspect.
Yeah, where you
though.
at, Michael?
If it's between you or
Listen,
Chike being
roll
on the
this weed
album,
up.
I'm gonna have to choose that Almighty Suspect verse.
I
Keep it a
can't
sec.
match your opinion, but I love Tyke.
Oh yeah, do that.
I can't let y'all do this.
Who else should have been on the album? Snoopy Badass, obviously.
Smithy Luciano.
Whoa! You just break your finger?
You good, Holmes?
That's down the street.
Holy shit! Sorry about that, Donnie. I know I didn't do anything, but it looks like you just pinch your finger or something.
It looks way more crucial.
Oh, okay, you got it. Yeah. All right.
Donnie's got man hands.
Man
He's
hands.
a real man out here.
Man. Oh man. I almost yeah,
That belt is fucking hard.
I keep seeing stuff I want to respond to in the chat, but then Bricc isn't here, so I feel like I don't want to.
want to say come out like last season or 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, it's just bad.
What's going on, sus?
Shit, coolin'.
Yo,
Shit.
can we at least mention it?
What?
It was somebody's birthday.
That's
last
what I was going to
weekend.
bring up, but then Bricc ain't here, so I feel like I can't bring it up yet. What?
This chair?
Yeah. You want to loop it through over there?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Appreciate that, bruh.
I don't be on my phone today.
I didn't post anything about my birthday. I even avoided.
I didn't know.
I didn't repost anybody. I went back to my old ways. For many years, I forbid my friends to say anything about my birthday on social media. Back in the BMX
that about?
days, I just don't. Is it just me, or is it normal to get kind of like depressed on your birthday?
It's not.
It depends on your situation in life.
Okay, well, objectively, my situation in life is pretty decent. You know,
Is it because you're getting older then?
it's always that
You
though.
got
I'm
the answer
talking
there.
about back in the day, like 15 years ago, when I didn't feel like super old. When I'm like, 15 years ago, I would have been 26. I wasn't like old enough to like feel like I'm really that old, but I still just, I don't know. I do badly with the attention that comes with it being your birthday. Like I respond poorly to it. I don't really like know what to do with so many people saying nice things to me. And then also like the party thing, like we had a sick party last year.
How
My
do
gir-
you top that?
My girl asked me like, "Do you want to do another party?" I was like, "No, I definitely don't."
Well, especially it's like you did
Bro,
that because you were turning 40, though, right?
Yeah.
That's like way more of a milestone. Like
Mm.
I know that I turned 43 in a couple weeks, and
Mhm.
like the amount of people that give a fuck is.
Why you say that?
No, I've just scaled my expectations very low because, bro, who gives a fuck? I'm turning 43.
Yeah.
Like, who
And
Sort of
gives a
also,
random
I feel like
year.
parties
Yeah.
is like real socially draining, bro.
Oh yeah.
That
I don't
too.
have time. I don't gotta, man. My social battery get to draining fast as a motherfucker, and I'll be damn near the first one to leave my own birthday party type shit. You know,
Yeah.
like I
Wait, you
can't do
got
it too
wings
long.
out there? What the fuck? I'm not gonna lie. When I had that 40th birthday party, I pretty much had like a line of people trying to take photos the whole time. Which I'm not gonna lie, like that shit sucked. Like,
That's
I
kinda
It's like
weird.
nigga, you
I
on a
appreciate-
job. It's not even your party. no
yeah,
more.
because it's like we do. A lot of the people there are like actual friends and peers of mine, but a lot of them want to take pics because everybody got a fucking Instagram account. And then the
Right.
percentage of people there who are like basically like fans who don't even really know me but think that Plug Talk's tight or No Jumper's tight, that was overwhelming as fuck. So yeah,
How are they in there?
you
Maybe you should
know,
start doing private shit. With
it just
your
went
people.
out of control. Yeah, we
It
could have
was
done
pretty
more of a
private.
party
Just
like that,
private
but we
shit.
had like thousands of people in that bitch.
It was pretty fun, but to be the birthday boy, yeah, it would have been a problem.
It was a little overwhelming,
That's
and I
social
didn't get
draining.
fucked up. I'm
Social
totally
draining.
sober.
Speaking
A
of
line of
birthday,
people trying to take pictures.
I know
the
that
whole
you
was
said
bad.
don't buy you any gifts,
Yeah.
but I bought you some Black Forces,
What?
and I
Thank
left
you.
them at home. But that's why I asked you for your fucking shoe size last night.
That's funny because look at one of the things that my girl bought me was my second ever pair of the Travis Scotts.
Oh,
'Cause
wow.
Remember the other pair that I had that I wore like
Yeah,
8,000 times?
Yeah.
This is like my favorite fucking shoe of all time, even though I don't really give a fuck about Travis Scott.
The bitches are part of your lore.
It's just my other pair is like green. I wore it so many times. My
You
other
did wear
pair,
them a lot.
My-
I was with you when you bought
so
them.
much. My other pair, I want to hit it with the Krylon. Get some flat black and just darken them up again.
You
Hit it
know
with
what's
Krylon
crazy
is
though?
Crazy, bro.
Exactly a year after you bought your first pair, you got your second pair.
Mhm.
Because it was like around your birthday time when you grabbed those.
I remember
It was
going
Black
to
Friday
Cool
sale.
Kicks and buying like a bunch of shoes. Was it that day
That
where
was
we were
Black Friday
streaming
when
on the
we went
block?
to Nelt, when we went down there.
That
to
was
the
that
Nelts.
day?
Yep. That's crazy.
That's crazy. What do you think of the Kendrick album?
I think that shit was an amazing look. I definitely want to say hi to hating ass niggas like you, who was up here saying you was one of them. You was like, niggas was out, man. Niggas want to be all up on stage and shit, cause that nigga ain't giving y'all niggas no features, cause y'all niggas ain't getting no songs or nothing.
A lot of them niggas wasn't there.
I'm just saying, you feel me? Niggas was saying a lot of shit about he only doing that for his own look. And he helped niggas. And look, I think it was
He did shut us the fuck up.
He showed the fuck did.
Yeah.
He shut
Because
niggas
he
up
was
because he put
listening.
niggas
So
on.
my point got through to him. I'm happy you listened. You don't gotta like me. I'm proud that you did it.
If he
We are
listened,
the only people that
he
were saying
still
a lot of
did
the
it.
shit.
But okay, when you were looking at Twitter and stuff, the narrative of Kendrick needs to do more to actually support the West
was a
Coast
lot.
at a certain point became like very overwhelming. It was an easy narrative to get off because there's so many people trying to get on from the West Coast. Realistically, Kendrick is way up here in terms of popularity.
For sure.
And even a lot of his closest homies have dropped albums in the last year or so that he hasn't posted anything about.
No.
And so I don't know. Like that's the
Schoolboy
question:
Q,
is
none of it.
was he kind of
Was
he kind of sort of bullied into putting all these motherfuckers on the project? And do you feel like all right, Zoe
I don't think
Osama
so.
was at
He
the
didn't put
at
their
the pop
name
out,
on
right?
it.
Zoe Osama was at the pop out.
He should
Yeah,
have
he
been
was.
there.
He was.
You think that he's looking at this track list like, damn, I'm hotter than like 80% of these
G
fools?
Perico too, though.
See?
But I think it's all dope just to look. I
X4.
think niggas gotta stop asking for so much and just be happy to be on all of that shit because it's making history right now. He going against one of the greatest artists ever, one of the highest charting artists ever, even though he is one of them himself. He going against one of the best-selling artists ever. He might not be the best rapping-wise, to my opinion, but he is definitely one of the best-selling artists ever. So I think it's just being a part of all that shit is fire. Having G Perico, I just like how he really showing, because for a minute, you know, being an LA nigga was corny to the rest of the country. You know what I'm saying? 90s we had it.
Yeah.
Now niggas be like, oh, all y'all niggas do is wear chucks and dicky suits. And it was starting to become niggas is laughing at us. You feel me? And then
Like when
nigga,
DMX said
my
everyone-
clone didn't help. You know, Blueface didn't help to where, you know, when niggas went
You got two
national.
clowns that didn't help.
Facts, another clown. You know what I'm saying? Two clowns that didn't help. You know what I'm saying? But when niggas don't, when niggas go national with the shit, it's always LA is lacking in this and LA that. And I love to see that he bringing LA culture back. If niggas seen, bro, the video has so many gems. Like, nigga, that was the root shit that he recreated.
Yep.
Nigga, he got the GNC.
The scraper bike shit?
That's the scraper bike, nigga. All this shit from legendary shit. He got Storm in there. He got G Perico. He got Traffic. I just like how he's showcasing real,
Traffic.
authentic LA shit. He got
I like
Traffic
his
right
haircut.
there.
That's what I'm saying.
I like
that
how
haircut.
Traffic
he's
already.
showing real, authentic LA shit. And nigga, I be on Twitter all day and I'm seeing the majority of the real when niggas be like, oh, this shit corny. And the niggas be in the comments like, I ain't even from LA, but I think all this shit hard. It's helping us get that back. Like, nigga, LA is really the center point of the culture,
Right.
nigga. This is Hollywood. This where niggas come. You feel me? Niggas still come here. This where the stars be, nigga, and we still are very important in the culture.
Zoom,
So I
zoom,
love that shit.
zoom out,
Facts.
zoom way the fuck out, and look at this moment, this decade. Who's doing more to make the sound of LA cool in the eyes of the mainstream than Kendrick? Now, this is a hating ass city, and even all of us,
Yes.
we're not feeling like we have like a real problem with Kendrick or whoever he's around or whatever. None of us really got a dog in the fight, but that makes us more prone to criticize. Obviously, we have to criticize. We're a podcast, but you got to give it to him that he's definitely front and center making LA palatable and acceptable and cool to the greater, wider audience.
Absolutely.
He putting us back in that hemisphere where we used to be, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it'll ever be a time.
That's a good point.
It really helped with the gang culture too in the 90s that it was just like we impacted the whole nation fast.
Menace to society
Whole,
and
all that shit.
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
nigga, the 90s nigga. You know, if you was alive, even me, nigga, when I was going to Texas in 2005, 2006, even being in elementary and middle school, you tell a nigga you from LA, they're like,
Yeah.
Like, so you know what I'm saying? Like, even still, so
Is it really like?
it's a different aura to it being from LA. So I don't know
Took the
if the
mystique out.
facts. I don't know if the rest of the country niggas start not liking that and maybe, you know what I'm saying, be like, oh,
got
them
jealous.
LA. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case it may have been. But for a minute, everybody was shitting on LA as in the, oh man, that shit corny. Niggas just wear dicky suits and chucks and crip walk and shit. That shit corny. And nigga, we coming back. You
Well,
know what I'm
and
saying?
the thing is, you got to look at like geographically, we're really isolated from the rest of the country. So we're in our own cultural bubble.
And every other state around us copy us.
Right, and there's barely any people in those other states.
That's a fact,
You feel me? They're pretty
Washington raps. I ain't trying to shit on none of these other states, but you go, nigga, Arizona, Vegas, Washington, Seattle. A lot of that shit sound California based.
It's all
Even San
California
Diego,
based.
you feel me? I know it's still California, but you know what I'm saying? Everything sound, you know what I'm saying, the Bay or LA orientated. All the sister states and shit around, you know what I'm saying?
That's the only question they have. No.
I mean, niggas like Mitchie and all of them, but just me being an LA nigga, it just sounds real either the Bay or LA.
That's the only question they have. You know? Are we going to copy LA or the Bay? That's what all these cities, that's the only thing they have to come to terms with. Yeah. And once they figure it out,
it's a wrap.
And San Diego.
I can't say they don't got their own sound though, because because San Diego got hella artists that's going crazy. They got a whole scene down there.
22 G-Fay and Lil Weirdo, and like, you feel me? Right now they got some fools that are like doing something a little bit different for sure.
That's accepted on that music scene. It's crazy. I listened to San Diego rappers before.
I'm
not going back.
I just did an interview with Lil Mumu and B.O.E. Sosa. And when I was digging into a lot of their recent output, it's like, oh, they don't give a fuck. They're just rapping over drill beats.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. Which to me is like the new flattened out American sound where it's like, okay, everybody's just decided that we're just gonna rock with these. Nah, like
what you mean?
Like
Stockton type beats.
Yeah, it's more like, but not even like Stockton. Not like J-Bo to me still sounds West Coast.
They on that Philly shit.
If I played J-Bo for a bunch of Chicago dudes, part of me thinks they would think it was sick, and part of me thinks that they just wouldn't really get it.
Because the beats are weird.
Cigarettes crazy.
Dude, that's my fear.
Hey, phone him tweaking. He goofy on. Goofy out, boy.
So they on Chicago shit?
Low key, yeah. Like a lot of the, and that's kind of what I was about to say is our bop, our slang is a lot less relatable. So it was kind of a tall order for Kendrick to even be able to make us palatable again. So yeah, you're right. No one is pushing that line like he is.
And so once we zoom out, we got to give him his credit that if at least in that sense, because a lot of the more recent Kendrick albums have not sound super West Coast.
Give a good take. Keep asking.
That was a good take.
That was a good take.
Got to give it to him. Okay, let's talk about.
And I can't let y'all shit on my nigga Tyke.
I can't let y'all do that.
I can't let y'all do that. Tyke is fire, bro. You feel me?
I thought he was one of the better on the album for sure.
I'm not eating.
I might even put him number 2 after Peso in terms of like who I thought had the best showing on the album.
Yeah, he said that he liked.
I feel like Peso sounded the most like Kendrick, so he probably had help like from Kendrick because it sounded very Kendrick adjacent.
Have you heard Peso rap for real though? He can rap for real. Like
I know he can, but it sounded very Kendrick adjacent.
Yeah,
like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't saying Kendrick wrote it, but he definitely sounded like he had a little help. Curating that shit. There's nothing wrong with
Peso
that.
did it.
If I'm in the booth,
but
with
if
Kendrick,
he did it on his own, hey, more kudos to you, my brother. It just sounded very Kendrick adjacent.
No, I'm pretty sure he was like, "What should I do here?"
Yeah, it ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. You in the studio with one of the greatest lyricists nigga of our time, so nigga, take notes as much as possible. Do your thing.
Yeah,
I think it was dope. It was a great look for the city, my nigga, and I think that shit was
fire. I have
fire.
so many questions about how the decisions were made about who was going to get a. Wow, look at you. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. That's a fancy little device you got right there.
For the
Fly Rich Gerber shit. You dig me? A whole lot of that though, Yeah. You feel me? Brand new bussy too. Out the cooter, nigga. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hey, smell my sweater. What that smell like?
Money.
Hey, everything on me smell like coochie because that's how I bought it though. You know? My bad. I just had to, you feel me, pop my shit real quick.
Pop it.
Yeah.
Oh.
We back to the daily podcast.
That's not that watch that Sharp sold to King Yella?
That's great.
For $2 million.
That shit was
somebody saw the watch the King Yella?
No, King Yella has the same fucking Tiffany.
Hey, Yella my boy, bro. I fuck with Billy. I fuck with Yella. You feel me, nigga? That was one of the first Chicago niggas to come out here and tap in with niggas. But man,
Billy is a good man.
I fuck with Billy like a motherfucker. No cap.
For
I
sure.
see you getting into Yella and shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. But wait, so basically, I just want to spell it out. So Sharp had this fake watch that just so happened to be like the same watch that Jay-Z also has, and then people started making fun of him. Fake watch buster or whatever over here actually calls him out, and then the watch disappears. All of a sudden, King Yella pops up in a Say Cheese interview rocking the same watch.
He robbed short.
And look, I set it up here. Didn't I say he gonna say, oh, I got it from the bitch. Man, no, you didn't. Look, anybody who capable of walking around with that watch is owning a Fortune 500 company.
I was gonna say, what
and this is not a shot at Yella. I'm talking about the other guy. You feel me, Pissy Man?
It's to both of them,
Nigga,
because both
Fortune
of them don't got
500
enough for the watch.
Nigga, motherfuckers, that's a Fortune 500 company man type watch. Like, nigga, he owns something. And that's gonna be plain. That's
it's the equivalent of Brian Pumper marching around LA wearing them pumper jewels, which, by the way, you notice B Pump get a shout out on the album.
You did?
You didn't notice that?
Who said
Kendrick, he said something about sitting around watching B Pump on World Star laughing at him or some shit. I was like, damn. Because and the reason why that stood out to me is because I think I talked about it in my interview or my video about Brian Pumper, but he spoke about this time that he saw Kendrick in the club, and Kendrick came up to Brian Pumper and was doing the King Dingaling dance, letting him know that he appreciated that song, which is the most mind-blowing thing that I had ever heard of at the time. But Kendrick really kind of like cemented it and been like, yes, I fuck with Brian Pumper by mentioning him on this album. That's kind of crazy to me.
Can Drake fuck with Sharp? Yeah,
we thought that until the 22 Street cleared it up.
Nah, bro. He fuck with we know you and Drake got some shit going on.
No, you think I told him to say that?
It's the only line of defense we got left.
Hey, and if anybody can help line up the Brian Pumper interview, get in touch, because I know a lot of people that have mentioned it to him when they see him out on the street collecting cans or whatever he be doing. They mention it to him. Yeah, he don't seem super interested.
And when these niggas pop up with new jewelry, start tagging your jeweler, man. I tagged my jeweler. Tag y'all fucking jewelers when niggas be popping up with these big ass logo chains and shit out of nowhere. These are $100,000 chains. Tag the jeweler. Who is he?
But they don't want to tag the kiosk at the West Covina Mall.
That part. Tag that nigga. Shout out to JD Jeweler for always getting me right. You feel me? With everything on me. Shout out to that nigga JD Jeweler. You feel me? But y'all niggas need to start tagging y'all jeweler because we want to know.
Okay.
We want to know.
So let's talk about something that will be relatable to a wider percentage of the audience. Let's take the Kendrick Lamar album, leave that in the past. Let's talk about Yuri and House Phone almost coming to blows on the podcast. That was one of the most entertaining things I've ever seen come out of the No Jumper extended universe.
You know, a few months ago, like when Pot Lord and I were going back and forth, Phone called me and we had a interesting talk, and he was basically like, man, I just be like, he's like, you guys be forgetting, I've been doing this podcasting shit for years. I was over there with Adams in 2017, 16.
Who said that?
I was on one of the first No Jumper shows with him and Cam Girl.
Yeah, he's like, he's like, this shit's not new to me. I just be like sitting back, watching all of y'all fucking beef with each other and laughing. Like, you guys all look crazy to me. It's just, and then like, it's impressive to me that Phone, without even really being that active, is able to deliver.
Okay.
Just before the buzzer, one of the best moments of the year.
But this is the question is, yeah, for sure. He delivered. But
he delivered.
Do you think that House Phone got mad at Yuri and unloaded some narratives that he doesn't actually believe by saying like, go home and yell at your bitch, some shit like that? Or do you think, that that's genuinely in his heart of hearts, and he only chose to let it out at that moment when he was already mad?
I think he felt a little disrespected by Yuri when he was getting because Yuri, when he talks, he has a little of a condescending,
very condescending,
bitchy, but it's very condescending.
Very.
His tones are super condescending. It's like,
I'm smarter than you.
You don't even take showers. How the fuck are you better than anybody? And then you the only dumb nerd. I don't get it. How you a nerd who can't spell? That shit's stupid.
He did get fired for not being able to spell. That's true. After multiple warnings. Yeah.
From here?
From here. And it wasn't even some shit where it's like, you got to figure out how to spell. You just got to copy and paste what I wrote and then put it in the title. And he couldn't even do that without misspelling, which is crazy because like when I write the titles, if those titles come out fucked up, there's a misspelling in the title. Laura will tell you, every time I ever got on Laura's ass in the past couple of years and said, like, Laura, this title has a typo in it, she sends it back and says, you put the typo. Yeah. I want to be the one making the typos when it comes to the No Jumper titles. I don't want to be able to blame anybody besides myself. And he fucked that up. But Yuri is still super salty about House Phone unloading those opinions on him. And Yuri calls them crazy, creepy, fucked up Reddit narratives.
Right.
When in that moment, I think he had a realization that House Phone actually believes those narratives and that even somebody like Blasey, who's in the room, didn't have it in him to defend him because so many of them probably were having those same exact conversations that we're having.
Blasey like literally visibly agreed with House Phone multiple times during that exchange.
My impression of his body language,
He was acting like a bitch. I watched that clip and I'm like, he real bitchy. Like,
who, Yuri?
Like he acting like a female. Like, so you guys were saying that I'm not a part of the show now, guys? You guys had Dave Blunt's on and just so nobody texts me? Like, why doesn't anybody text me?
Okay, the Dave Blunt's thing, that was surprising to me because, okay, if I'm going to do an interview with somebody that I'm hyped to interview, probably gonna mention it, like especially in that situation where I do most of my interviews solo, but like they had Dave Blunt's on the podcast with them besides Yuri because he doesn't live there. How is that not being discussed in the group chat? Yuri acted like it was just completely sprung on him. Like it is kind of lame for him to be like, oh, like why are you guys doing that without mentioning it to me and shit? But at the same time, it's like, don't you have a group chat where everybody's kind of discussing who you're going to have on the podcast anyway? Like,
if you ain't came to the last 3 episodes, bitch, don't text me about nothing.
Just because we're going to interview your favorite rapper or whatever. Yeah.
Now, because, facts, nigga, your favorite artist here, and now you all of a sudden, nigga, want to be texted about shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, and then what I don't like is too, bro, is I always been this type of nigga. Like, even if I agree with what my bitch saying, and even if she want to pop her shit, that's going to be between me and her. I hate when a nigga can't control his bitch and then he talking about, yeah, you know, the guys, and she in the back like, nah, fuck that. Fuck that. How's he's supposed to be your best friend? Nah, fuck that.
And she's like, I would have slapped him. You should have slapped him, Yuri.
Slapped the fuck out. No,
you should have slapped him. He's a bitch.
He's a bitch.
And she's calling House Phone a bitch, like basically kind of like prompting a situation in which
where your nigga
House
can get
Phone,
his ass beat.
Exactly.
And this is what I'm saying. You need to be able to control your bitch, bro. Even if even if I agree, facts, nigga would slap the fuck out that bitch.
My girl would beat the.
I would have been told my bitch like, look, nigga, I got into it with some niggas before, nigga, and like a little what is it, like a little road rage incident or whatever. You feel me? And then my bitch want to pop it. I'm like, nah, bitch, shut up. Go get in the car.
Please.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You feel me?
You
like,
ain't
I don't
finna do nothing. You ain't finna
not
help
finna do
me
nothing
with the gangster shit but talk. So
That's
That's the biggest,
up.
in retrospect, the biggest miscalculation of character that I've had since my introduction to No Jumper was thinking that Riley was a cool person.
I feel like she probably was at one point. She's just all the way in on her abusive, manipulative boyfriend so that she can't see the forest from the trees.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was just about to say, sometimes the people that you give your energy to and surround yourself with all day, it starts to like creep into your soul.
Yeah.
And you can't help the fuck shit.
Because she was a cool person, bro.
Right.
She was super chill, never caused no problems.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
but his disintegration as a human being and a content creator clearly has affected her as well. And keep in mind, she wanted to move up north and leave him down here. He followed her not only because he was scared that he was going to get his ass whooped by Lush and Compa.
Got ran
up out the city. And then also
Copper ran too.
But bro, you know,
Copper ran that day too.
But one of the crazy things I saw from that shit was just the realization that Yuri's situation up north, they live in like a smallish town or whatever. So it's not like you can just bounce outside and be on Hollywood Boulevard or whatever. Yuri's posted up in the crib.
Where they live is like equivalent to Rancho Cucamonga.
Right. He doesn't have his own car. Yeah. She got the car. She's at work all day.
Which is crazy.
And so he's in the crib, just sad as fuck, going through depression, no meaning in life, getting wasted, walking around with a fucking huge Tito's bottle. Like, yo.
Like a soccer mom and shit.
Out of everybody.
Walk around like a soccer mom.
Yo, out of everybody who left No Jumper in the last couple of years, for sure, Yuri, you are the biggest loser.
Let's be
you
Yuri.
Easily take that title. Let's just be totally clear.
One thing I noticed with her is she would play real cool up here and then go home with him and talk shit about everybody in this motherfucker. And you could tell. She'll play it real smooth around this motherfucker, go back, talk shit. Cause how I know this nigga, a lot of times is I'll be early. I would walk in on that shit, nigga. Her, you feel me? Nigga, shout out to V, Gina. You
That's
feel
what I was
me?
about to say.
You know the homegirl, hey, Gina, you feel me? That's my dog, you feel me? So nigga, I'll be over here and a lot of that shit. And then Gina be like, oh yeah, you know, like not even trying to tell, just like, you know, be describing shit that's happening going on around this motherfucker. And it'll always be her with little side comments and shit, a little hating ass shit. You feel me? And you could tell when a nigga not a man. When a nigga not a man,
bitches, you got a dusty nigga, bitch.
he not no manly ass man. So you know if she making little sub comments and shit like that, you know, nigga, when they laying in the bed, she doing the same, and he's soaking that shit in, and then he'll come the next day and then blurt it out on camera. And the same type of shit, like you see it, you can tell. Because when she in the back, now fuck that. he in the back like, yeah, babe, you know,
those are my real friends.
They are not my friends.
But he even says in it, he says, I'm starting to realize
Pee Wee Herman ass nigga.
he thought that, like, I feel like he thought he had a different level of friendship with those other dudes. And then as a result of this situation, he's kind of realizing, like,
you a fucking prick, bitch. We gonna treat you like a fucking geek, like you are. Like, shut the fuck up.
And honestly, I'll give him
Give
his
me my water back then.
I'll give him his props.
Can you drink my water?
Yeah, you drink my water while you're yelling at me.
Can you drink my water?
While you're yelling at me?
No,
You guys are not my friends.
Houseboat taking his water is amazing, by the
So
way. That's
good.
the best part of the whole thing.
That was the best
Now
part.
I'm gonna leave. I'm taking my purse and my water.
Bitch ass nigga, shut the fuck up.
The best part is the phone did not know.
Yeah,
no clue.
yeah.
He just seen the water
just
there
took
and
the
drank
water.
it. But this fool Yuri, the most self-aware moment of his fucking life was when he's like, maybe it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Like the moment he realized that on camera and was like, maybe I'm just a difficult person to deal with. I'll accept that. I was like, wow, Yuri, like real-time growth for the first time in 10 years.
I got a theory because he's saying because I tried to watch the full like 2-hour episode, ended up having to speed it up and skip around a little bit because it was moving a little slow for my taste. But there's one thing, like Yuri kept alluding to there being a reason why he can't come down and do the podcast more often. And it was like, he didn't want to say it on camera.
Well, he doesn't want me to give him the Booker.
I don't have a Benz.
I think
This guy don't drive a Benz.
I think he's got a job and I think he's embarrassed. That's just my guess because he's already like acknowledging that he doesn't really have money. He doesn't have his own car. But I'm thinking about it. I'm like, you can't really be making that much money from streaming. I think that he's got like some kind of like manual labor job and he's like a rapper where he don't want to admit it.
You work at a warehouse
That's
and you
my
have a day
guess.
job.
Yeah, I think he's an Amazon worker or some shit.
And there's nothing wrong with having a job, bro.
No, yeah, but his pride is built up so much.
Work all the time.
But
Don't do my nigga Spider like that.
He's convinced himself that he's better than having a job. So that's just my guess. I would love to hear everybody else's guesses about what it might be. By the way, let's close this poll. But for the record, the despicable trolls in the chat.
Oh my God.
Are you sick of Not Like Us? Yes,
No.
42, no, 58%.
I ain't gonna lie. Anytime that shit out in public or the
Sinister
club, I'm always gonna be
trolls.
like, man, I like.
You think the bank on that your disrespect pot?
They're just trying to rile me up. I know what y'all are doing. You're trying to rile me up. I don't know.
Trying to rile you up, brother.
Nah, but look,
Brother,
I don't even know
brother.
how me and Yuri even started having a problem, but it was just like he tried to say, yeah, he disrespected my woman, he disrespected my lady. Nigga, I called her a bitch in your face.
But in the context of like, your bitch is like this, your bitch, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
House Phone was doing the same thing over and over and over.
In fact, what you said was way more flattering because you said your bitch is fine.
Yeah, I said
is
your
what you
bitch fine
said.
as
Yeah,
fuck.
Of
yeah.
course, we all
I was
think
like,
she's
your
fine.
bitch fine as a motherfucker. I don't know how you got her,
Where's
nigga. Your
that
bitch hot.
disrespect?
And then all of a sudden, nigga, when he leaves, he disrespected you by calling my girl a bitch.
To be fair, though,
Whoa,
like
what?
To be fair, I could see why if I'm Riley, right? If I'm Riley and I seen House Phone go off like that, and I think that like, damn, that's like you're supposed to be my homie. That's my boyfriend's fucking best good friend and shit, and he's always been kind to me. I would be upset too.
Imagine how eye-opening it must have been to realize that your friends that you do a podcast with feel the same way about you as the Reddit that they feel terrorized by. That they feel like these are all fake narratives, that all the people talking shit in the Kick TTS, whatever, they think that's all just like, oh, those are just crazy trolls making up narratives. No, that's the opinion of basically everybody you've been friends with
That's the
throughout like the
general
last 10
consensus.
years of your life.
Yeah, that's the consensus. And on top of that, if you watch the whole thing, he literally says on there, like, oh, my friends outside of podcasting stopped fucking with me because they thought the podcast shit was weird. So you already alienated yourself from all of the people you grew
But
up
who's
with.
even talking about that Chuck dude that stopped kicking him with him? Because
Because he said the N-word and got his ass beat by Bell? Yeah.
No, Hesh. Wasn't
Or
Hesh going to
yeah.
fuck him up?
Hesh did
Shout
fuck
out
him
Hesh.
up. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to slap shit out here. Should I see that name?
Weird. Why?
Oh,
He just has some random hate for me.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
randomly hates on me too.
Yeah, he just hates me, bro. I've never met him, never said nothing crazy to him. He just hate me, bro. He just has all my suspect hate on Twitter. I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga problem with me? I gotta slap the shit out this nigga. Like, damn, another nigga on the list.
Actually, now you say that, I've noticed him talk about you many times on Twitter. Yeah, that's very justified of you to feel that way.
And I don't even know him. I don't know him enough to even be able to say.
Yeah, I don't know where that comes from.
I don't know.
If I had to guess,
because his love for Snow Girl, he really loves Snow.
That's what I was gonna say.
He loves Snow Girl.
He's talking about Frosty.
Oh,
Snow Girl.
And
Olaf.
Olaf.
That's my nickname for him.
But,
Snow Girl.
Why Olaf?
Way to go! In Frozen, the snowman is named Olaf. Yeah,
retarded. But
I always say, if everybody around you is turning on you, check your energy. I had to tell somebody in my pack that recently.
Man,
that you probably ain't seen me around a lot, but I still love you.
You're so obvious.
Everybody
when you talk about
fuck around you, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But if everybody around you is nigga looking at you some certain type of way, and you feel like ain't nobody fucking with you, check yourself. Go through a self check. Like, have I been pure to everybody on this list? No, there's no way possible.
I hear you. There was a time when a lot of people left my podcast, and there was a moment where I started to think, maybe I'm part of the problem. However, I quickly vanquished those thoughts.
That's crazy.
And realized, in fact, it was other people who were the problem.
Yeah.
Look, people might have been a problem, but you are definitely
okay. Obviously, I had some complicity in this as well. But I feel like my situation was different because people who left the platform felt like they had so much to gain by losing the platform and creating negative narratives and stuff. They felt like they had such an opportunity to build off of shitting on me in a situation where they really had no reason to, that they took that upon themselves to do so because it benefited them so much. This is different than that situation because it's not like House Phone stands to benefit in any way by raging out on Yuri.
No,
he was just letting loose his actual truest feelings.
He didn't want to do that. So before the pod,
he was probably holding that shit in for a long time. Yeah.
Phone. That's my
shouts
dog.
to Phone.
Cool ass nigga. Blasey too. Shout out to Blasey. I didn't know the other white boy. I don't know that nigga, but
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, shout out Ryder's cool. Ryder's cool.
Shout out to him.
They had hollered at I guess Blasey had hollered at Yuri and like asked him, please come, we want you back on the podcast. I think it was Blasey, but biggest bros reached out and was like, come down, we want you here. He came down. Like, obviously the intention was not to slime him out.
I guess one thing I learned from seeing the reactions to this is that a very popular and common narrative from the fans is that of them wanting them to get rid of Yuri. Like,
yeah,
I remember Yuri as a fairly beloved member of this podcast. It seems like a lot has changed because it felt like House Phone's stock in the eyes of the fans went up dramatically. Like, they're looking at him like Kendrick now, like he's the truth teller in this situation who's trying to take down big bad urinal. And I don't know. That was kind of surprising to me too, because I just remember like during the time period that they were both on the podcast, yeah, House Phone might have brought in more viewers, but I feel like people thought that Yuri was a very, very good person.
Yeah.
It feels like that has largely gone away.
Geek. Everybody.
He was the happy-go-lucky geek that you know what I'm saying?
He was a good person.
Yeah.
He was.
Did. No, I remember because I knew him from nothing.
Yeah, Yuri used to be cool, bro. Yuri was mad cool. He had like Mikey type energy. You feel me? Except for Mikey's way cooler and has had sex with a girl before.
You're right.
Mikey way cooler,
Yeah.
but he had that.
That is a fair.
He didn't. Mikey never had that, like, he kind of got more of the nerd, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll call you if my computer fucked up vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, the nigga that if your shift over at Wingstop, you'll drop him off at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Like, he cool. You know what I'm saying? But I think, I don't know, maybe he wasn't comfortable with that role. And then also, that's the nigga that you kind of joke on a little bit because he a nerd. I think he wasn't comfortable with that role. And he started changing his personality on camera. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he was comfortable with being the little nerd that niggas talked about here and there.
I think it was. I think it was more that could be an element, but I also really think it was more like once he started.
And his bitch.
Well, his bitch, and
she made him start moving so walky,
but
that
doing
it fucked everything up.
Fuck him, and she'll throw some pussy on him and then lay in the bed and just get to spewing all of that shit in his ear.
It's not even like her forcing him to act like a bitch. It's more the fact that like he's so incapable of standing up to her that any like separate opinion that she might have like fucks up. Like the signals get crossed. She's complaining about the people.
you know Adam really owes you way more money than he's paying you.
Oh, for sure. For
Well,
sure.
you
Yeah,
know,
because
they
he's floated
really
that.
treat you like shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
you're
yeah.
really better than all of those
'Cause
guys. You have the potential to be the best.
I seen him say
Potential.
that.
And that's where a bitch will fuck up and now you get to outplaying your role.
Because I had I did a Fulcrum interview with Yuri
I remember.
on it, and I asked Yuri at the last minute, like, yo, you should co-host on this episode because I know you fuck with him and you're a fan of him.
Best moment of his
know.
life.
Right. And then we do that interview, it gets like 1 million views. Fast forward a year or two, Yuri's complaining about how he didn't get a significant enough portion of the money earned by that interview, which is to ignore the infinite number of times that you were on the podcast
Where
and
you
got
took
paid,
the
where
L.
you brought absolutely no value to
Wait,
the table.
he got $1 from that revenue? Shut the fuck up, Yuri.
Honestly, I have no idea,
Yeah,
but I mean, it's
like-
possible. Yeah.
I mean, for him to complain about that when it's like,
You know what's the most mind blowing thing is like when I was actually watching that full episode is
That's bogus.
hearing them all talk about Potlord as if he's like really got his life together. He's just a great guy. He's really figured life out. I'm like, where is this coming from? I've never heard anybody talk about Potlord with anything but just like amazement that this dude is somehow
He got a
surfing through life.
millionaire bitch that
That's-
probably
look.
gave him a couple dollars, so now they
Bro.
like he got it together. He got a
And
car.
you know Yuri's mad because he's like,
somewhere
well,
comfortable.
I got a hot girl, but she's a hairstylist.
Yeah,
Potlord's
bitch.
dating a pile of leaves, but she got enough money to fly him to Sweden and shit, apparently.
A pile of shit.
let's
That's a follower, man. Them
Nah,
niggas
you
ain't
ain't-
never said nothing
you
crazy
ain't
to
seen
me
that
before.
Bristol
No,
ass
no, no,
bitch
Hey,
she
nigga,
got?
he ain't never said nothing crazy to me
You
before.
ain't seen the bitch.
I don't flame niggas. No, I've seen her. I
I
don't
was about
flame
to
niggas
say,
until they
cuz
flame me. You
He
know?
call it the spade.
Shout out to that
That's
man.
all he doing, bro.
You feel me? I ain't gonna get on nobody's wife. You feel me?
I
Niggas
seen
don't
the
flame
bitch.
me.
I
I don't
was like,
flame
who
them.
the fuck is this J Cat bitch talking? And then the chat was like,
Oh
that's
my
his bitch.
God.
I'm like, fuck no.
No, you said you got a buzzball and a Red Bull. That means she's good for two things: snorting and sucking. That's word for word what you said. Yeah. But let's keep it a stack. I say that to say, Pollard is doing better than all of us. He has life
That nigga be all
completely
across
figured
the
out.
world. Oh, my
Yeah.
mama.
Like,
that
I
nigga
would-
in Europe.
He's the
in the
definition of
mountains,
AOB.
Kicking his feet
He's
up.
all on a bitch.
He's AOB
Hey,
more
I'm
than
mad at it.
Hey,
He
sharp,
all off the
suspect.
bitch.
Everybody
You
got to
ain't mad
give
at
credit to him.
He
Yes,
all off
that's
the bitch.
pimping.
Nah,
Pimping
but
is
that's
pimping.
sugar baby shit.
Yeah,
Still.
but hey,
You
he
know
all
that
off the
too. He
bitch.
don't got the
It ain't
OO poopo
pimping,
in
you
his.
feel me?
Yeah,
But he
man.
all off the bitch.
It's
for
macking.
sure.
It's macking than a
All
motherfucker.
up, and I am
He
not
macking.
mad
He
at it.
macking
It
than
is
a
all
Niggas
up,
motherfucker.
traveling
bitch.
the world off that
Nah,
bitch
for
accord.
sure. Now, if I get a bitch like that, it's acceptable. Now, I would say he can't get a bitch and start doing that shit right there.
Facts.
because,
Can't do that.
yeah, you
I
can't do that.
because it's like,
Yeah,
nigga,
yeah, that's what you
where's the
sell
ism?
out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's why I'm like, that's not for me.
Yeah,
But I commend the
in the square
nigga. I
life-
commend the square who
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
that
yeah.
100%. You
It's-
booming.
That's what I'm
Alright.
saying.
You
So
booming.
if we're really
booming.
looking
That's why
at,
I'm like, you are mad at it. That's why I said it. I'm
booming.
like, nah, you mad at
If
it.
I
You
could
can't
choose-
do that.
Booming.
If
Nah,
I
I
could
ain't mad at
choose-
that.
No,
You
I'm
booming.
just saying.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
I was
facts,
saying,
facts,
you
facts.
can't do it. And
Yeah,
yo,
facts. I can't.
yo,
let's be
real.
honest, if I could choose anybody's life outside of No Jumper, that's of all the former employees, I'm choosing Potlord in a half a fucking snap.
But don't you think it would
And
weigh
guess
on
what?
you over time, just like knowing that you're not providing anything for society?
weigh
And,
on
If you a
bitch.
piece of shit, no.
No, I'll be fucking totally.
So what?
Hey,
I mean, you
Yeah.
in France. Fuck all this shit.
because
I'm chilling, bro.
what is the other? What else could Potlord possibly
Oh, God.
bring to the table?
No, but
You know,
look-
it's not like he has any other skills that are currently being ignored. He has no passions in life that are being put on the shelf so that he can do this.
A nigga
gets
like
some
me, I would be
podcasts.
plotting investments in her mind all day. Like, baby, you ever seen a light that if you stomp twice it turn off? Look, I need 200K. We finna get this LLC cracking right all day.
The clapper?
All day. Something. You feel me? All day, baby. You ever
You stop your feet twice and the
What?
light turns off.
No
All you
cap.
gotta do is
10
come
million.
out with sex ideas for a bitch like that.
Just
She just
all
wants to
kind
be
of
fucked
shit.
by a black man. Like, look, I'm gonna come up with this, and it's gonna be about sex. I'm gonna use it on you.
I got a
first.
door patio that transforms into a
$1
ladder,
billion.
baby. I just need 65K for the prototype.
Yeah, I need
You
a-
feel me?
But
I
don't
need-
you think
niggas
that's
start
what's kept
coming
him
up
in her
with
good
shit.
graces is that he hasn't gone for the fast buck. He's doing the
Yes,
slow.
for
grind.
sure.
Do you
Get
think
what
that
you want.
sure.
should he take out a life insurance policy on her and then kill her?
Absolutely.
Or do you think he
No.
already has
Hey,
taken out?
chill.
Because
No.
you can't do it right away. You got to take out the life insurance policy and then
Years
wait
later.
3-4 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
years.
But even then, it's fishy.
Pie Lord, they got you fucked up.
I don't even.
He ain't doing that.
No, I don't think he's got to do all that. I think that he's already in there, bro.
He in there.
He's in there.
Did
And
you see the bitch?
Good.
No, look,
Pot Lord, like, are you guys not looking at the
Chill.
bitch that we talking
Chill.
about?
Shout out to his wife,
nigga.
man.
Oh, the hood. He's in there. That is the cleanest person that she's fucked with in the last 20.
But she needs to die.
well, I'm
she's about to.
That's
She
fucking
must be
crazy.
taken from
She
this
looks
world.
like
I'm
Yeah.
assuming that her
That's
family.
What did she
character.
say to you?
A lot.
A lot.
Oh,
A lot.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Because I'm like,
No, she
I've
said a
never
lot.
heard
She must
this nigga
perish.
say that.
Yeah, I don't
She
care
looks
how.
like
That
death.
nigga said she must die.
We
She
gotta
looks
get
like
her
the
gone.
Who fuck is she? Romeo, nigga?
No, she gotta go.
That nigga said
Yeah,
she
yeah.
must die. He
But-
own that.
We gotta get her out of
Okay.
here.
But if we're being fair, like
Jesus Christ.
ultimately he's if all he has to do is hit that and get some ducats,
Who am I to judge?
I'm not mad at him.
Who the fuck am I to judge?
Yeah,
I
if
can't
it's
do
a
it, but I ain't
building,
mad
bro.
at you.
If it's I don't know. I could live with her.
No, he
I'd
living.
be able to pull up joint. Like
He got any
pull up.
kids?
Yeah, they have a kid.
Man,
They
he
do?
love her, bro.
They have
That's
a
his
kid?
wife.
Wow.
He
There's-
love her.
he does
He
love
don't
her.
see her.
He fucking
I
love
love
her
her
before?
ticket. I ain't
There's
mad
something
at
going
that.
on.
He doing his
I just
thing,
be
bro.
pulling up though. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't sleep with that. I
doing
wake
his
up in the
thing,
middle of the
man.
night like, oh my god.
Man, it's
like,
somebody for everybody on this earth.
just
and he found
imagine
who
her
is for
morning
him.
wake up face. If she looks that terrible at an outing,
He's like a sleep paralysis demon.
Man, if he
Just-
like it,
oh my
if he
God.
like it, I love
just
it.
imagine that first yawn in the morning. You gonna sock that bitch like stop playing.
You think somebody just snuck in?
yeah, stop playing.
You just hear a
bitch.
foghorn.
That's
Okay,
Man.
this is my question.
Oh,
Do you think that Yuri and the Reconnected crew will actually be able to fix the issues that they're having? Because I'm going to be honest, I saw that Yuri went to Blasie's house after they recorded that podcast and slept on his couch and seemed like he had some kind of conversation with House Phone afterwards. But then he gets on stream for like hours and hours and hours and is basically talking about the situation as if he doesn't like. Yuri was making it sound like they will never reunite. But you kind of wonder because I've always noticed with House Phone, he's very quick to patch shit up.
He's in the moment.
He's not going to hold a grudge unnecessarily for a really long time. I've never really seen him be like that. So I feel like I could see House Phone apologizing or letting them go or whatever. But is Yuri's pride so hurt that he's not going to allow that to happen?
It's really gonna be his bitch. It's not even gonna be him. She gonna be in the
fighting
ear like,
about
no,
it.
fuck that. He called y'all kind of bitches, and then he said, no.
He called me all
Well,
He
kinds.
what
called
is
me
it?
all kind of bitches.
where does it escalate
Nah.
from here if you didn't get off right then? Where does
You know they don't think like that.
But
Yeah,
he
Bricc,
don't
you
think
know,
like that.
We think like that.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
niggas.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
even on
You're
the
told-
agenda.
That is not on the
It's
radar.
not even on the agenda.
No.
Yeah, so
it's not.
where does the beef
No, yeah.
escalate to? Like, why do we give a fuck after that?
It escalates to them being
You're
friends
my
or not.
brother.
He
You
got
hurt
marked
me,
out
bro.
with 50 viewers on the live stream. You
That did
predicted
happen.
This.
Hey, he got on his ass.
I know a Russian wife beat her with that hygiene.
Go yell at your bitch.
Oh, yeah. Like, no, like, he's standing up there. Go! You yell at your bitch!
That shit was gold, bro.
Bro, Household is a fucking good content
Oh,
creator when he
God.
wants to be. 'Cause
Yeah,
that
I
was
was
fucking
like,
funny.
That-
they
he
don't
didn't
even
have
need
any-
me over there because that's me.
He didn't
They
have no
over there
drugs.
tripping, nigga.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't
Like,
have no drugs. You could tell. That was like, I'm sober and you bitching.
Man, I didn't like
shut
how I
the
seen the
fuck
comment
up,
and nigga
bitch.
talking about he's acting like this because he's withdrawing. Man, y'all don't be knowing what y'all be talking about.
I didn't
bro.
even see it in the comments.
I seen that shit.
I just
He
seen
ain't
it in the
withdrawing,
behavior.
nigga. He popping his shit, nigga. Cause I'm
I
like,
thought he was
For
high
the
as
record,
fuck.
for the
Nah, I
record,
think
you
he
guys
just
know
popping
that
his
I
shit.
went like a day and a half with no Percocets before the crash out, right?
You looked like it in the face. I feel like I can spot somebody who's getting clean off that shit.
I told you.
My boy was
I
I
knew
Look
it
at
was
my
coming
ears.
because he called my phone before he walked in there.
Oh, yeah?
I knew it was coming.
He's trying to get on.
He called my
Nah,
phone.
I
He's
was
trying to get
tripping.
on
We was
before
talking
it.
the whole way from the airport to there.
He called my
'Cause
phone.
I
I
was
was trying to
fresh out
calm
the
him
plane.
down.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you gotta chill. But I'm like, hey, niggas do got you fucked up. But I'm like, you gotta chill, bro.
Thank
Like,
God
know?
you didn't calm him down.
I was
He
like, bro, you
did
got
calm
you.
me down.
Yeah, because he was on more. He
He
was on worse.
He
time.
did calm me
I was
down.
like, you
It
gotta
turned
chill.
out good.
I went to go talk. I just was ready for everything to be over that day. So that's all it was. In a nutshell, like whatever it takes for this to be over.
Yeah, he-
I remember, but that was a crazy week because it was like the Monday show. Remember Flacco and Mustard,
Yeah.
and they had DW on. He's talking about the beef the whole time. Tuesday show, we end up talking about the beef for a significant portion of the time. Wednesday show, that's when it happened, right?
Yeah, that's when it
Yeah.
happened.
And it's like another day where we're talking about, you know, and
Because I'm looking at the shit, I'm like, damn. I'm like, fuck. And then you got to think, I wasn't used to my name being in every story.
You were
like
kind of
that
new to it
yet.
at that time, yeah.
Yeah, so it just was like, fuck.
They talking about me, cuz on the
And I ain't even tripping about them talking about me. My whole thing was this. At the end of the day, and we never even got there because Tone ended up getting all my energy that day. At the end of the day, bro, you dissed my hood. I still said trays and gangsters. I didn't say the diss words for none of that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I gave my opinion of what LA niggas think of Long Beach people that follow LA trends.
Y'all keep running content on my name, nigga. 6-0, kill squad.
I'm putting kill squad in the streets.
6-0, nigga. Y'all think I'm playing, nigga?
We here, though.
Nigga.
I still see the screenshot of your face from that day all the time.
Everywhere. I'm like the meme for Crash Out.
Yeah, that was a funny one.
It's so different
I be
now
yelling
that I
that shit
know
when I'm
that
playing the game.
Now that I know that he was really just on the Malias, like he's on the sick come down, and that's why he has a whole different
like,
accent
he was
now.
so high, like that's what I wasn't. If I was high, I would have been calm than a bitch.
Yeah.
That's why we're lucky when you saw Damn Homie, you were annihilated.
Yeah. Nah, Damn Homie, she a girl, man. What else Damn Homie did to me to where I just want to beat her up?
Ran content on you?
She didn't do the
She ran
shot.
content, but then when she got caught lacking and didn't come downstairs, we know that you a content creator.
Where was this? What was that? Was
At
this
the hotel.
Okay.
by
This
the
is my
airport.
first
Didn't
time
she
hearing
say
it.
she wasn't even in LA?
Liar, liar,
say that.
pants on fire.
Oh shit. I don't even remember.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
It's kind of weird that like the dude that was the pimp over here, like all the girls hate him. Isn't it kind of supposed to be the opposite? Like
That was always weird, yeah.
Yeah, I thought girls like pimps.
Nah, and she gave him some pussy, so don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Facts.
you got.
Still
I don't know
At
nothing
the
about
end of the
nothing.
day,
Still fuck.
and the reasoning of coming out, the reasoning of tripping and starting to put their business on blast was over another bitch.
Wait, so Sharp fuck Damn Homie is what you're saying?
We all know
For
that.
sure.
Okay,
But
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
it
just wanted to-
Compa?
yeah.
Wasn't Compa on the news basically like asking her about it? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
some
that's how
lady
it
shit.
became public, right? Because nobody knew.
And that's why,
Yeah.
and didn't Sharp make that
And
comment?
she-
Like,
no, was
Someone said the
hinted.
snitch
He
shit.
was hinted towards that shit, and she was like, you only know one person that I fucked that no jumper, and he not in the room. And it was like me, sus. It was like all the niggas
It's
up
like
here.
everyone
So
besides
I'm like,
Adam and
damn,
Sharp.
bitch. So I'm like, we ain't even finna say the name. We ain't finna say the name. The sus like, nah, we finna say the name because I want to know. Nigga, and, you know, his bullshit ass. So I'm like, bitch, you too
y'all can't throw
thirsty.
the alley
We would.
and expect me not to oop that motherfucker. No cap.
By the
Come on.
time we got through the morning show and then we got here and you revealed that Sharp was the one dicking down. that
I
moment.
revealed it?
Yeah. He was like, yeah, everybody knows it's Sharp.
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
nah.
Really? I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
I probably didn't even know that was like a
He's
big
so
reveal.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Such a
Yeah.
bullshit
I only know
ass
because
nigga,
he was
bro.
there. I only know because he
He
bragged
is
about it and
so
showed me a fucking video of
bullshit.
him fucking her.
He be
Yeah.
bleeding all kind of shit.
That's crazy.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
I
know
was
you
at-
bullshit as fuck for bleeding that shit with Blasey.
What shit?
You bullshit as fuck
What with Blasey?
for bleeding that Blasey shit. That
Oh,
nigga-
what about Yuri owing the money?
You so fucking bullshit. And fuck Yuri, but
I
you
was
so
about to speak on
bullshit
that
for
though.
that.
This is the thing about that.
ended all of our friendships with Blasey.
I was
He's so
happy to
bullshit.
be back on good terms with Blasey, right? At that time. I didn't know that every single thing that he said off camera was like, privileged information. So I didn't know. Blasey told Josh that Yuri owed money for the taxes, basically saying that the podcast had lost money. I didn't know that it was a fucking secret. So then Yuri starts talking shit to me, and I just say like, fucking Blasey told us or told Josh
You're-
that
you're
that
broke,
Yuri-
dude.
Yeah.
But to play
in
devil's
retrospect, I probably should have thought about that before I said it, but I'm very. You guys could all confirm if you tell me something and say, "Hey, this is low key. Don't say it on the podcast."
You won't say it.
I can't think of a time where I've done it.
Yeah.
Sure.
If somebody warns me and says this information I'm telling you right now is not supposed to be on the podcast, I'm not saying it on the podcast. I'm not saying I
Sure.
can't fuck up. I could definitely fuck up. Len has definitely unloaded on me before for saying something on camera that I wasn't supposed to say, but it's the exception to the rule.
I'm not gonna lie, it's actually true.
To
Yeah.
play devil's advocate though, 9 times out of 10, bro.
What's
if
the
you
devil
first
shit?
here you go. Look, your first year doing your podcast, if you're not like one of the top 10 and top 5 of motherfuckers, even them too, you're gonna lose money. That's regular. you gonna lose money buying all that equipment,
True.
doing everything you gotta do. If you paying people to interview, whatever the case may be, you paying workers, you're gonna lose money your first year.
So
That's just common sense, you know?
Let me just pivot out of this and read a bunch of donations rapid fire style. Jeremy Romance said, Robe Gang, shout out Jeremy Romance. Mind Pop said, Lush on mushrooms. True or false?
False.
No. Okay, we could get into your drug diagnosis right now in a little bit, maybe. Alcoholic Gamer always coming through. He sent a drink recipe and said, extra flavor for Lush. I'm always bringing the best drinks. Hashtag don't be early.
That's alcoholic gamer, man.
I hope you're a girl. Extra flavor for Lush.
Greenlight Chronicles sent $5 and said, liquor boots unalive. I don't know what that means, but shout out to him. Jay Hayes said, how Lefty fumbled that Jeremiah record, and I bet those 4 words on the Kendrick record were the only thing salvageable during the studio session. Jay, I see no lies here at all.
Oh my God.
Greenlight Chronicles, $5. I have a real doctor on call. Delivery available. No fake perks.
DM me. Greenlight Chronicles, DM me ASAP.
Trell5025 said, Fig Newton is huge in the underground rap scene, LA to SD.
He's a rapper from down there.
Yeah, I don't even know. We gotta tap in.
The Hoopers probably didn't have him up here.
I know who that is.
He's from different lanes.
He actually is hard.
Oh, okay.
We do got to get Fig up here. He got some history.
He's hard.
Let's do it. Derek J said, Adam, there's a clip with you and Wack, and you said that K-Doc wasn't going to help other West Coast artists, but he put a bunch of them on GNX. You eating crow right now. I don't even know if that is true that I said.
I'm sure you said that.
I'm sure I said that he hasn't so far. I definitely haven't said that he would never do it. So, I mean, if things change, like, then I don't understand how I'm being called a hypocrite for A, I don't remember saying that, and B, me saying this is how it is right now is not me saying this is how it is right now, and it's always going to be that way.
And Derek, none of us thought that he was going to do what he just did.
Exactly, yeah.
Niggas did end up eating their words who said he wasn't going to do it. You feel me? I do want to say that. Niggas did. Because a lot of, not even you per se, that was across
the general consensus.
Community. Yeah, all over Twitter, a lot of people saying that.
that
Y'all niggas
would have
so
been
happy
accurate
about
at the
the
time.
video.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah.
You know?
But niggas saying he ain't never did shit for y'all, he ain't going to do it. That's cool, but once you say he not going to do shit or he won't,
right,
that's where
I was not
like,
claiming
you fuck up
to know his true character and what he planned on doing. I was probably just describing what was going on at that time. However, even at the time of the pop out, you would have had to admit, oh, well, he put a bunch of people on a very, very big stage at the most highly streamed concert probably ever. So
1,000%. And let's ask this. How many people, what other podcasts besides us were saying that Kendrick needed to do a West Coast themed diss track and then follow it up with this? We're the only people. You can find
everybody else was scared to critique.
That's true.
Find any other podcast besides the people sitting at this fucking table and Flacco. You feel me?
Everybody was coattail riding.
Mm-hmm.
We're the only people that even alluded to that.
I won't even name them, but there's so many people on Twitter who basically took Kendrick having a good year to be like, yeah, West Coast, when those people realistically, their careers are not moving in any kind of positive direction, and they're basically just like coattail riding on Kendrick's success.
A lot of people are doing that.
There's a lot of people.
But he kind of shut everybody the fuck up by having Dodie Six and Threat on his album. You feel me?
That's hard.
Yeah.
Now,
that's hard.
Even if it was a checkmate move,
that's hard. Even
still
for the over nigga, man, that's hard. Do something.
Overpronounce the R's on hard.
That's hard.
My suggestion though, Kendrick, going forward, embrace a Los Angeles-centric media platform. I'm personally looking at the Apollo, MacWap. Go on the Apollo, hang out. The camera's hella far away. They won't even really be able to see you. You're going to love it. It's a great place.
Man, I thought you was being for real.
No, I am being for real.
I think he is.
I do think they should go on a platform. I'm just suggesting the Apollo, and I'm pointing out that the camera's too far away. But they don't have a guy running the switcher.
They've already been in no jumper, so they don't need to come back. Basically, they need to these other platforms that say that they're doing shit for the West Coast artists.
If Kendrick would like to come straight to the source, the originator, we're here.
I'm not talking about Kendrick. I'm talking about the rest of the features.
What about him?
I said that they've already been in no jumper. They have to go to one of the. I thought you were talking about the features.
If you could see Kendrick go on one West Coast platform, which one do you think you should go on?
Well, of course. But in all actuality, it'll be back on feud.
In reality,
Smacks in all the videos.
I think Kendrick's way too racist to come on No Jumper. And I'm going to say that because when he said, don't let no white comedian talk about a black woman, what the fuck are you talking about? He's just a person.
He did say that.
She's just a person. How are you like, is that's what we think is law now? Is that Andrew Schultz isn't allowed to have an opinion about, I mean, who's the black one? Was it SZA or was it fucking, I don't even know who he was talking about that he was triggered by. Probably Kamala.
He said that he had, but didn't he have a white, bro. He had a black girlfriend. He got black girlfriends though, don't he?
Nah,
Andrew Schultz? Nah, he's married to a white woman.
I thought that was
Andrew
the dude
Schultz
that
is
had,
for sure fucked with.
Wrong white
I thought
man.
that he had black girlfriends.
He for sure
white
was
man.
happy. He's talked about having
maybe,
black
I don't know,
girlfriends.
Yeah, I think
He definitely
when
has.
we
But
when
that's
he
how
first
he
yeah.
dropped-
shit though, because nigga, when
So he
when
was
somebody
speaking from
fetishizing
experience.
racist and shit, it's like, that's not really that's like saying I got a black friend. I'm not racist.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, but if I got all this traumatic pain from this black bitch and I done fucked more than one and they all bringing this same you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I think
I
it just
can speak
depends on
about
what
my
they say.
experience.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at the
'Cause
chat
I
to
say
see.
about white bitches all the time.
I don't know who Andrew Schultz was talking about that he was mentioning, but either way, I'm just not in favor of anyone saying something that were you to reverse the races, it would basically be considered hate speech. And so if a white rapper, perhaps Haystack, were to get on a song and he were to say, "Don't let no black dude talk about a white woman." What the fuck kind of sense does that make? It sounds retarded as fuck, right? I give Kendrick's commentary the same exact opinion, which is to say, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
A comedian not being able to talk about people of the other race or the other gender, what the fuck are you talking about?
Imagine
to me, Kendrick, that was a huge miss.
Imagine
I think the black
Sure.
nigga sitting there should have at least made, even if he was gonna joke about it, he should at least said something like, "Hey, nigga, chill on our black ladies, chill."
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, come on, bro. This is
okay.
what I'm saying. It's situational with what you say.
Yeah.
It's not about the race. It's about exactly what you say.
Yeah.
Just because
Okay.
you white, you can't. It don't mean you can't say nothing, but you can't go out of bounds
He
with
can't say
these
the black
out-of-pocket
girlfriend
ass.
effect?
No, yeah, Andrew Schultz was saying something about
he
how
can't.
he was
Yes.
interviewing these two black dudes or whatever, and he
In
said
England.
something about how if you date a black woman, it'll like take years off your life because they'll stress you the fuck out. Some shit like that. To me,
that's how.
it was a harmless joke. I didn't think it was offensive, but either way, the idea
You
that
could say that.
a
You a
comedian.
nigga.
No, it makes it way funnier that Andrew said it though, because he's a white boy.
I'm not
You
saying it's
being
not
racist.
funny or not, but
You
you
being
feel me?
racist.
It's like, nah, somebody black, even if he wasn't mad, just be like, hey, nigga, you gotta chill on them black women shit. You feel me? You feel me? Somebody gotta say something.
I hear
That's why
you.
they was mad, because it was a black nigga in the room and he didn't say nothing.
Yeah,
But-
but they didn't say
And,
nothing
and then
until
they issued a big ass apology.
right until they got heat afterwards. The British
Yeah,
dudes.
that's what I'm really mad at.
Those dudes
I
are
expect the white man to, you know?
But at the end of the day, I'm feeling like if he experienced some trauma from a black bitch like we all have outside of
It's not
maybe
like
him.
us.
Yeah, I was married. I was married to a black
not
girl,
like
bro.
us.
I already know you
Yeah.
fuck
I
some
gotta
black
go
shit.
against you,
Yes.
Bricc.
Bro.
They not like us.
Listen,
It's not the same.
what I'm telling you is if they got experience, so what he supposed to do? Just shut the fuck up and take the like, hey.
Now he could have worded it a lot better.
The
Don't
black
say
girlfriend
the black
experience.
girlfriend effect like this is a phenomenon of nigga white man is gonna die earlier in his life because of like hell nah, bro.
But you're laughing as you say it 'cause you know it's funny.
You're going a little too far.
It's funny. It's not like
that funny.
it's not like him saying like, oh, the average black woman has AIDS. He's saying
not
that the
that
average black woman might
What
stress
the
you
fuck?
out. Like
It's not that
that's
funny.
an easy example of something that actually would be
The
offensive.
average white girl gonna do the same though. That's why I said, like, I say the same shit about white girls. Like, you being black, being around a white girl and all that dinky ass blind shit, you be like, bitch, listen.
And y'all obviously never dated a Latina, or you really
Nah,
know
way
what
worse. Stressed out right here.
Yeah,
You
nah,
know, okay.
I-
Hypothetically, if Kamala Harris had won the election and she was the president,
She
we
don't
would have
really
had
got a
4
white ass.
years in which she was the leader, the commander in chief. Are you seriously telling me that every single white comedian is supposed to hang up their comedian hat for 4 years and not make any jokes about her? Traditionally, it has always been the job of comedians to make jokes about
the
people who are in
president.
power. I think that the idea that a white comedian, what even is the logic of it? Because black women go through struggles and are, treated poorly by society as a whole.
No.
White dudes aren't allowed to make jokes about it. Come on.
No,
I
black
think,
girls is
animal.
I think
entitled.
really what he was saying
My
is,
point was it
he
was a
fucked
black.
some
I'm not even
entitled
so
shit.
mad.
Yeah.
Even though I
Yeah.
do have my feelings about him being a white man and saying shit like that. Like, you get your joke off. You can say what you want. It's a free country. It's a free world. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
He
It
didn't
might
call
be in
her
a little
nigger,
bad
bitch.
taste, but I think it's more so the black nigga in the room when you just don't say nothing and you just let all this shit fly by.
But there was a bunch of black guys in the room.
Somebody should have said something.
He had his co-host Alex, and then he had the two guests who are also black dudes. None of them took offense to it because in that environment, in context, it's a joke being made by a comedian, obviously not made with hatred in his heart. Andrew Schultz has tons of black friends.
They thought it was hilarious too.
Yeah,
they thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny.
Those guys that wound up retracting it. And
they got slammed. Their careers are in jeopardy because of the fact that they apologized for Andrew's joke.
Because you niggas knew that it because you start getting all that flack, nigga, and then you see like, oh shit, maybe it wasn't as ha as I thought it was. I'm just not for all that shit.
No, those dudes were just scared because they never had 5,000 black women screaming at them on Twitter. For me, this is my day-to-day life. I'm used to it. I get it. It's okay. You're going to be all right. Anyway, Panisha Kalari said, speaking from the Midwest, No Jumper is the megaphone for the West Coast trenches, and the rest of the country knows about West Coast motion because No Jumper highlights it all.
That's right.
Thank you, Panache, however the fuck you say your name. Appreciate
You're
that.
a culture vulture. You highlight the fucking gang life in the trenches.
Hey, if I'm a culture vulture, I got Dot right by my side doing features with everybody I interview. Anyway, Trell 525. Wait till y'all hear that prize money album, Enterprise Money album, and video 8 Food. Shout out to him. Lacewell sent $10 and said, No Jumpers about the raw truth, the pulse of what people are talking about in hip hop, and it's fun. I know what's happening where I am. I want to know about the West. Hockey sticks.
Sticks in the chat.
In the chat. Bishop Rojas said, celebrity UFC fight, Sharp versus Suspect. Adam, set it up.
Who's going to do the ground and pound? You.
I don't even want to talk to that musty motherfucker.
Man, he don't want to do nothing with me. The first thing he said is, I'll get some little niggas from 30s to do. Shut up, nigga. Shut up. You sound like a hoe. We don't even gang banging. You just get to say, I'm going to get some other niggas from a hood to do something. You sound like a bitch. Who does that? You're a hoe.
That's real.
That's ridiculous, nigga. That's like me, like, yeah, I'm going to get the whoopty whoops to beat your ass.
And then when people start giving him a hard time about the fucking Seattle Mariners chain, he's like, now y'all are telling me this is from a gang. I'm not gang related. Y'all, I don't even know what I do with
hanging out with Bricc, baby. I'm a big S
Come
chain.
on, bro.
Nah, but
why would we ever think that?
He been at that big S on his throat forever.
But he's a secret crip, right?
Who?
Sharp. I heard people say that before.
No?
I'll take your word for it.
I've heard it.
I don't see him gangbang. He ain't never even played with that shit. Maybe because he from San Diego and we really gangbang out here and he don't want to even halfway get involved.
That's my gang, the secret Crips.
He got involved. I don't like how a nigga, I said I was going to slap shit out the nigga. The first thing he did was point to a hood and said, I'm going to have niggas from 30.
From San Diego 30.
Bitch,
and he's just saying some shit that he read on the Reddit or in the chat or some shit.
He don't know no Harlem's out here.
Shit, he couldn't be talking about niggas from a whole different city.
That's the only ones that he know.
He was talking about Jim Jones.
Just interviewed, no bullshit. He just interviewed the two niggas from San Diego 30.
That's not happening. I fuck with TC3 and TC4.
But all I'm saying is that's who he talking about because that's who he just interviewed.
For sure. Okay. Rich 100X said, let's hear what you don't like. Dodger Blue, Adam. I think I already talked about that. Not my favorite song.
The worst song on the album.
I'm not saying it's the worst song ever. I just didn't really care for it. Kid Murray said, that's crazy. Adam is chasing it right now. Chase this dick, Kid Murray. I don't know what you're talking about.
Kid Murray.
Chasing it.
Bishop Rojas, Almighty Suspect got left off Bad and Bougie. Not really, but that's funny. Right. Kid Murray, respectfully, can Bricc talk about the picture when his eyes were swollen with all due respect? I did see that going around in the Reddit. Was that a real picture?
Yeah.
What happened?
That was like 2015. My face didn't look like that, first and foremost.
Okay.
I had took a 12-hour flight to Germany that made everything blow up while I was on the air. Like, if you look it up, like, you know, when you're in the air and make shit.
Okay.
The pressure, the air pressure.
Yeah, because it was like 3 days before my flight when I got to the fight. And then I went to Germany, but I had squabbled the homeboy from West Boulevard. I had squabbled him over some shit that happened with Rich Homie. I ain't gonna go into detail, but
you had lost.
He couldn't squabble that night, so I told her like, we gonna get out when I see you. Like, you feel me? And this my everyday nigga to the day. So What I see, cuz I'm like, cuz I need that. Woo. We squabbled 4 rounds. I was off 2 Zans. I was on cuz the first like 2 rounds. And I'm like, man, I'm tired. I need some water. Woo, right? So everybody like, no, don't let him finish. Woo. He like, no, I need another round. I'm like, all right, bitch ass nigga, you see me over here tired. I'm like, fuck it. Cause I got the best of you the first 2 rounds. I can't turn it down. You know how that shit be. Yeah, I get back there with cuz he catch me with some shit. Blah, blah. Raised my shit. That was from a nose hit.
That happened to me before.
Yeah, that was from
I
a
whooped the
nose
nigga
hit.
ass
He
before
shot me in
and
my
got
nose.
hit right in my nose, and I went raccoon.
He ended up winning, though. He ended up winning.
Mikey,
I could
you
say
want to
that.
scroll down the Reddit till you find the picture that they're talking about, just so we can
I
illuminate
think
this
I got it. But it was
conversation?
me taking a picture of myself, and I said, yeah, nigga, you still gonna be on Adams while I'm overseas.
Ah,
And I took my glasses because I had glasses on. I was on tour with Ink.
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought that was fake when I saw it, or I thought it was just something else. It didn't even look like you.
Yeah, that was me because it was so many years ago. I think I was like
Oh.
26.
You were
There's probably
kind of.
not a worse drug to fight off of.
Well, I was thinking about
Damn,
that.
what? I had
Yeah.
popped 2
Yeah.
that morning, then I seen cuz. It
It's
was
like
already
you're
up.
fine. There's nothing that's going to impair your fine motor skills more
But
than
there's
Xanax.
nothing else that is going to make it as much of a chill experience. Where
No, you're chilling,
You're kind of
yeah.
like chilling the whole time too. Like
Oh, yeah.
normally, you got a bunch of anxiety before you know you got to fight.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, oh man, sweaty
Nah.
palms. This is gonna be kind of crazy.
I was pressing
It's
for
cool
that
before
fade,
the
though.
fight, but once you
Oh,
get into
rolling,
it,
I was.
because at first you're like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about nothing. I'm off this bar, nigga. So what, nigga? I'm finna get in there. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You finna get in there. And get
Nah,
your
it
ass
was
whooped.
You
straight.
you finna
nigga,
think
it
about a
wasn't.
punch and then it's gonna
It was
you're gonna throw it
straight
3
till it
seconds.
wasn't. I ain't gonna lie. Nigga, I'm like, pff. Then I stopped after that second round. I damn near threw up. I'm like, oh. I'm like, give me some water. I'm sitting on the back porch. And then I think On One or SB walk up on me like, cuz, so you want to squabble another round? I'm like, on the dead, homie's like, all right, whatever, cuz.
Because you can't say
yeah,
no.
I was sick, so I get back in there. He got up on me, though.
Mm.
He got up on me, though.
It happens, bro. You
Yeah.
win some, you
Somebody
lose
got to
some.
win the fight.
Look,
He
that's
thought he
what I
was
be
Mayweather.
doing. Look,
He was
niggas
trying to
on the
win.
internet, bro, they don't be knowing what the fuck they be talking about, bro.
Yeah,
You
somebody gotta
gon'
win.
jump niggas, you gon' get jumped. You gon' shoot at niggas.
Mike
you
Tyson
gon'
lost
get
fights.
shot.
Niggas is scared of Mike Tyson still.
Facts, bro.
Yeah.
I
You
didn't
know
beat
what I'm
niggas
saying?
up. I
Like,
done got beat up before. I done jumped niggas. I
Come
done
on,
got
man.
jumped before. That's just what happens when you
Happens to the
outside, bro.
best of it. Floyd Mayweather,
happens.
they got his ass whooped and they changed the cards on the numbers and still let him get a W.
It happens.
You know what I mean?
That's how it be.
When I think about it, I don't feel like I ever had like a real fair fight where I then got the shit beat out of me. It was always getting jumped. When I think
you
about
never
it.
lost a fair fight.
I don't even know if I ever really had a fair fight, maybe since like high school. It was always like crazy bar fights that like turned into something else like very quickly. Like the worst beatdown I ever got in my life there. Okay, here we go. Rick Baby's eyes swollen like some Gucci.
That's you. You look like Precious on Halloween, dressed as the Scarecrow. What the fuck?
Yo, like
That's from right here.
you can understand why I didn't think it was Bricc.
Yeah, for sure.
Dog, you look
Yeah,
like
they whooped me.
That's
He
crazy.
had got the best of it, nigga.
you look like
It get
fucking.
like that, bro.
You look like
No cap.
Scarecrow from Batman the Animated
Especially,
Series.
man, niggas
Like,
don't
But
understand,
it ain't
bro.
like I had 2 black eyes though. I got hit in my nose. And you could see where I got hit at wasn't swollen like how my eyes was. That's how it was something from the plane. Soon as I got off the plane, like I woke up and I'm like, damn, my shit fat as hell. Like, what the fuck?
If I'm the promoter, I'm
Oh,
canceling
shit,
the
right.
show if I see
I
that.
whooped a
I-
nigga,
I-
and the nigga hit me like that, and I woke up the next day looking like he
Like he
obliterated.
beat the shit out of the nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad of a fight. I
But-
never hit the ground, so
And like as far as fair fights, like a fair fight is like when me and Suspect fought. You feel me? That was a totally fair fight. Beat the shit out of me. You feel me? Like, like fair fight though. You
Yeah.
feel me?
yeah, I
Totally
never went
fair.
down though. That whole squabble, I never hit the ground.
Mm.
And, he just hit me with some hard shit, stunned my shit. I was like against the gate, but
And that's your
what
friend
I
though,
said-
right? That's your
yeah,
friend.
my
So it's
boy.
a fair
But
fight.
when I was squabbling Cuz, I had Cuz on the gate too, and I let Cuz breathe. I backed up off Cuz.
That's why you can't.
They let him get back. I'm like, Cuz, but the homies was on me like he on the gate, and I back up. Yeah, with it. I'm like, Cuz, I'm 6'up. All right.
Panache also said, unless it's some Detroit shit, and that's a Brick Baby quote, I guess.
you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I don't know. Okay. Bishop Rojas, first Blueface, now Kendrick. Come on, Almighty Sus. What the fuck? What's he even talking about? I don't know. Alkaline Zulu said, tired of Not Like Us, but it's a reminder that Drake died. Let's not joke around like that. That would be very sad if he died.
Not joke around like that.
Okay.
You think the bank all think you disrespect Pac?
And then Panache said, need another cipher. Sus, Bricc, Adam, and Lush. Run it. That would be fun. We should definitely do that. Maybe we could have it
Christmas.
not get, I thought about that, but it could not get age restricted like fucking, or age restricted or at least demonetized. Okay, Free Dirk is age restricted. The cipher had the ads removed, so it's like either way,
no money.
Our growth is going to be severely thwarted in both cases. So
I feel like NWA right now. I feel like because we're so influential, we're making such an impact. They're trying to silence us. This is some C. Dolores Tucker shit. Let's be honest.
It's making me feel like
conspiracy.
It is.
Now going forward with the videos, tell the girls to stay home.
Yeah.
No more fake bricks of cocaine. That's out.
Yeah.
I guess we could probably keep smoking weed for the time being,
I was
but
snorting the cocaine inside the shit. Though.
but
I was like,
okay,
which is
voice speeds it up so you don't actually see me putting the key to your nose, which
Yeah.
I was excited. I thought that we were gonna have that screenshot and that was gonna be funny as fuck.
And that'll get you demonetized.
But they didn't even.
Fucking
It's like you could see me with the brick and you see me like bringing the coke up or whatever. But okay, the cipher. The cipher, like, what is offensive in the cipher?
Nothing.
You see us holding balloons, but we're not even doing it.
Oh.
Besides that, we got our shirts off.
No, our titties are out.
Whose?
Ours.
Ours, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true.
well,
But-
maybe because you were referencing transmissions too much.
Okay.
That's a reach.
That's
But okay, I
crazy.
didn't say
I don't know.
That's
No,
a
but I
reach.
only said I did the transmission bar about Mechanicsville. That was in the Big Sad song. The one thing I say is the
My fucking trans.
pimp a tranny out the tube top. I'm sorry, if that's enough to get your whole fucking thing fried, that's crazy. That's fucking insane.
I
to
don't
me.
know what would be for that one, but for the for Free Dirk, there's a lot of titties popping out, and even though they got blurred,
Yeah. That's going to be the problem for this next one as
it's a
well.
lot of
There's a lot of
tits.
ass in that thing.
You're dead. Another
Yeah.
one. It's fire.
Yeah, it's me, Bricc, and Traplo Ross, and it's
Oh, yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I like it. I like the video a
Thanks,
lot.
guy.
But for sure, the Blackout
guy.
Girls, like, you can really see like up their skirts quite a bit. So that's probably not going to be good. Yeah.
That's
I
lit.
love up this.
It feels like music videos used to be exempt from this sort of scrutiny.
yeah, it's
but
kind of
they
weird.
made it
Like,
'cause
Man, we're
that's
in
what
real
I'm
gay
saying.
times.
You see why we say that
Can't even say that shit.
YouTube is racist. All the stuff from the culture has been shut down. You cannot shoot a fun
Bare
video.
ass.
Yeah, it's like we have
Cocaine.
to square up.
Yeah.
The only thing that thrives on YouTube is podcasts and all this shit. You know what I mean? Like those music videos, that's how you know it's bots involved, bro. Because those music videos is ass shaking in most of them. Now to get your clean video off, you see it's less women in videos. It's more of the homie vibe. No drugs involved. Not even a double cup. It's just like, you know.
I need a new genre.
But when I think about it, like,
Man, where's the bitches?
Yeah.
that makes me not want to invite girls to the next thing. Or I'm going to tell them, like, yeah, wear black jeans. No low rise.
For sure.
Wear like fully covered up.
There's
like,
no way to contest that, though?
Or like a body suit that is very shapely. It hugs the body, but you don't actually see any skin. That
There's
might be
no way
good.
to. I don't think that should be age restricted.
Man, that shit gay.
I totally agree. I don't even know if we appealed it, actually. Maybe I
That
should
should be
get on that. I had like two more here. Okay, Reapcast said, in the studio, fine black bitch, 2 perks, a cup, and 1 condom. What a feeling.
Okay.
Reapcash,
We like Reap Cash.
Reap going crazy.
nothing but love for you.
All right. Shit.
And then Lil Matt said, talk about Compa Raiders diss track, The Eulogy. He cooked y'all.
$20 donation.
I guess we got to talk about it. I'm going to be real.
I ain't hear it.
I spent about 3 seconds after that song came out thinking about it. Honestly, it felt like a cry for help. It felt like a sad meth addict stuck at a sushi restaurant just trying to think of something to say. The best part was when he tried to say something about Gina being 16. I'm like, wow, you're really lost if you think
Linda.
No, but he said Gina.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize when he said that he was talking about Gina.
Well,
Gina.
I don't know if he's
I
talking
thought
about,
he
that's
just,
the only
like-
Gina I know.
I thought he just said that as like a random name that rhymed.
I feel
or
like he might
whatever,
really.
like-
I mean, isn't Gina like fucking 30 damn
Yeah,
near?
she's a
Yeah,
grown
for
ass
sure.
woman.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Gina's a
Yeah.
grown woman.
Yeah.
100%.
You have not known
Shout
her.
out to my twin.
I
That's
thought
the
that he
yanking them.
said Lena. I thought he said you've been having Lena since she was 16.
No, he
or
said-
something.
he said-
it was so trash.
When she
Yeah.
was
I
16,
didn't
I wasn't
hear.
even like born yet.
Yeah.
Wait, the other way around.
Other way.
But either way, yeah, that shit was so bad. Yeah, I know.
Old ass nigga.
So,
That's wild.
She was so young that somehow I was younger than her.
Bro.
she lapped my life. You lapped her life. You're on your next
This is
life.
like me trying to explain the concept of age to my kid because my kid's always like, when I'm 18, you'll be my baby.
Facts.
And I'm just like, okay, yeah, okay, sure, yeah.
The cold part of is like there's a little bit of accuracy to that statement.
Yeah,
Yeah, because when you get old, you revert to a fucking baby.
I tell her that too. I'm like,
Yeah,
hey,
you
when
go
I'm
back to
old,
the diapers and OT.
I might need you to take care of me a little bit. And she's like, okay, you'll be my baby. I'm like, yeah, sort of, yeah.
She's
Life
right.
is full circle.
Parker's
A
wiser than we give her credit
200-pound
for.
baby is gonna be fucking
Yep.
awesome.
But you know what's
memory
crazy about it to
don't
me?
know where he at, crying and shit.
When shout out to the
Man.
Beatles, When I'm 64. That's my favorite
When
song
I'm
about when I'm an
64.
old head. But okay, the Compa song has like 20K.
Can we
I
listen
feel
to
like
it?
no. I feel like
Maybe on the
that
music stream.
that is a window into how many views Sharp's song would have if he didn't bot it.
Man, because they know.
Nah, Sharp is a little bit more.
He bought that shit.
Maybe this much.
Compa, and I feel like
It was
Compa
like
shit
2
was
days.
bought too.
That nigga had 200K in
I
2
feel
days.
like he's putting them on like daily.
Well, okay,
Nobody gives
so-
a fuck about that song.
But, okay,
20,000 is crazy.
Compa and Sharp do like practically the same
him.
views on stream.
Yeah.
So
I don't
to me,
think
it's like
Compa-
they probably have about the same level of fan base.
I don't think Compa.
But the biggest giveaway, I don't think Compa bought
Wait,
views
wait,
either.
me neither.
I think
Wait,
Compa
Compa
didn't
was
buy views. I think
beefing.
Sharp did, and I think
Yeah.
Compa's views are like what Sharp's views would have been
Yeah.
if not. Because keep in mind, Spiffy Luciano, not exactly a draw, but his newest video, 2 million views with 200 comments.
Oh wow.
Come the fuck on. And
With
then all of a
200
sudden,
comments?
Sharp drops a music video and it does like a ridiculous number of views in comparison to everything else he's ever put out. He met the view guy. Spiffy's the view guy.
Hey, man, shout out to my nigga Spiffy.
Come
bro.
on now.
No, the
Shout out
best.
to Spiffy,
No,
bro.
the best is when
Spiffy's the view guy.
He's the view guy.
No,
Y'all got Spiffy fucked
the other
up.
week on here, Bricc was all like,
Shout out my nigga, man.
Bricc was like, yeah, like I was.
Fuck Spiffy.
He's like, I was with Sharp
Y'all gotta
last night.
chill,
I had to
bro.
hear the song 500 times.
Yeah, that was so. And then Sharp was bitching
mad
about it
at
after
that motherfucker.
too.
He was mad
so
at the bitch.
mad.
He said, "Yeah, I was patting your baby. Are you smoking a camel?"
I was hanging out with your baby. He
hanging out
loves
with
to
your
point
baby.
that out.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
kind of gives you a window into his creepy motivations.
Yeah, that's why you
he
can't
likes
do-
being connected to everybody's
Yeah, you
kids.
can't let him around nothing. You can't
Yeah.
do
He said,
nothing.
"I was patting your, bouncing your baby. She over here. She want to go to sleep.
She want to come stay with me.
Nigga." I'm standing at the door
Oh
with
my
the slide
God.
door open, 1 foot in the door. You picked up my baby, nigga.
But you
She was
notice
good.
he loves that. He loves that because okay, I'm not even gonna say who, but there's like a person associated with No Jumper who lost a loved one, let's say, and Sharp pulled up to the funeral. Cool, real one behavior. I respect that. But then he like mentioned it on his stream mad times, talking about it and like using it as this like weird manipulation tactic.
I was at the funeral
Yeah,
church.
I went to the funeral. I went to the funeral. He just kept saying it. I'm like, bro, you're like, you just do shit so you can hold it over. Like every nice thing you've ever done in your life is just fodder
That's
for
a
you
fact.
to try to act like, look at what a good guy I was. That's crazy.
Man, speaking of this shit,
Air it out.
Can you please, man, please attest to this weird ass nigga, bro? How the nigga was talking about, oh yeah, you know, nigga, the only reason you even got to do the second interview was because I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? Bro,
Yeah, that was a weird one.
you
No,
feel
I know what
me?
you're talking about with the Kelpie thing. I just wanted to
He
interview
was
him.
so mad. Was he not? He said he didn't give a fuck about it. Oh, the only reason you did it is because they didn't have to pay you. They knew if I did it, they was gonna really have to pay me. He was mad as he called my phone and tried to get me not to do it.
And then he
'Cause
tried to
was
text
real?
me.
Yes.
He tried to tell me that I
Yes.
owe him a percentage of the money when I interviewed Kelpie after him.
He was mad as fuck. He was mad as fuck. He was like, nah.
I don't know what's
Church.
crazier.
He was
He's
like,
the salt master.
he was on some weird shit, bro. He was like, nah, church, if anybody, it should be me and you, church. Nah, matter of fact, P, you shouldn't even do that shit, church. You shouldn't even do it. We're gonna double back and do it ourselves. You shouldn't even do it. You feel me? It should be me and you or us three. I should be included. Ass nigga. Like,
The
come
reason-
That
on,
would have
bro.
been that would have ruined the best moment in No Jumper history.
There was a very simple reason why I invited Sus and didn't invite Sharp. It's because I knew that if I invited Sharp, he wouldn't shut the fuck up because especially at that time, he just wouldn't let anybody talk. That was a big part of why I wanted to have Kelby on, is because I wanted to actually hear him express himself more.
Hear what his voice sounded like.
And he's coming off a fucking episode with Sharp in which he like barely got to say 2 words, so I felt like it was fair.
Sharp answers your question, the questions that he asked.
Yeah, and then talks about himself for 10 minutes.
And then he'll answer it for you.
Yeah.
Like, he'll let you talk, and you're like, no, because you're fucking, like,
I just didn't like how he tried to lie and say that the only reason I got it is because you didn't want to really pay him, and it was because he ain't had to pay me. No, nigga, you was mad as fuck.
No, but here's a question for you guys: does he
and
actually?
Gina can attest to that too, because he called her and was mad
but does
too.
he actually believe that in his head? Like in his head, does he think that's the case?
the only reason.
He
the
might.
only reason No Jumper exists.
All right,
Sharp.
he delusional, bro.
That's it.
Like, come on, bro.
You
that
see,
shit
I'm
was
still
crazy.
smoking the broken windows.
I just
Shout
didn't
out
like
for-
that fake
shout
ass
out to my
narrative.
boy. I just found a couple bags of this.
Who makes broken windows?
Oh man,
Oh,
Chargeback
Foos.
Boys.
Oh,
Oh,
We
shit.
still smoking
that's a
them
Foos
Charge-
Gone Wild collab.
Yeah. we
Wow.
smoking
That's that
them.
shit right
You
there.
know, Compa's down bad because he's still complaining about your $60 sushi bill on
that
the song.
I paid for.
Yeah,
I showed y'all the former. Did I show you?
Yes,
I
yes,
showed
yes,
everybody
we've
that
seen
I paid
yes.
that time. But what are you talking about?
To be,
You're just lying.
to be fair,
What are you talking about?
I think Compa's this track is better than Sharp's.
you were in it. No, it wasn't.
I gotta
Objectively,
hear it, man.
significantly.
Fuck no.
I
That
fuck
nigga
with
wasn't
Compa.
talking
I gotta
about
hear it.
nothing.
Swifty's a good writer.
He just
Swifty's a good
bro,
writer.
Listen, that shit was trash, gang.
yeah. I
That-
thought Compa's was
that
so
shit was
bad. I'm not gonna lie.
trash,
I would rather
That
listen to
shit was
Sharp say,
trash.
"I'm styling."
I forgot about the I'm Silent
I'm
bar.
styling. Yo, that's
shit
so
was
funny.
way
The
out
I'm
of it.
Silent bar is like one of the bars.
That's
that
one of
he
the
does.
funniest
You
things
just
possibly
trying to
ever.
give him some flowers in the middle because y'all back cool. That shit trash, bro.
I legitimately think it was better than.
Oh,
I think it was better than Sharp's.
I felt like Compa had a writer.
He did.
He
Swifty.
did. Oh yeah, it felt like
100%
Swifty.
Swifty.
Oh,
You
yeah,
back
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
with a
No, like
I
look,
fuck with Compa.
Raider, I got love for you. You feel me? You're on the other side, bro. So you feel me? It is what it is. It's no jumper. You feel me? No jumper gang or don't bang. So it is what it is. You know, I fucks with you, but you the ops. It is what it is.
How's it up?
Because it's no jumper and he's
All right, cool.
yeah. Like it's not like serious, but it's the ops.
I'm
I
saying.
like
So was it ever serious at
he
a
didn't
time?
cook it.
Him with him and I? No, we never.
No?
We don't have.
So it was
beef.
never real.
Like, I just hate Raider. He sucks. You know what I mean? Like,
Raider is when that song drops with me, you, and Chapel Ross. People are gonna get to hear my thoughts on Compa. It's only one bar, but
when I see Compa, I'm a
it's a
problem.
different one. Oh, what about I hate to air out your bars. I want to air out your bars. But there's some funny ones. It's funny when people get on the songs and dislike my ops, but then I don't diss my ops. Like, or I diss different ops.
It's even better.
But
Yeah.
Kappa is my op.
No, but I'm saying, what about
Oh yeah.
Dejan and the Blades, you know,
yeah.
hit him with the yeah.
Hey, too bad those other songs from that session with Ross are never gonna come out because boy, do we say
Yo,
some
I'm
fuck-
scared for you if they do. I feel like you might have bit off some shit that you don't really want on one of those.
Yeah, low key.
Yeah, you know it.
I went fuck yeah. I went really crazy.
He basically
I'm not
said to himself, like, who's the toughest dudes in this whole little landscape in terms of just like sheer ability to beat somebody up? I'm a diss them.
But let's be fair. Let's be fair. The actual mechanical aspect of the rapping on those
Oh, yeah, it
disses,
was great. Yeah.
very, very good.
I just don't want to get blamed if you get the dog shit
I'm
beat
gonna
out
get
you.
killed.
Yeah,
in those songs
you
come
better
out.
keep it on you.
But the other one, which
Man,
is
I
very,
gotta hear it now.
I'll show you. But the other one, which like we were kind of getting at Sharp really heavy, and the other one, like
Automatically fired.
I'm styling.
it's some of the best verses to come out of No Jumper. But
That's
I don't think
right.
they'll ever see the light of day.
I should just do like a remix and just use the I'm styling as the hook.
That is
They'll probably sue me.
Y'all already talked about the Snoopy sad ass shit?
no.
Yeah. Do we believe the Snoopy Badass is bringing Drake to Compton?
Man, no.
Yeah.
I feel like Flacco is
Snoopy, that's
single-handedly responsible
For all this
for
shit.
spreading that narrative to the point where, oh my God, I just want to show like what Flacco's legacy in this game is going to be.
Man.
Ice Cube's son let us
Facts, he did.
take a look at this. This is like the funniest shit.
He
He did
retweeted.
retweet it. Yeah, he retweeted and said something. But then I went to the comments and he like commented like he knew it was a joke type shit. But
For real?
it was just the point that he retweeted it and said something anyways.
Who retweeted?
Fucking Ice Cube's son, O'Shea.
Retweeted Snoopy?
No, he quote tweeted Flacco posting Snoopy. Yeah. All right. So not to spoil it, but Flacco writes, legendary Compton blood said he's bringing Drake to Kendrick Lamar's hometown of Compton after OVO tapped in. Bompton Snoopy badass said Kendrick can't stop nothing over in Compton. This has 6.5 million views.
Wow.
Go to the comments.
And was quote tweeted by Cube's son. I wonder what they're gonna do in Compton. You know, like to do what exactly? Well, that's different. I thought he said something else when I
He
first
did.
saw it.
He
Did he
did.
change it? Did he edit it?
I could have sworn that's not what he said.
I could have. Yeah, I think I sent a screenshot to the group chat where it was
He
something
was like,
else.
"What's next?" or some shit like that. Like, you know.
Wait,
He
really?
said, "What you finna do when they come to North Dakota?"
Wait, no way. He did it twice.
The video and then a regular post.
A regular post, but I swear he was quote tweeting
It
Flacco,
was.
right?
Yeah, calling
Not
him-
tripping.
Because
Hey,
otherwise I would have never
Right
said. Oh, here we go. Yeah,
Bompton
yeah, yeah.
legend.
All right, now go to the. There you go. Now go to those comments.
Fucking Flacco posts legendary Compton blood said the West Coast is rocking with Drake, not Kendrick. And,
Oh, well,
and he
this
said,
changes-
oh, well, this
this
changes
changes
everything
everything.
to the tune of 161,000 likes, 13.7 million views. Flacco's really out here doing shit. He even got us to post a fake body today.
Yeah, that's
Long live Big Sad. That was crazy. Man, I did that TMZ interview thinking that Sad was dead. Trying to like plot in the back of my head, like, fuck, what are we gonna do? Like, this is insane.
A lot of
ridiculous.
enemies in the streets of West LA were
Locked
very, very,
up
very
over
happy
here.
for
I
a
treat
short.
an amigo like a breadcrumb.
You hear me?
What did he say? Yo, who's that a diss to? Breadcrumb sounds like a diss.
It does
Flock
sound
was
like-
Is it?
promoting a
It sounds
bot
like it
Is it?
yesterday.
Wait, breadcrumb?
Yeah,
This nigga go.
Promoting a bot.
Yeah, on this page.
Yeah.
Who gets called breadcrumbs?
Peons.
What's that? Just in general? It's not like a specific hood? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
I was wondering because
There's
Peso said that on the thing.
Somewhere in the streets of
No.
LA,
It's probably a Latino.
there's for
hood.
sure a gang that they call breadcrumbs as a diss.
It's
It
probably a
sounds-
Latino.
Well, that's, yeah, I'm assuming.
Well, he from Playboys.
I don't know.
So you from
I mean,
Eastside Playboys.
breadcrumbs, fucking freedom breadcrumbs, like for poor people, like
Breadcrumbs is a good thing to rhyme in a song regardless.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just dead bums,
That,
Bro.
fed lungs. I don't
Man,
know.
that hater. Hey,
Every single bitch I got
that
head
hater
from.
row shit.
Let's talk about it. We already
yeah.
talked about the legend Snoopy
Okay.
Badass. Just to put a pin in that. Do we believe that Snoopy
nigga
Badass and
smoking Bristol, blood.
has Drake and Snoopy Badass ever had a conversation? I highly
Absolutely
doubt
no.
it.
No.
No offense.
No.
No.
He on the cloud train, and it's working because he paid Flacco, and that was the right person to pay. Now everybody retweeting, everybody
I don't
talking
think
about
he
it.
paid Flacco. I think they just teamed up on some shit.
It's a possibility.
I think that's Flacco's artist.
Because Flacco brought Snoopy Badass to Academics' podcast in New York.
Okay.
How many? views
Okay.
did that
Okay.
do?
Okay.
Not a lot from what I saw.
I didn't know about that.
No clips came out. What the fuck did you go to New York?
I
You
didn't
went to
know
New
about
York
that.
not to show out.
P Nice was part of that too.
I didn't know about
Of
that till
course,
right
no
now.
clips. It's too serious until they talk about eating ass.
And Act did give it a crazy ass title like legendary LA gang members pull up on Act or some shit.
yeah,
I don't know.
what's going? Oh yeah.
What happened?
Now this is my first time even hearing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flacco. I mean, Flacco be doing. You know what is like the defining factor of Flacco is that he just be making the most random moves you could ever think of. Like he just does.
He's a networker.
He just does things that you would never expect. And sometimes he'll like tell me he's going to do something and then it just won't happen and I'm not surprised. And then he just does things that
He's
I
money
never would have
motivated.
guessed.
Very money motivated.
Yeah, but him putting Snoopy on, I mean, yeah, he is very money motivated. But like the
fact.
Snoopy arc, I don't know, but I think that's also just him realizing like, oh, I can get viral tweets by just acting like Snoopy's a big dog in Compton.
And I could probably if I bring Bricc Baby to New York, he's gonna be like a lot more difficult to take care of. And
No, he
shit,
wanted me to
like-
come.
Yeah, but like
He wanted me to come.
Yeah, but-
I'm not doing nothing with Snoopy.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
Huh?
I told Ak I'd catch you on the next trip. I'm gonna go out there.
Here this nigga go.
You and him going on there to squash your beef would have been insane.
but what about
We don't have beef. We just live two completely different lives. Like we don't.
You actually live very similar lives.
No, we don't.
I mean, you're both dads.
He got you fucked up.
No, he doesn't take care of his kids.
Oh, I don't know.
Nigga, you ain't never seen me say them kids ain't mine. Nigga.
Oh, I don't know.
You crazy.
No, but I think those kids weren't, right?
Them kids was.
Nah, some of them are. At least one is.
Well,
Like two.
there's no ambiguity around the
know shit about
conception
that
of the
shit.
children and the consent.
All that shit. You seen all that firsthand. You'll say that shit about your daughter after you break up, after you ever break up with Lena?
To be fair,
Hey, nigga, the kids ain't my fuck that bitch and them babies.
I got nothing but love for Tania, but I do feel like Lena and her are
Very different.
very, very, very different as parents,
So
at the
you
very
don't
least.
hold
It
that
don't
against
even
them, is what
matter
you're saying.
though. What I'm saying
It's just hard for me to put them in the
ain't gonna
same
say that
box.
about her kids.
That's him for real?
Who finna say that about their kids?
Oh, the fake Snoopy commenters are prolific. That's on Pyru. Y'all love to keep a N-word name on
Yeah,
mouth.
it's not
it's-
Snoopy.
but it's so easy. I know people who literally go in streams every day and change their name and their picture and just troll, and it works like with astounding accuracy.
It's a good way to get someone to talk shit back. Like if I
That's
go
how I
on
start
Sharp
beefing with China
Stream,
Mac.
I can make a fake suspect. Exactly. I mean,
And
like,
then now you just troll some real beef.
right.
Vagina Mac.
Yeah, they
It's that
told me
simple.
in the beefing with China Mac.
Vagina Mac.
This
Yeah.
happen all the time.
Yeah,
Or
That- that's so
they'll go on your
catchy.
stream-
I gotta push that one.
Or
That's
they'll
his
go on
new
your
name.
It's not
stream,
clever, but
comment-
it just works.
China
Yeah.
Mac.
Vagina Mac.
They'll go to your stream, comment, and be like, "Oh,
China.
so and so just said you a bitch," and blase, blase, blase. So and so just said you a bitch on stream right now,
Then you like do some slick
and
shit
then you be like, "Man,
nigga,
so
nah,
fuck
man,
that
anybody
bitch
fuck
ass
that
nigga."
nigga,
That
man.
nigga never said nothing,
Nigga
and
ain't
now
saying
y'all
nothing,
really
man.
beef.
But to be fair, Adam,
The
like
King Von documentary has like an amazing example of that, where it's like King Von getting trolled by,
oh yeah,
or I forget exactly who it was, but yeah. What were you saying?
that was on the raw side. I was gonna say, what's better though, Vagina Mac or Gynecologist?
This nigga right here, bro.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he finna actually say some shit, and he says, "Wait, no."
He always just wants to rap. He don't get to rap as much as he wants to rap. He doesn't have enough of an outlet.
What?
Facts. This is total facts.
Fact.
He has enough of a.
This is the only time he get this
Lush doesn't have
blurt
any
out all this dumb
confidence.
shit on his mind.
You and your girl just sit there and just spit bars back and forth
We
all the
for-
time.
no, there's for sure like morning freestyle battles
Shut the fuck.
all the time.
No,
Bro,
no
what?
phones at breakfast. It's just rapping. You're sipping
You
your
wanna know
coffee.
why I
But it's
say
more
that, Lush?
roasting.
Vagina Mac.
Because you always talk about yourself after you do a verse. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like your confidence don't be on. Like you be like, yeah. Oh, and then my little it's something. And then but look, he got so many bars. If he just would put the confidence behind, like you really can rap. So it's like if you put more confidence behind it, your shit would, like, you know what I mean?
Well, to
It'd
be
really
fair,
go.
like to be fair, like self-awareness has never been one of my strong suits.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, for sure. And it's like, you know, you really can rap though.
Thank
So
you,
it's
I
like,
appreciate
if you
that.
put a
That's
little
nice.
bit more confidence behind it and stop acting like, oh, it's just a silly white boy rapping when it's your turn to rap, like that shit.
All right,
I'm
I'm
a further.
I'm a like put. I'm gonna sack up next time. I'm gonna put my big boy pants on
Put
next
your big
verse.
sack
You
on,
feel me?
huh?
Yeah.
Always sack up.
Yeah.
My big sack in 1900, who's still alive.
It's so
motherfucker.
awkward having a fucking a weekend or like a slow week like this because there's no Thursday anything because it's
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, and then
Somebody
fucking
told me that they was gonna be on the show on Thursday. I'm like,
I'll see you then. See you there.
um
See you there. But
Friday. I actually am doing a podcast Friday for some reason, but Friday, and Saturday, Sunday.
There's
this
also
time of
a-
year is so slow.
yeah, but there's a fucking Black Friday sale at the No Jumper store on Friday.
That's a great
And it's
point.
gonna be fucking jumping.
On Melrose,
The whole city coming out.
pull up or get pulled out on.
yeah.
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 I don't pull out.
Get pulled
You
out
don't?
I
on
just
pause.
keep that motherfucker.
You got a Tania with you? Just let them come in there.
Yeah.
All right, we got to talk about Wack versus Hater World.
Yeah, we do.
I'll give the shortest synopsis possible for the people out there, but basically, Wack got hit up last minute to pull up to a podcast. It's a local Mexican podcast called Hater World. Despite the name, I wouldn't say it's like the most haterish podcast, but they definitely, offer their opinions on shit. And the main dude on Hater World is a dude named Blue Devil.
Shouts to
And
Blue Devil.
I
Good
fuck
dude.
with Blue Devil.
I guess
Tommy.
Wack pulled up very,
love me
very
over
deep
there.
with a bunch of heads. And
He did.
basically, Wack
was
did
he
what he
deep?
did. I believe, he showed up with a lot of people.
Really?
Hella niggas.
He put up with all them San Bernardino niggas.
Yeah.
I thought he was only just like him and his.
That Loose Cannon be with.
Nah, and so anybody who's ever seen Wack on a podcast knows that he tends to dominate the podcast by just talking about whatever the fuck he feels like talking about. And so as a result, he basically ran that shit, was yapping the whole time, didn't really leave a whole lot of room for criticisms of him to really be levied. And also probably if you've ever watched the Adam and Wack show, you probably heard all of these criticisms addressed in the past, such as classics like you support 6ix9ine, who's a snitch. You support, or you talk shit about Suede after he died. You said you would never sign a Mexican rapper, yada, yada. A lot of the classic arguments that people wanted to see trotted out. But then after the
Which
episode
Wack has
ended,
great points for everyone.
true, but Hater World basically didn't really put up much of a fight. Kind of just fell back and let him talk, which to be fair, I'm pretty sure he's almost never done like contentious interviews like that where you're having somebody on where you basically have to duke it out, right?
But that's not what happened though. He didn't even mention it. Like he didn't mention any of
Well,
the
that's
shit.
what I'm saying. Yeah, he didn't really.
But
He also said
But
that
he
he
had-
didn't know that he was interviewing Wack. He said that
he did.
knew
It was
that-
last minute. Yes.
He said that he knew that he was
True.
interviewing Loose Cannon and didn't know it was at the last minute with Wack. So he
But
wasn't there. That's
two
what he
important
said.
things that Adam hasn't mentioned yet that should be mentioned is one, when Blue Devil had on multiple occasions called Wack a rat and talked about how he thought Wack
But
was a
Wack
rat.
found that out after the podcast that
Right.
basically it called him a whack or called him a snitch. He had said that the world would be a better place if Wack died,
Yeah.
and a few other comments such as that. And then
That's a
Wack
long
basically
maybe.
unloads on him, gets on a stream with him,
Yeah.
and proceeds to just like Wack
No, I
loses
know where
his
you
voice.
at. That's what he always
Yeah.
does.
He lost
when
his
somebody
voice
calls him
because
a
he was
rat.
yelling at him so much.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how you know it's like.
Hey, look,
But,
I got a theory. My
No,
theory.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Real
Go
quick.
ahead. Go ahead.
The whole thing with you inviting Wack 100, well, you inviting Loose Cannon with Wack 100. I don't know why Loose Cannon. I know I'm kind of backtracking a little bit. Like, why would Loose Cannon bring Wack 100 to a podcast when Wack 100 is well spoken and he speaks like a retard? Automatically, if you trying to get your shot, it becomes the 100 show. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, basically, I'm with me. You know what I mean? You got Wack that's producing full sentences back to back.
Not laughing because I agree. Just laughing because I'm laughing.
It's fucking funny.
Lose,
So,
I'm just
yeah.
laughing because I'm laughing.
So you know what I mean? That's a loss right there. Now into the hater world. Said my bad for backtracking, but I had to get that off before it was too far down.
Oh
I
my
might have made you
God.
forget what you were
All
saying.
right, so look, I got a theory, right? Because I think that Wack is a highly intelligent person. Now, look, don't put this down as a fact. Don't put this as a he talked to Wack, he knows something. I don't know shit. I just think that I know Wack is just highly intelligent and he be a couple steps ahead of shit. You get what I'm saying?
I mean,
Now, look, hear me out. I think this is my theory. My theory is Wack played dumb. I think Wack knew about all that shit. I don't think Wack is gonna go to a Sereno building and not have somebody do some research on the place that he going.
I think he moves a little less methodically than you're assuming.
Look,
Because for sure, if I was in Luce's situation there and I just hit up Wack at the last minute, I'm doing this podcast, it would be a good look if you pulled up. I feel like he'll probably just pull up, you know? Like he probably
Wack
expected.
100 pulled up with hella Wack people too, though.
But he kind of always pulls up with a bunch of people.
It was a
Realistically,
couple-
I think he
yeah,
was way
white people,
more
like,
on that one.
I know.
The
A lot
thing
of
is
times
two
they'll pull up
things.
here with like
he
two
knew,
dudes.
but he knew that he was going to them Southsiders shit. He know American. He know how the Southsiders kind of feel
That's
about
what they
him,
were
so
mad
it was
about
like
him.
An intimidation tactic.
They were also mad at him because even before the interview happened or whatever,
And
they were
Luce
pissed
also
because
said he told him.
pulled up to American Cholo's crib.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
like, they were looking at Hater World crazy because he just didn't really
Yeah,
acknowledge
like
that.
you went back on the ride, so yeah, you didn't say nothing about it, but that was like a intimidation. And then like him yelling, like, "Where you at? We can get out, nigga. Whoop, whoop. You
We
over
can get
talking
out right now.
If you called me a rat, nigga, we can get out." And everybody backs down.
Whoa, nigga.
Everybody
Whoa.
backs down when he says that because it's like a little tweak in the paperwork that's out. So he tries to gain that little gap. I really don't care, but at the end of the day, your name looks shaky when everybody reads this shit. And then
You're talking
you
about
get
Wack.
mad. Yeah. Then you get mad when they say it. Then it's, "Oh, we can get out. We can get out. Where you at?" And that's like intimidation. Like, but you blowing up for what? If it ain't that, just show the facts that it ain't that. It ain't no need to blow up over some snitch shit. Like, can't nobody call me a snitch and make me blow up because it's impossible for me to be a snitch.
But okay, if the argument against Wack and the argument calling him a snitch is strong, why don't people put it out there in a way that's in any way convincing to people? Because I heard people say
he's saying they get intimidated.
No, they got people that run the content all the time. They just don't got the fucking right. The platforms don't get nothing but 3,000, 4,000 views.
Shit.
You could go back and dissect it piece by piece.
If it don't got a lot of views, then it's not true.
Well, yeah,
that's my assumption.
But I'm not here to say it's true or it's not. I'm just saying his actions after people say, I see him blow up most of the time after they do that.
You're saying that basically, like, someone will say some shit like that, and
they be like, well, we can get out. Ooh, it ain't no point of blowing up gaskets if you ain't told.
But
like, what the fuck are you doing?
But then they'll rank it and stop pursuing the issue because they don't want to, like,
the people that he do, he know that it's like a prison tactic. Like, nigga, if I get hella aggressive with you over some shit that you don't have documented, you gonna kind of back down because this paperwork got a tweak, so you can't put it on your mama, your kids, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I decided just to leave it alone. Like, hey, until somebody prove that this match up with that, then whatever. Cause like, I'm done talking about other people's life.
Yeah.
It don't match up to me.
I fuck with Wack, but I think, you feel me, scare tactic. I already know about the content that you're running on me. Because Luce also said when they was doing the Clubhouse shit the next day, he said, I told him you was running content. Woody. Luce said this. You feel me? The next day when he really went in on a nigga. So I think, all right, boom, we're going to pull up 100 niggas. You feel me? We're going to see if he say anything about the snitch shit. If he do, we going to crash. If not, boom, cool, right? I'm going to hit him again to do the Clubhouse shit. You know, that's my world. I'm going to hit him, do the Clubhouse shit. Boom, we do the Clubhouse shit. But now I also know the address of where he at. We all been there now.
That makes sense.
Now I'm finna go in on it. Nigga, why you ain't telling me that you said I would have snitched to my face, nigga? I would have knocked you out, nigga. Paul Room, nigga. I would have knocked you out, blood. Paul Room,
so
nigga.
that was his intention
and
the
then
whole
he
time.
can say, nigga, I'm finna pull up right now. Nigga, I'm not coming right now, blood. Paul Room. So I think Wack is, I think Wack smart as a motherfucker, and he knew what he was doing.
For
Look,
sure.
but I fuck with Wack, and I fuck with Blue Devil. That's just my theory.
Yo, show the screen for 1 second. Look at how this is being characterized by some of these commentary channels. Wack 100 ends Blue Devil from Hater World's career.
Yeah.
Well, look.
That's a thumbnail. F that. Let's squabble. This is how it's being put out there by people. I don't know. I haven't like seen the shit in its entirety. This might be Hater World's biggest live stream. Look at that, 53K. That's gonna hurt if this is the most.
No,
popular one.
he's got bigger.
Oh wait, those are clips.
I fuck with Hater World. I went over there.
Yeah.
Yo, but look it. It's actually it's basically tied for his second most viewed. And this is Lefty Gunplay from 8 months ago. You could assume this one's probably not still going up. So I would bet that this is gonna be his most viewed episode. Yeah. Shout out Blue Devil. I feel like
I really like Blue Devil, and
I fuck with Blue ultimately Devil. This too shall pass. You just got to stand on business. I know you got it in you.
The thing is this. So a few things that are important to know. One, I thought
I made content out of it.
I thought that Wack, one of the reasons he was going on that pod was to show that he don't hate Mexicans, because there's been this narrative about Wack don't fuck with
But now the narrative is kind of that he may have ethered a Mexican YouTuber's career.
Right. But I don't think that was his intention going over there. Like, until Suspect said that, that never even crossed my mind. Like, I thought that his intention was he was going over there on some cool shit. You know what I mean? Now that you put it the way you put it, now I'm kind of looking at it a little differently. But
I don't know. That's just what I think, because I think Wack is real calculated.
Yeah,
and
his
smart.
hood beef with all Mexicans.
His hood beef with Southsiders. So it's some secret hate between that. No, regardless, you can't. He don't gotta say it. Nobody gotta say it. Like, if I'm from right here, and if I'm from BPS and we beef with the 18, I'm gonna have a certain type of feeling about Mexicans, because I beef with a Mexican gang.
Unless you personally have a relationship with a Latino.
And I'm only talking about gang member Mexicans.
Right, 100%.
Dudes. You get what I'm saying?
But that's the thing though. Like, he doesn't even. There's no black gangs around him for him to beef with. Like literally all the hoods
Exactly.
that his hood beefs with are Mexican.
You get what I'm
You feel
saying?
me?
So
Like,
you can't go at him about the hate for
no.
the Southsiders because why are you taking my lighter back?
Why are you drinking my water?
It's my water. Fuck your
Keep
lighter.
grabbing it back. He keep pulling the motherfucker to him.
Niggas over here having a tug of war with the lighter.
Listen. Meanwhile, Suss got my lighter. With that being said, I also think it's important to note that Hater World only had like Latinos on the podcast in the beginning, and at the beginning of this year, they made an effort to expand and try to get.
They desegregated.
They desegregated and tried to, but they really just were like, we don't want to just interview like,
right,
like Southsider gangster rappers. We want
They've been asking me to come on. I need to go on to clarify that.
Where Hater World?
Yeah, you should. You
I
should.
went over there.
But
They
like,
smooth.
but then
I
also
fuck with
it's
both of
important we got to reference some of the things that Wack said when that tirade, which was so lethal. That's why there's.
Well, he said you're not a real Southsider. He said
you're a disgrace.
Yeah.
He said you're a disgrace. Fuck your hood. Fuck your roster.
he said
Fuck your mama. A lot of that, right?
Barrio was crazy.
Fuck your barrio. He's
Yeah.
not even supposed to know that word. That was crazy.
What did you
He
mean?
for sure knows that word. Yeah.
As soon as you start saying Spanish words to get at somebody, then you know it's up.
Fuck your whole power, everything you stand for, blood.
And I'm and fools probably ain't feeling the fact that he was.
Yeah.
And let me ask you guys a question. Do you feel like if Blue Devil had that moment was like, you know what, Wack? I should have said something about the snitching thing when you were over here. I should have. I was wrong for that. Would that have deaded the whole thing?
Who knows? You never know. It depends on what people are going for.
Wack would not go lightly. You know, it's not like he'd be like, all right, bet, we cool. He would be like, I'm glad that you said that, but you're still a bitch. Like, you know, if Hater World really wanted to make it cool, nah. Hater World could not have been cool with Wack on that phone call. It never would have.
Yeah, so what I was asking is, if when Wack first brought him on Clubhouse and was like, why you ain't saying nothing first time I was there, blood? How come you didn't? If he had just been like, you know what? I didn't even think about that, but you're right, Wack. I should have said something. If you would have taken accountability.
And he still would have went in.
Yeah, I think it all depends on the motives of what people are going for. If you're going for peace, then of course not. But if you already going itching for anybody to get out of pocket a little bit and you ready to blow this bitch up, then of course that's your time.
Well, and if he's like, and then he wants the heads up, right? But Wack's like, I want to.
People call me a snitch all the time. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, like, bro, it's impossible. It's like I don't even see how y'all could blow a gasket for you. Like, nigga, if you ain't never told on nobody, then why the fuck does that irritate you like that? Like, just leave it the fuck alone. Like, all right, y'all say what
when
y'all
it's
say.
randoms,
You're weird. Like,
the only time
that's
it'll
the only
matter
thing that proves is y'all weirdos. Yeah, like, nigga, pull out some paperwork. Just like Nita Boy said that I told. He pulled up the paperwork saying the girl told on me.
Catch it though. Catch it though.
Yeah, he liked to catch
though.
Yeah, that's gay.
When I interviewed him, he said that shit mad times. I remember thinking it was cool as fuck.
I think it is cool.
Catch it though.
Yeah, that's like some old player nigga shit.
That is.
Hey, hold on, man. Catch it though. You feel me? Yeah. He usually finna spit some smooth little game.
That's a more advanced version of You Dig.
Okay, but there are like a lot of people have these things like catch it though, or you're in a mean, or on the dead homies, on 6-0, on rolling, etc. That like they totally make sense in real life, but then as time goes by on podcasts, I feel like they always become kind of like a liability, or the fans really start focusing on them and like making fun of them. Like when you have like one of those things that you just say all the time. I don't know what mine are exactly, but like, I don't know. It feels like usually the fans will make a big
ticks.
I mean, everything. Like there's just like, I don't know. Like
but hey,
I'm not just asking for like words that you frequently use, which is what bad podcasts get ticks really big. I'm saying like, because you say like on dead homies don't mean anything. It just means I mean what I'm saying, which like to a lot of people, they already assume that when you're talking.
No, it's just an add-on.
But it's an add-on. We from the trenches.
I don't hate on it at all. I like it. I think it sounds cool. I wish I had shit like that.
You do though.
Throwing the Pimp Street at the end of everything. Like some nigga Pimp Street.
I might have something that I use like a little bit. Even honestly, the N-word is like that. Where it's like a lot of dudes will just end their sentence with that word, even though it doesn't really like add anything
It's
to
a filler for your raps too.
For raps, yeah, for sure.
Especially for bad niggas.
Sacktown for sure. Yeah,
Like a motherfucker.
Testicle town.
When I go with that shit, somebody gonna try to
I'm gonna say a
fuck
bar
you.
like that. I'll be in sack.
Somebody gonna try to fuck you.
I'll be hanging in
for that
sack with my
shit.
testicles, something like that. I don't know.
Hanging
But
in sack
somebody
just
gonna try
like
to fuck you
testicles.
up.
oh my god,
I'll be
dude.
hanging in sack like semen.
Like testicles.
Bro, Jaleese is gonna want to fuck me up.
Fact.
The least.
No, because I
She's
interviewed
basic.
that little moo.
And we know that was in a response to he said some crazy shit.
Oh yeah, she told me you interviewed Boo Boo.
But
He said
he-
some wild shit.
all right, so this is what happened is I hit her. Like I hit them in the group chat. I'm like, yo, you down for Jaleese to co-host in your episode? Now, I had kind of like forgotten that she basically like says horrible things about them constantly in her videos. And then the next day, one of them hit me and was like, yo, don't bring that bitch. And I was like, okay, no problem. Yeah, they definitely said some shit that might raise some eyelids around town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a whole little thing.
Hey,
It was a
hey,
whole little
when you
thing.
come up here popping your shit, you gotta know that there
The
will
ops
be
are right
somebody that
behind
come up
you.
here
What?
to
And Adam's gonna
answer
interview her.
facts.
We're gonna turn
there
you into
will be a
content.
response
Yeah.
to whatever you say up here.
I feel bad
100%.
for a little tiny bit, but you
Oh,
know,
man.
it is what it is.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's a whole little thing. Yo, but my one last thing I wanted to ask about Hater World is like, do you like what? Assuming that some decent sized percentage of his audience, from what I heard, is mad at him for not doing a good enough job arguing with Wack. What could he or should he do in order to prove that he really is who he says he is and to make the fans appease? Like what could you actually see him doing to repair his image being a little fucked up?
Skits.
Just kill someone.
know.
Yeah.
Which kind of skill?
No, real talk that would do it.
You mean
But
pop a nigga?
He's too popping to do that though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
honestly, like
I don't know.
I think
bro.
what you said earlier is the right answer. He just has to kind of keep it pushing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Because what else can he do? You know?
And
Yeah.
he's a good. Here's the thing, like,
But he got to find somebody to beef with so he can take a W.
well, here's the
You
thing.
say he got to redeem himself.
Yeah.
out.
He's beefing with Raider.
Bro.
Yeah, he does beef with Raider.
To be fair, even if he were to like fully defeat Raider, that just doesn't compare to doing battle with Wack. Wack's kind of like one of the, that's like you just pulled up to Bowser.
That's an elite boss, though. So
Raider is a Koopa.
Look, I think Blue Devil's gonna be straight, but I think that he gonna take a hit to his fan base because they really have a strong feeling about Wack 100.
Yeah.
A lot of Serranos
Yeah.
or a lot of his fan base got a real strong feeling about Wack, so they don't
don't like seeing their guy take a L.
Yeah, so
Mm.
I think he's gonna have a hard time getting a lot of his fans base back. Like if he don't, I don't know, like he can't. It's gonna be real hard for him to come back from those people. Maybe he can go get new ones outside of that, but the people who've been following him and been watching everything he's been doing, I think it's gonna be hard.
it's really tough when you hang your hat and your entire thing is based on
I fuck with him though.
a street reputation. Like that's like
Mhm.
without that, you like it.
You walk on eggshells, bro, when you live like that.
You think he's Shy Glizzy getting his chain took?
Well, it's like the
Right now, it's comparable.
yeah.
It ain't that bad.
Well,
Nothing could be that bad.
Well, if you're completely reliant on like this image of gangsterism, which to be fair, like I said, he's been trying to move away from. So I think this is probably frustrating him if I had to guess, because he doesn't want to be just like Mr. Voice for the South Side and all that. But once
Right.
you've already branded yourself as such, it kind of, it's difficult.
And there's a problem
He's
for
in a
him
tough
too,
spot.
because people primarily, no matter what, are gonna want to hear him talk to and about shit that like his fan base. If he has 65,000 subscribers, that's realistically like probably 80% like California, like
He's a
90%
strong Latino fan
Mexican.
base, yeah.
It's like such a specific fan base in comparison to No Jumper, where it's like you would have a hard time even like breaking down the demographic because there's so many different races
Yeah,
and
all kinds,
it's like,
ages, sections, all kind of
yeah.
shit.
Although if I were to guess, if I were to have, this is strictly just a guess, I would assume that Latinos from California are our predominant demographic as well.
Definitely a lot of truth to that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
because that's just how it is. That's the overall demographic here.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
about to say, it's more Latinos.
It's a lot of men
Exactly.
who like
And it
this shit,
is
so
black.
you would automatically, you know what I'm saying?
And we're an
equate the
LA-based
two.
platform, so
Yeah,
it makes
you would
sense. So
equate the
that's
two.
you know. And when we did our live shows,
That's a good
who do you
guesstimate.
see in the crowd predominantly? There you go.
And even though, like, even if we were located in Chicago or New York, it's like the demographic or like the locations would be different, but it wouldn't be that different because California is just so populated and like so the hub for the culture. I don't want to give us too much credit out there, but like it's just kind of, I feel like you would see a lot of that effect regardless.
sure.
Also, I'm sure their fan base is 90% male, just like ours too.
Yeah.
They have a lot of dudes.
100%.
Tough to get
Girls
hoes.
don't really care
Yeah.
about pods. They want to watch like baddies and stuff like that.
Yeah, if it's not no drama, but
Yeah.
look, if they did how we do for them or how now we do, because I'm real controller over the shit. But you know how niggas would be like, man, fuck all that shit, turn that shit off. But over time, he start watching it with the bitch. If they did that with niggas, you'll start liking this shit. Because you know how much drama filled this shit be?
Yeah.
This shit is reality
And
TV.
they do like it when
you
they
think
watch
it's
it.
just niggas up there talking about nothing, but this
It's
specifically,
reality
you'll
TV.
see a nigga whole life on this motherfucker. You watch this shit for a couple months.
You gotta just stay tuned.
Yeah, just stay tuned, bitch.
That's why, like, yo, literally, my girl stopped watching the No Jumper show when Cam Girl left, which is 2020.
It's a long time ago.
But I get it because it's like, from her perspective, she probably saw her as like a representative of herself. And, you know, once it becomes all dude talk, like I could never in a million years imagine my girl wanting to listen to the pod when it was fucking DW and Bricc Baby doing Crip Politics episode every single episode. That shit was crazy.
That's what you turned it into.
yeah.
You got like two people that ain't from the same area. We got to be respectful towards each other on camera.
Real fact.
We got two different beliefs, so we kind of careful on what we say. And then when something comes up for debate, we got two outlooks, only because we from two different sides of town.
But either way,
Yeah,
the outlooks are all dude
Politics.
from LA
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
gang. And to
yeah,
somebody,
for
my
sure.
girl,
You
not,
gotta be
not
a nigga.
interested in gangs.
None of it.
You got to be a nigga from here to even realize that whole
Dynamic. Even
Yeah.
exists.
You know what I'm saying?
Even you see it from the fans who are not from here too, that are just like,
It's
I don't
like,
want to
oh,
hear about this gang shit,
wait,
which I
what?
get because like I'll watch a random like gang documentary. I'll watch one about Chicago. I get a lot of it, so I'm totally tuned in right away. But if you start watching some shit about like hood warfare down south and fucking Alabama or whatever, it's kind of just like I mean, what the fuck? I don't know anything about this shit. So
But it's all
I ain't
interesting.
gonna lie.
Honey,
Shit
Brady
like
shit
that,
I like
crazy.
that shit.
I interest.
Yeah.
Look, I be hella
they
interested.
really be killing the fuck
And-
out of people.
Yeah,
As soon as I
That
stumble,
And
is
then
pretty
reviving
crazy,
him and
dude.
killing him
Look,
again.
yo.
I like that kind of shit. As soon as I stumble on one of them videos, now I'm going down a wormhole.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into the Bronx Junior New York shit. I stumbled on one fucking EK song.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know all these names he yelling because I don't know what the fuck this nigga's talking about. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't like that. I'm finna figure out all the shit this nigga talking about.
Talk
Go
about
down a
something in his face.
wormhole.
Brady got
Nah, I know everybody who died. I know exactly what's going on.
We
you
know their
what I'm
real
saying?
names.
And now you really like that shit because you know, you feel me?
Uh,
You know exactly who niggas
Thousands
talking
upon
about.
thousands.
Mm.
I like that shit immediately because now I know exactly who they talking about. I know who died. I know a year. I know who niggas beef with, what clicks. I know what broke down or what used to be together and who now split. All that shit. You be like, damn, this shit. When you from LA, you love that shit because it's
Bro.
like
Yeah,
this shit remind me of right here.
Sus,
yeah,
you,
yeah.
you,
feel
are,
me?
you are me talking to my girl, explaining to her why drill music is tight.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Hard.
literally. Like
Yo, there's a fucking a white gang like down south called like Unforgiven, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary about it in front of
Yeah.
my girl the other day.
Saw
By the
that
end
too.
of it, she's just like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you wanting to watch this shit. And I'm like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, there's a bunch of people dying. I'm just like, a part of me is watching it just thinking like, damn, I'm so glad this isn't my life.
Facts.
I'm so glad I don't have to deal with all this shit.
No, look,
This sounds horrible.
And the majority of the content that I consume when I'm by myself, just chilling, is people getting arrested.
Yeah.
Like it's just people in more unfortunate situations than the one that
Make
I'm
you
in,
feel
right?
better about
Yeah.
your shit.
Even
That's 90%
TikTok
of
knows
it.
that about me. TikTok knows like let's just show them a bunch of crazy ass fights
Crime
and like
shit, right?
drawn out crime scene
Yeah.
shit.
There's nothing I like more than an interrogation
That's-
when someone's
that's-
finessing,
yeah.
surrendering their life.
My YouTube is all first
Oh,
48
yeah.
ish.
I be watching
Yes.
all kind of
That's
shit.
I thought it was
all
just
is.
me.
Crime docs.
No, but the
my
ones
whole
that,
shit,
that
yeah.
have like really, really descriptive titles, like the moment that this guy realized that he had been caught for murder.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Yeah.
and it's like a super good screenshot with a lot of emotion in his
Yeah,
face. And you're
man,
like,
I gotta
fuck,
see that.
I want to know.
It'll be like the ones that I click on will be like he thought he got away with it. Then on
Until
the
this moment.
the thumbnail it'll be like I just want to go home. It's like some kid,
Yeah.
you feel me? Some like 19
You
year
know
old.
that new shit is them interrogation interviews. I mean, not interviews, them interrogation videos.
Yeah,
That come out and then a nigga break down the psychological ways of
That's
what's going
the
on in
best
the
shit ever.
interrogation.
Yeah,
That shit have a nigga stuck for hours, bro.
Yeah.
No cap.
No, that's a
I've been watching
fact.
all kind of shit like that.
I thought I was
Docs
alone.
do
I feel
super
seen.
great though. Like everybody wants like mystery, like crime and mystery, like those stories. They like the most viewed shit on YouTube.
A lot of girls just watch that shit.
Yeah,
They do.
my mama.
Girls
like
watch
a motherfucker.
Call
60
Her
Days
Daddy,
In.
Murder Mysteries.
Yeah,
That's it.
I was gonna say ID4.
Unless
And
they're
that's
like
ID
woke. That's why girls get into the woke shit, because then all of a sudden they got all this like oppression to learn about and stuff.
Then they watch Snap.
Soap
too.
operas and shit too,
Snap.
though.
Snap scares
To
me.
me.
When a girl is in the Snap, I'm like,
Yeah, First 48,
uh-uh.
NCIS. My mama loved all that shit. First 48, NCIS. My mama put me on like Charm too, though. Put me Charm, NCIS,
SVU.
nigga. Yeah, shit like that.
SVU's fire for
facts.
life. Like, let's be honest.
I ducked going to Wicked this weekend.
That would have been sick.
I ducked it. You ducked it? Or you went?
Donnie was there for the show.
Yo, I ducked Wicked. That shit, I just couldn't do it. I was just like, you know what made me not go is that there was like a clip that went viral of Ariana Grande and that one fucking black witch.
They look scary as fuck.
But they fucking were having this conversation about holding space for,
Oh, wow.
oh my God, I probably can find it.
That term right there is the worst.
I'm gonna find it.
Hold-
What the
Wicked.
fuck does that even mean?
Holding
Holding
space
space.
means allowing these people. Like, I'm holding space for the gay community to have a
Yes.
conversation.
Oh my God, I see it. I see it.
Oh,
Is it
holding.
Is it
Oh, wow.
only
These
for gay
motherfuckers always
No,
coming
it
up
could be
with
for-
some
for-
new
Oh,
shit,
okay.
bro.
for black
Yeah.
women.
But
Yeah.
this really made me feel like, wow,
Holding space, you're fucking lame.
Wow.
dude, I feel like it might have been like kind of removed.
If you
Like,
hold space, you fucking suck.
Ooh, wow.
you'd think that there would just be a short that would just.
Holding space.
I'm gonna try a
sucks.
pure Google. Wicked.
Holding space
Wait,
sounds
no,
like
no, no.
rehab.
Yeah.
If I go to
It's
Reddit, I bet I
totally
can find
rehab.
it.
1000%.
Wicked holding space. No, that's a response.
Yeah, I'm smooth off of these.
Is that the clip though?
I think this might be it. Oh yeah, this is 31 seconds. But do we want to just play it over the speaker? Let's do headphones. Yeah.
Because I don't got nothing.
Wait, hold on. Take this. Take this. This shit will make you feel like you do not exist on the same planet as these humans. Listen to how weird women are, and especially gay adjacent women. Peep this.
Are they together?
Nah, this is Ariana Grande, and this is some fucking psycho
I know
witch
it
lady.
is.
Her
I don't
fish
know.
She
hard.
sings and she an actor too.
And this woman, you will come to learn,
He looks crazy.
this woman is in queer media.
Yeah, who is bro?
Nah, bro. Whoa, you're never gonna forget, bro. By the time you get to this, all right, I must request full silence so you can observe how fucking weird this is.
Oh, that's a bro, huh?
Yeah, all right, guys, let's just peep this.
This week, people are taking the lyrics of Defying Gravity and really holding space with that and feeling power in that.
I didn't know that was happening.
I've seen it, yeah.
That's really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was happening.
I've seen it on a couple posts. I don't know how widespread, but I am in queer media, so
Yeah.
that's my,
It's really cool.
Yeah. I've seen.
Yeah.
Hey, is they
You can't
acting?
laugh. Look,
There's so
Nigga,
much
that
I
shit
love
seem
about
like
this.
They acting, nigga. What the
I
fuck
would
was
hate
that?
that fucking interview.
Imagine having to be around these people.
I would hate that.
These are actual
shit.
human
I
beings
hate
that
my life.
exist.
I would hate my life being around that
Right.
shit. Couldn't do it.
Nigga,
Nigga, that was weird as fuck. Like, was they acting?
Why am I here?
I'm in queer media.
I'm in queer media. Okay,
Yo.
so I've watched this like 10 times. So my main thing that freaks me out about it is the fact that once you wipe away all the weird things that they're saying in this, it's basically the reporter saying that she's seen a couple of tweets or posts, Reddit posts, who knows what social media she uses, in which gay people were saying that one of the songs from the movie, which she did not write, she did perform, but it's been around forever because Wicked was super popular on Broadway for a long time. But this song is creating room for gay people, holding space for it, which I guess means that it's like giving them time to reflect on the importance of being a gay lord or whatever the fuck.
Allowing them to discuss.
And she's so taken aback. Now, keep in mind, this is a very famous, rich movie star. She's so taken aback by the idea of a couple of posts in which gay people were moved by this that she's just taken back. And there's other weird things too. Like Ariana Grande like reaches for her hand. She reaches for her hand, but like instead of taking the whole hand, she sort of just like grasps her index finger and just sort of like Ariana Grande seems like she's on fucking Xanax.
They own shit,
in
bro.
this clip.
Sure, they high.
Man, R.I.P. Mac Miller, fuck that bitch.
They
own
own some weird ass,
And
freaky
she did
ass.
drugs for sure because she
Hey,
was with
Bricc,
Mac.
you know what they own? They own some weird ass Illuminati shit.
Yeah.
Come on,
They
man.
own
And then-
be.
And then she's almost like blushing, saying like, well, I am in queer media.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
bro,
what?
shut the fuck. I've never heard of that before.
I never heard of that.
Shut the
What
fuck up.
what
You are
is
not
that?
going to have a thing called
What
queer
is
media.
that?
Not on my time.
They just make up new shit every day.
Oh,
You fall in that category, Adam.
Nigga, we do. Nigga, hell
I'm
no.
looking it up.
Hell no.
Gay
Bro,
or
Jack-
queer media?
Jack like Jess is a regular.
Absolutely
What are we
not.
talking about? here?
with your boyfriend.
I kind of like have quit trying to put. There was a time period where I was thinking about replacing Bricc Baby with Jack Like Jess, but it's like at a certain point I just kind of had to give up.
The
You know.
gayer homie wins.
All right, let's okay.
Yeah, exactly. It was a close call.
Yeah.
Queer
just a little
media,
gayer.
gay media refers to media whose primary target audience is members of the LGBT community. Second targets are LGBTQ allies like us.
Okay.
And in some instances,
Us, nigga.
those who oppose gay rights may be targeted as a
Fuck
form
you.
of activism. Wow. I've learned
You
nothing.
Ain't
fall
no
in the
fucking us,
category.
nigga, ever. When we talking about queer
We're
media
allies.
there is no us.
They
brother.
know like us.
We're allies.
In queer media.
What the fuck? He said, like us.
He loves it.
Ain't
He
got the
loves a
looking
good
around this shit.
transmission bar. He's a mechanic,
Like,
man.
nigga, what?
Don't make me play it again.
They say Lil J's a mechanic.
Dijon on the pod,
They
huh?
got that from you though.
Yeah, Lil
Yo,
J do be
I
on
feel
some
like
shit.
you started the
King
mechanic.
Lil J, yeah.
Bro, Lil J wants to do the podcast when he gets out, but I'm gonna need dudes watching my front and my back
Pause. Bro.
Man.
because he is a
finna
demon in
fuck
these
the-
streets.
You finna fuck
It
the
kinda-
interview up.
to be honest, Adam, it gives a new context to you can't fuck with me if you ain't a shooter.
Oh,
Like,
and I have a perfect co-host, Gracie Jane.
The next time that you
Alright,
interview Spider Luck, you might want to do that too.
You think he fucks with the
All
transmissions?
right,
I love that for him.
Nah, he told me some crazy stuff on the phone one night
Man, what?
when he was about to get hired. He like, just give me the job. He like, I know what Adam wants.
Bro.
I call Sharp right
Shut the
now,
fuck-
nigga. Every word verbatim, nigga.
Man.
He like niggas. He wants some black dick, nigga. He like, I had a homies take him in the office and do something.
Wait, you're lying. He's making this up, bro.
Man, I
no,
put it
no,
on my
that kinda
folk
sounds
kids,
like
him.
nigga.
Stop playing
Yeah,
with
I
Spider
know,
Luck, bro.
nigga. That's on my folk kids. That's what
Bro.
he said, nigga.
Man, stop playing with Spider Luck, bro.
Man, why I'm putting my kids in the middle of it?
Man,
But
not
what
lying.
was he
He's
gonna do? Is he gonna like
You was just
Stop fucking
talk
said
about
he
his
wanted
dick,
it.
show me his dick? Like what?
No.
He said he was he got a couple homies for you. I ain't gonna put their names out there because they don't do media.
He said names.
He said
Man, get the fuck
No,
out. Stop
Bricc.
playing with Spider,
Bro,
bro.
I
That's
call bro
that's
right
my
now.
nigga, man.
I call bro. He keep on playing. I be like, bro, you don't really want to go. You really did some shit that made me stop. That's when I backed up off of Cuz. Oh, the hood, like nigga, we used to, every day that he had that conversation that I started like every other day. That you know what I mean? That he started getting mad at
He
me.
kept saying that he wanted to bring these big black
He
buff
said
guys
it more
around.
than once.
But what did he want them to do?
He said
Sex.
that you wanted some black dick.
Sex.
That's what you wanted.
He thought I was gonna fuck these men.
Bro,
Sex.
what? Man, stop
Sex.
playing, bro.
Call
Stop.
Sharp,
We're not
FaceTime audio.
Man, hell no. That's what we're not doing.
No, that's what we doing.
You're
Nah, he been
calling
doing
Sharp?
that to me. He just did a whole clip. Why you didn't do him like that?
Yo, push
You
your
didn't go in-
foreskin down, Bricc.
That's not what we do.
What happened? Call Sharp.
Your foreskin right in the front.
Oh, wow.
On the mic.
Wow. Yo. That's what I'm like, I didn't want attention. I was about to say, Lush, handle that.
Yo, is Dejan in queer
Yeah.
media?
For
No,
sure.
look,
He's the brand.
he is
fucking
queer media.
ambassador.
What are you talking
That
about?
makes their platform queer media. As far as I know, we're all heterosexual.
Yeah.
I've been sleeping with your boyfriend.
Hey, listen, bro. I'm trying to tell you, though.
Hell
Yo,
no.
you think-
Stop playing with Spider-Man.
Yo, you think that Deja did a track, a Dom Kennedy style breakdown of the fucking
The Kendrick album. I was waiting for it.
this first White Top Murals was good, but it could have used a feature from so and so. Where
used T-Fly.
was them?
Why the fuck you didn't have T-Fly on the
Yeah,
hook?
where was the T-Fly on the song? Everybody else at the table just wants to kill themselves.
I've never seen him before that, but that guy Scotty got a fan out of me that day. I'm not gonna lie.
Scotty.
Yo.
They're back friends, though. They shot something on it. They had a reel when they were playing outside in the back.
Well,
Nah, but let's see who-
This
suspect is scared of T-Rail. This suspect's too fat to buy a donut.
Don't show the screen because I don't want
That's
to
what
tell
they-
anybody about anything ever. But okay,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
he is like the sole consistent presence on like he's the only one who always shows up for work on that fucking Fair to Say show.
Damn, so he's the
That's his show.
so he's the Lush one of Big Community World.
I mean, the views are still in the fucking dumpster, to be totally honest. But yeah, like
He's totally me.
yo, the story, I don't know if the story has actually been told or not, but like the one story that we got to fucking find out sooner or later is what happened with there's a dude named Laser, and he like
Lazar.
okay,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that how you say it?
I thought it was Lazar.
Oh, I don't know.
It could be
It's definitely
Laser.
spelled like that,
That's
but
exotic.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but he like is being credited with like running Potlord off that show. And I don't know exactly how the events took place,
I'm fascinated personally.
but I want to know. And I guess he's back. The
Oh,
Lazar
nice.
dude, like he's back on Fair to Say. I don't know if he's on it like all the time, but he's at least back somewhat.
that's right, because they did kind of like Potlord was a part of that whole
Yeah.
multiverse.
But Potlord is not off Reconnected. He's just on vacation.
He's just living a much better life than all of his
A lot better than
co-hosts.
Yuri,
Like,
Lazar Dim.
yeah.
Lazar Dim.
Lazar Dim. That's what it is.
Lazar Dim. Hey, I swear,
They're never gonna get
I
that joke,
thought of
though.
that as soon as you said it. I'm like, Lazar Dim.
No,
I
I
just
mean-
didn't say it out loud.
No,
I'm
they
like,
get it because they watch No Jumper, a platform where new cutting edge artists are champions.
Try to tax us for interviews and then don't get interviewed as a result. Yeah.
Is that what happened to Lazar Dim?
That happened to Lazar Dim for
Man,
sure.
Lazar
Yeah.
Dim.
Lasagna dip.
Lasagna Dim.
Lasagna Dip. Yeah, he's
That's
the
how you
man.
know we're high. I'm just saying random shit like that. and it's just
bro.
Oh, man. I hope this
Oh,
Do
I have
we-
a question.
Do we
for
talk to
Les-
Sharp if he picks up the phone?
Fucking call
No,
Sharp.
no.
I don't give a
Oh,
fuck.
yes.
I want to make fun of him, probably.
What was you gonna say?
Yo, it's crazy once I get into this environment how much I don't care about talking about haystack.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. I thought you were putting a needle
Okay.
in his haystack today.
okay. So
You let a nigga put a needle in your haystack, Lush?
Call
the
it a
dude
gay
that
stack.
we all
Ooh, gay stack.
gay stack, the gay that we
What
all-
is his historical contribution to hip hop? Anything of note? Because I think he used to have ads in the source.
He bought some really lucrative ads in the source in the late 90s that made us aware of his presence, mid to late night. He had the car full of white boys,
Okay.
you know, which was he was one of the, so not being funny, he was one of the, probably the first white rapper from the Southern
Well, like a
region. country fried white boy.
But I think like
Who you
he,
talking about?
this dude
Haystack.
Haystack. I think at one point he had like a
Oh, yeah, the
mixtape with
nigga
Jelly
sitting
Roll
there.
when Jelly Roll was still
early Jelly Roll, yeah,
Rapper guy.
when Jelly Roll was a juggalo and featured on Tech Nine songs, and
Right.
shit, like 1000%. So Haystack was like a moderately successful white rapper from the 90s who kind of had like a lull for a while and then became notable again for trying to diss Eminem and put up money for a diss war against Eminem.
Basically just doing some thirsty ass
Some
shit.
clout
Yeah.
chase.
Shit
Weird
that damn near
shit.
every
Chasing
other
Yeah.
that every
Chasing
other
it.
white man rapper eventually does in his
On
career.
phone now.
Yeah.
Everybody comes for the king. What is that?
With that being said,
It's their path.
Who's the king?
Haystack, Adam's way too important
What did I
for you to
miss?
be going at. So you should just go at me, Haystack.
love that.
How about that? Like, I want that.
I thought you were calling Eminem the
Oh,
king
you
of
said
rap.
you
I was about to
inheriting
say,
fades.
Yeah. I want that.
You
I want
inherited
whatever you got going on,
Any
Haystack.
squabble he had
Because
for
I rap
Adam,
better than you.
you need
I've had sex with more girls than you,
Are
even
you
though you're 20
saying
years older than
Adam's
me.
like too big of a platform
Yeah.
to go after, so y'all like
yeah.
it.
Let me handle your lightweight, bruh.
He said that's
That's
the
what I
big
you
said.
want that
homie.
beef.
He
Yeah.
said that's the big
I'm saying
homie
if-
on the hood.
if-
I'm squabbling up for the
if
big
he's-
homie.
if he's-
I'm inheriting all face.
Peep game.
Damn.
Show the
If
screen
he's
real
getting
quick.
at folks in them, like I'll you feel me?
This is why
AKA wrong hole, Adam.
this is why we have something to be worried about, though.
Yeah, Shane Gillis with Down
Oh, so
syndrome.
he gonna knock you out and do the pooka pooka.
Yeah, he's probably going to come from my
Yeah.
booty hole. Yo, but now also, we really got to do the science and we got to figure out what hood
Wait, hold
Haystack
up.
claims.
He gonna knock you out and
Well,
do
he
the
said
pooka
he-
assault again?
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, what the fuck
How's
are
the
y'all talking about?
NashvilleScene.com going to
Freaky
hit you with
ass
the, they gave you an ellipse followed by the word again.
And guess what? December 18th, 2014, my birthday.
What?
10 years ago.
You raped a bitch or you somehow planned it to be released on
Yeah.
Lush's birthday?
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yo, I actually offered this guy to call in to the show today, and he basically ducked it. So, but he was basically claiming to be from
Scroll
a hood in
down.
LA, but he wouldn't
He
tell
said
me.
he off of
Yo,
Westmont.
he wouldn't tell me what hood he's from, but he's apparently he really politics heavily with some dudes out here, but he wouldn't tell me from where. So
Yeah.
I'm not able to do the science.
Where you from?
He said
South
I'm-
Los?
No, he said off of Westmont.
People,
Yeah,
but,
South Los.
by the way,
No, but he said he from a black.
Oh, he ain't from Honey's with them allegations.
I
Only
don't
people
know.
bang Westmont. That's why I went all the way to like an
What, you
essay
from
game.
99 Mafia or something?
I don't know. Westmont is like
Deep.
only people that say that is the Honey's.
Yo, peep this. Oh, we,
The
might, we,
nigga
got,
who-
we got a
who
headphone
not
up if
from
we want to
here.
hear this. But this guy breaks down Haystack's long.
Yeah, he's
history.
actually just a terrible rapper. That's the main thing about
Why
him.
is this not playing?
He's a whack
What do I- What do
rapper.
I have to do?
Car full of white boys sucked. I mean, think about the name of that. Like, who's bumping a song called "Car Full of White Boys"?
Shit, white boys in cars all over the world.
God
They're not,
damn
though.
it, bro. I didn't know about this one until just now.
I like
But
this
bro,
guy's great.
What is this?
I
and
like
this? And all of this?
This guy's
So
great.
it turns out that over a period of decades, Haystack, the rapper, has not only a statutory charge, but several charges for assault and domestic violence.
That's a
Oh no. 1995, a conviction for statutory in Tennessee. In 2006, he was
Oh.
convicted of assault and only given 11 months and 29 days of probation.
Snitching, perhaps?
2014 must have been a busy year for old boy because in May, he was arrested for domestic violence. And again in December, he was arrested for intent to commit abuse at a literal concert in Iowa. Now, to be 100% fair,
Oh,
Attempt to commit sexual abuse. What the fuck is that? Like, wait, you had a whole game plan?
No,
Who
you
told
probably-
on you?
No,
Why?
you probably grabbed the person with his and like, come here, I'm about to, and they got up out of the lock.
yeah.
Like, tried to snatch him up,
He
and they
tried
got
to-
away.
He tried to put them in a lock.
And you know it's him because they ain't trying to civil suit your ass for no money.
Yeah,
You ain't got no bag.
you ain't got no bag and you ain't got no clout.
You ain't
So
got
it's
no
like,
facts.
oh, Haystack tried to touch me.
They
Who?
gonna be like, who nigga?
Yo, by the
A
way,
Haystack tried to touch you.
that TikToker,
Yeah.
I've
Ask your daddy.
never seen
You feel
anybody
me?
put that
You
much
probably do.
emphasis into a story like that. Like the way he told that story, I'm gonna be honest, it seems kind of like inappropriate for the subject matter, but extremely entertaining and probably works very well on
That's it.
TikTok.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me get
No,
a
no,
line.
that guy is great. He does a lot of prison content. I don't know bro's name, but
That's crazy.
red-haired Peckerwood bro.
My
Oh,
boy-
really? You don't? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen him a grip of
My
times.
boy
He's dope.
Haystack ain't looking too good. This who you beefing with, Adam?
I mean, okay,
That's his new
the
op.
only reason
Yeah.
why I even know about Haystack wanting problems with
He
me
started it.
Yeah, it's because somebody sent me a screenshot of a fucking Facebook post, which is, you're dealing with the upper echelon of society when you get hit with the Facebook post.
No,
man.
the older echelon.
I don't
society.
even know how I get into Facebook.
But I'm not going to show it on the screen, but it says game over. It has the word straight, P-U-S-S-Y, but edited out. And actually, it's too many asterisks. He put 4, even though it's just meant to. I knew it looked funny.
Well, it was an extra.
Bro, no, yeah, because
for you.
Oh, so he was gonna give me the snakes.
Yeah,
you're a snake.
Yeah.
And then it just says it says culture vulture. And I'm gonna be honest
Is
with
he
you.
black or something?
No, he's a fucking white boy.
Yeah.
He's a racist white dude.
Yo, he's trying to fucking you could see the faults with your own kind. Like for myself personally, I've identified this in myself in the past that I said unkind things about MGK or G-Eazy in a way where I was like going at my own kind in a way that I wouldn't go at a black rapper because I was insecure about my space in the game. I'm big enough to admit that. I think that's real.
Whoa, Adam.
Haystack's still doing that right now. He's trying to come at me acting like I'm a bad white boy or some shit.
No, he's jealous of
His
you.
whole reason, though, everything he said to me in the DMs and shit, the only reason why he doesn't fuck with me is because he just said that I'm a bitch. This is like the best that he could elaborate upon it as I'm a bitch. And I asked people federal questions. He was not able to provide any examples, but that's what Haystack had to say, is that basically I asked people 2 federal questions, which is to me like the most boring possible opinion or take that you could possibly have. Haystack.
Hey, Haystack.
You can say the same thing though. You ask why you beef with that nigga, bitch.
The thing is,
you don't even have no real problem with that man. You don't even know what to say.
He's trying to get into, and he got it.
Niggas
he
do
won.
that with me all the time.
Haystack won. Haystack won because we're talking about this irrelevant human being.
But we have to balance it out by talking about the fact that he's a serial rapist or something.
He's a rapist.
Well, he's got a whole lot of charges.
I had no clue who that nigga was.
Allegedly.
Yeah, you lost that life, bro.
And I got it.
Like, you shouldn't even want to beef with people.
And since like you're totally on my echelon, even though I'm actually way above you, but
is he lyrical or something? I ain't even heard him.
He's not.
Oh, okay.
He's
I don't know who that is.
That's why I'm like super confident. Like I'll battle you for 10K.
Yeah, I don't even know who that nigga is.
I'll battle you for 10 bands.
I doubt my pops know who that is.
I promise you, your dad.
10K.
If your dad does, he does not have good things to say about him. You feel me? Like he knows if your dad, which I'm pretty sure he does know who he is because he's a hip hop aficionado, he'll just laugh.
Yeah,
he'll laugh.
It looks like a lot of
If I were to
Haystack's
guess.
recent output is getting, a couple thousand views. Seems like that's how he's doing right now. So
I
it's-
want the
it's not-
smoke.
It's not looking too strong, Haystack. But anyway, we got to figure out what set he
He got
claims
a
in LA.
5-minute song.
Yeah, he's out here.
No, from where he said, like he's.
See if you can look that up. Haystack's gang affiliation.
Uh-huh.
No, that's gonna come up. Jelly Roll Freestyle is the first thing. Yeah.
Damn, it's a Jelly Roll freestyle from his DVD. So that's how little of an impact you've made on the culture, Haystack. What a fucking bum.
No, I'm totally down to insert myself in this.
He doesn't.
I feel like this is
Come on,
right
Haystack,
up my alley.
He is not from an LA hood, bro.
No, he's not.
Come on,
Do you
dude.
think that Haystack just wakes up every day and just feels like he just fucked up by not doing the Jelly Roll thing? He should have tried to fucking bust that move.
That nigga wake up in the mirror and be like, "Oh, nigga, creep." I'm from a nigga.
He
What?
practices a
Nigga said,
couple
I'm from
hits.
an LA hood.
I never would have seen the Jelly Roll thing playing out the way it did.
Nobody
I'm
in
not
the
familiar.
history of Earth.
You know what Jelly Roll is.
Jelly Roll.
He's like a country singer that's super famous. The white dude. with all-
He's a mental health awareness advocate.
Like in
mental health
He was a
advocate.
rapper.
the country equivalent of Coachella, aka Stagecoach, he's one of the 3 headliners.
He won
on
Grammys.
the day. He's the main
Yeah.
headliner.
Yeah,
He's
he's
like-
gigantic. And he started out as basically like
Tech Guy's hype man.
No, Lil White's
Right.
not hype man, but like they were rapping. He was like basically signed to Lil White, and Lil White was signed under 3 6 Mafia.
Lil White.
And Pop Another
White
Pill.
hard.
Jelly Roll, Pop Another
Wow.
Pill. That song made me do pills. Jelly Roll, it's all your fault.
That's crazy.
You owe me an
That's
interview
wild.
because it's your fault.
That's
Not
crazy.
Oxycontin.
Not literally. No, that was just Lil
That
White
song?
though.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll wasn't on that. No, you know the song Pop Another Pill?
I bet.
That's the best one where they're all partying by the pool. All the girls are looking a little.
I bet, bro.
No, the best song is Scarecrow, Scarecrow. What's that? You pop.
But that's
in a
not Jelly Roll,
pop
right?
pill. No, that's Lil White.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah.
But no, Lil White, like Adam said, was a 3-6 Mafia adjacent.
Bro, that shit was in that song was in Eastbound and Down.
Yeah.
And it's so perfect because remember he takes ecstasy and goes to the school dance and ends up puking everywhere. And he says
best.
it was the egg rolls, not the ecstasy.
Yeah.
I said,
That's like
you
one of
know
my
who
favorite
Haystack-
episodes ever. I gotta go watch that.
I said, you know who Haystack is? He said, from where? That nigga's confused. I asked my pops, you know who Haystack is? He said,
Yeah.
from where?
No, be like, do you remember the white dude that
I
used
said,
to have
white rapper?
white
Question
rapper
mark?
that used to have ads in the source back in the 90s?
I
Say
said,
that.
white rapper? Question mark. Yeah.
That's how
And we
everyone
gonna
knows
see
him. We remember if you old,
Yeah.
you remember those ads in the source for a car full of white boys. Because especially at the time, this is pre-Eminem.
Oh, you talking about the pages at the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is pre. So there ain't no this pre-Eminem. This is the
Yeah.
Beastie Boys, Third Base, and Vanilla Ice,
Yeah.
and no white people rapping. You know what I mean? Like in a mainstream context whatsoever. And this guy had ads in the source.
Yo, Haystack, we got to figure out what it is that is discombobulated inside of your brain that makes you want to keep beating chicks up. They're girls, dude. You didn't get the memo. You're not supposed to hit girls,
He
bro.
doing
Consent
more
is a
than
two-way
that.
street.
He
That
is
way.
doing
He's
abuse.
Buka Buka.
He is Buka Buka. He's
Haystack from
That's
Buka
wild
Buka.
work.
That's aggressive Buka Buka.
Yeah,
Yo.
that's crazy.
Like those other guys let you. They won't call the police.
Yeah. No, that's a forced buka.
Yeah.
Force Buka is
What's up,
crazy.
Buka?
What you talk about? They like, yeah, Buka.
Whoa.
No, but the fact that this guy even has the fact that we responded to this guy
this
is
gonna
the
be highlight of
craziest
this.
thing.
What a
Yeah, that's gonna
gift.
be the highlight
Yeah.
of this shit.
No, the fact that you even chose to, I'm glad that you did because
Yeah.
this is kind of a gift.
Yeah, I'm doing something to help him out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Just for
right.
me, beef with like Haystack's par
He's
for the
super
course.
fried
charity
down.
work.
Everybody knows that you're an SO, bro. It sucks. You
That
might
sucks.
get rushed with you in public.
You up out of here, dog.
yeah.
And multiple times, like you could get away with one story, like, bro, hey, you know, the girl, I was 18, she was 16 type
Yeah,
shit.
he just known for
All right.
catching freak
No, I'm
dog.
just white
Nah,
trash and from the South, and I had
yeah.
no idea what I was doing because I don't know my dick from hole in
He
the
gets
ground.
drunk, and whatever girl has been talking to him for the last 30 minutes automatically owes him some pussy.
That type. That's your guess.
I mean, they said the attempt. I'm thinking like he thinks that the bitch is his. Like, you know those type of people?
He said, sounds familiar.
If Rifleman can't co-sign you, then you
If
probably ain't
Rif-
never been a factor, Haystack.
If Rifleman
said
don't know
90s,
who he is,
And I had to say 90s rapper.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? I say, you know who Haystack is? And it's funny because he texted me this morning and was like, news about Sad Truth. I said, nah. I said,
Yeah.
you know, Haystack, he said, from where? I said, white rapper 90s back in the day. Sounds familiar.
yeah.
He don't know who that nigga is, gang.
If you had said exactly what I said from the ads in the source, he'd probably be like,
Why did that rumor
Yeah.
get spread?
About who?
Sad?
Big sad. Like, how did it get
Yeah,
spread?
that's
Who
Nah,
started that
because
shit?
yo, check it out.
is bro from his hood or what? Like,
this.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Nigga, I was driving past. I seen the shit taped off. Look, I promise, cause nigga, I'm the one who got this screenshot and then sent it to my pops and my stepmom and shit, cause it was on Wellington.
yeah.
You feel me? And you know, nigga, they shit. You feel me?
Look,
it was right on Wellington.
Right over
Look,
there.
this is the
Right
dude.
over there, nigga, in the white
What?
Maserati.
AJ, aka Jizzle from 103rd Grape Street Crip, revealed as suspect from today's Hot One in LA.
No fucking
They wrote a bunch
way.
of disrespectful shit. I don't want to show that, but yeah, suspect shot after firing at LAPD with gun in each hand at the end of the chase. Oh, there was a chase right before that.
Mhm.
Wait,
But this is who they thought was Big Sad in that video.
no fucking way.
Yeah.
And I drove right past it.
He
all
was
that shit
wanted
was
for
blocked
weapons and domestic violence charges.
This can't be.
It was blocked on
Whoa.
Jeff.
This can't be. Yeah.
was
He
like
just
on
got
Jeff.
himself flipped over as domestic violence.
No, I'm more
charge?
tripping on who they. No.
What?
What the
God
fuck?
damn.
My bad. My
nigga?
bad.
Yo,
my
Lush,
bad.
you gotta
All of
fucking
my
tone it
ear
down a
shit,
little, pal.
slapping on the shit.
No,
What?
it's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, nigga.
You know
It's a good friend of mine.
the dude who got killed?
Fuck out here, bro.
The dude that was in that picture right there.
Oh,
What?
I'm thinking something falling
Oh,
off the
shit.
ceiling or
That is
something.
fucked
You
up.
said what happened?
Damn,
I know, bro. That's it.
But wait, you had to look at it for like fucking
I didn't
2
see,
minutes
I didn't
before
see
you.
the picture. I saw the
Oh,
name, and
okay.
I'm like busy tripping on the name.
Oh,
You know, I
And
got
looked over and
PTSD.
seen,
You
bro.
can't smack
My bad,
nothing
G.
around me
But-
like that.
Hey, that's how you
nigga.
know you high as fuck, because the picture was up there for like
for mad long, right? That's why I was
3
confused.
I'm not even
minutes,
high.
gang.
I'm right.
I'm like, I've had a few shots. Like y'all have seen what I've consumed.
Yeah.
No,
This is
regardless, like I'm sorry.
That's
I
fucked
know
up.
that was extra out.
Rest in peace to
But
gang, that's
if you
fucked
know
up.
the dude who died,
it's like
that's,
a-
that's
rest in
fucked
peace to
up.
gang,
Yeah.
that's
It's a good
fucked
friend
up.
of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, rest in peace to bro. That's so crazy, bro. Cause look, nigga, I was driving, gang, driving down Jeff, and as I'm trying to go to the Wendy's in Culver City, cause that's the route I take. Is Jeff. I'm trying to go
Yeah.
to Wendy's in Culver City. I can't, so I got to dip through the West Boulevards real quick to go around. And anytime I see the yellow tape, I'll go on Citizens app. So I go on Citizens app and I see it. It was alive. Where like you could watch it. It's
Yeah.
alive.
I mean, running down on the cops like
Wait.
this. Imagine
Yeah,
if,
officer
if
shot
Big
man
Sad went out
on-
like that, holy shit.
Wait,
Officer shot man
they
with
said it was
arms.
AJ from Grape Street. They showed the picture.
Jizzle, I think, right?
Yeah.
Hey, just
Go back,
AJ.
please.
That's him.
Where's the
It's like,
where's
nah, like
the
this-
history?
Oh, they
My
got
bad,
him.
like-
Yeah, they got him getting in the ambulance.
Oh,
No fucking way.
AJ, aka Jizzle, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at my last profile pic on Instagram before this one. And I ain't even gonna like,
I don't think we can see that.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's my last one. You probably can't see it.
Oh, what? You got another Instagram?
No, I got a
He
newer
means his
pro.
previous.
Before I put Fredo up, I had another. Yeah.
he was in the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he went in a high speed chase, and cause I seen the live video.
If that's
He
the-
went in a high speed chase. As the chase ended, he bounced out like nigga on some John Wick shit, and start. You feel me?
Did you
You're just looking at the videos, but
wait,
yeah, it's
why is it
not
only
a-
showing me the videos?
no, it's all good. It's an old pic. It was the last PFP I had, the last profile. You won't be able to find it. You feel me?
Oh.
Like, but yeah, I'll find it for you right now. But damn, that's. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like overreact, but that's
Nah,
just.
you
that's
scared the
just-
fuck out
that's
of us,
fucked
but it's
up.
all good.
Yeah, no, that's that. Look, I really hope
I
that
ain't
I'm
gonna lie.
misinterpreting what
I
I'm
can't
seeing.
hear loud sounds.
But if I'm seeing what I'm seeing, you feel me? Like long live a real one, and he went out like a motherfucking. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to him.
over the domestic violence though, you got to be more careful because like
I don't know.
you running for a domestic violence charge and blew it out with the police, like that shit is a year max.
Yeah, you got to just go ahead
Well,
and take that one.
look, I'll say this: if it's he ain't no motherfucking Mark, bro.
I don't
promise
say
you.
that.
Yeah.
No, he obviously not. He crashed out. I'm just saying. I'm saying to the young dudes, don't you ain't gotta crash out over
No,
that. I
absolutely
promise
not.
You'll be straight.
True
Nah,
that.
just go
Thank
take you a little
Uh,
year. If that, you probably go get probation. There's some classes. But if you're a felon, nigga, take you a little year, 9 months or something. You'll be all right. You know, your life worth more than that, young man. It gets like that for him.
And
Yeah, rest
what
in
I'm
peace to him,
confused
though.
about, though, like, so I'm gonna try to bring it back as a podcaster. Why did people think that was Big Sad?
I don't know how the word
That I
got
don't
out.
know. White
Is that his
Maserati?
area?
I don't know.
Not no.
That's the West Boulevard.
No, that's
Yeah.
the West Boulevard. It's kind of like West
Not
LA.
far from them. Yeah.
That's my people still over there.
La Brea.
I frequent
Yeah.
that area.
I say
I
La
live near
Cienega is
there.
the start of
Yeah.
West LA. Some people say La Brea is the start of West LA.
But
I
La Brea
say
is
La
the start of
Cienega,
West
though.
LA. I agree with
Once
that.
I
again-
say La Cienega.
Poetic Flacco. He's the one who had the whole group chat in a tizzy today.
I didn't want
Oh,
to
so
say that.
was he the first one to
Yes.
report it?
100%.
But to be
Wow.
fair, he got told by a bunch of dudes that I consider pretty, valid, who like wouldn't make shit up. And then I had Wack hitting me up right away, and he like thought it was true and everything.
That's crazy.
A bunch of pages posted it before they deleted it. Like
Wow.
pretty quickly they deleted it, but it was, yeah,
That's crazy.
it was wild. And I thought FaceTime Big Sad, he didn't pick up. I'm like, God damn. I
better-
would have thought
He better drop a song. His catalog probably was going crazy for like 3 hours.
a viral moment for him right there, man. I got a
No.
dip, but fuck.
Shit went on for a minute.
What are you guys doing?
No, I'm just
go back.
verifying.
He says, this is, yeah, it is.
That's
I'm
him,
the
right?
dead homie. This
Damn,
the same-
fool.
This the same picture right here.
Oh,
Dead homies.
Fuck, man.
Look at me on TMZ. Adam22. Podcasters at the White House would win the internet. Trump dominates online. Yes. They're probably not going to specify that I'm not a Trump supporter, but whatever.
And the other clothes, he looked different. They got it was the same.
Bro.
That's the same picture.
Why the fuck? I got so many, but look, that's not far. I was gonna not say shit, but yeah, that's the homie.
Don't tell on anybody.
Nah.
Yeah.
All right. Rest in peace, though. For real.
Fucking
Long live AJ.
Glad it wasn't sad, but rest in peace to that
But
fool.
this nigga, man,
That's crazy.
He said the right thing. I ain't gonna lie.
What?
Shout out my Great Street.
Yeah, shout out.
You were going to tell on somebody?
I was not gonna tell on somebody.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, shout out to Grape Streets. Been another one.
Yeah,
Nothing
facts.
like the other one.
RPM.
Real shit.
Don't
Appreciate
do that.
everybody for watching this. We went long. Pause.
Pause, nigga.
Had to do it.
Hey,
did go
yo.
Yeah. Shout out my man Sus. Shout
Had
out
to
Bricc,
pull up.
Lush.
You feel me?
They said
Gang Gang
no.
music stream after this, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We
Let's
knocking
go.
that out.
not?
Wow.
Why
Fuck
not?
Yuri.
We could be.
I'm about to
Hey,
eat.
Yuri's
Yuri pack. We're smoking on urinal cakes. Oh, I'm gonna make a
What?
strain. Urinal cakes.
Urinal
And
cakes.
Cactus.
Crazy.
Do like
Urinal.
gross the gross weed strain
Urinal.
names? Does that like work?
I mean,
That
that
I
was
don't
called
know.
Scante or some shit.
Just, you know,
right?
back in the day, niggas
Broken
used to
glass.
smoke like,
Yeah.
you know,
Broken windows.
gorilla piss and,
Right.
you know, cat shit and, you know, like random stupid shit, you know?
Smoking
Shit
Shit
on
like
urinal.
that. Yeah, you know, cat
Smoking
piss,
on
gorilla
urinal.
piss, you know, gorilla
Smoking
shit,
it.
shit like that.